Gregorio. Antonio.
Amy.
To the Opie and Anthony show.
Never before has one radio show been so extreme. So vulgar.
Fuck you, I'm not a pussy.
I was accustomed to getting blown and having my ass eaten.
This is insane. I mean, this is insane.
So flatulent.
Why do we even try? Let's just fart into the mics and call it a day.
This is the funniest shit ever.
It's a weird show.
That's what's real. That's the sex.
Tune in with no expectations.
Quite simply, the greatest show in the history of broadcasting.
Here we are, the Opie and Anthony show.
Another 4 hours of love.
You guys having a good time or what?
Yeah, check, check it. I'm up early in the morning, yawning. Opie Anthony get Jimmy Tranny pointing. Opie like brother man, Ant wants to join the clan. Jimmy on the other hand, he working the other hand.
Turn my headphones up.
There are horrible people to stay in this old objectionable human beings, and I want you to know unacceptable to my scene, but I'll give it a go. 50 Cent, Larry King, Opie and Anthony show.
Go. I know you're feeling the flow, but Opie's mother hucking Jim's trying to get blown. Then we come to play around and we still in the show. I know you never heard nothing like this before.
How important is your board? Bored you'll never be, and don't worry about getting shot when you're with Anthony. Oh yeah, on the edge of your yeah. Cause you really want to hear Opie, Anthony, and Jimmy. Just keep it right here.
It's the Opie and Anthony show.
Yeah, the Opie and Anthony show.
Yeah, check it. It's the Opie and Anthony show. Yeah.
It's the Opie and Anthony show. Yeah.
Yeah, 50. Yeah. Now Mike Tyson up in this bitch. It's the Opie and Anthony show. Booga, booga, booga.
Enough of this palaver. Let's get this show on the road.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Opie and Anthony show.
I just imagine people listening to the music coming up, and they're like, wow, it's a little longer than usual, and wondering, we're probably talking about curing cancer and stuff here in the studio. We're just talking about Instagram and
the Vine killer.
The Vine killer.
Fuck Vine. Fuck it in its asshole.
Whoa!
I finally got on Vine because I'm behind with this Samsung phone.
Yeah.
And, I made a bunch of videos, and some never even made it up there for whatever reason. I can't upload it. And then a couple that I did upload, there's no sound. And then everyone was helping me out, like, trying to fix that shit. And then Instagram pops up the video thing yesterday. I'm like, goodbye. See you, Vine.
Pretty cool. You saw the little update. I like clicking on the update, seeing what it is. I don't just instantly update. I got to know what I'm getting.
Right.
And I click it, and it's like, oh, Instagram now has video.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
15 seconds as opposed to 6.
I'm very excited about this.
Make a major motion picture in 15 seconds.
Yeah.
I'm going to install it.
Yes.
Yes, do it right now. It's going to Vine is done.
Imagine twice the amount of Chippa.
Oh, boy.
Fuck.
But the beauty is you can still do a 6 or 7 second fucking video, but Instagram allows you 15 seconds. I think that's smart. I think most people just don't have it in them to do a 6-second creative video.
Yeah, it's very difficult.
Because you get the same shit over and over again, like just a bunch of reactions and just someone like screaming or something.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, and unless you're Jimmy doing Chip or something, it's kind of tough to make that 6 seconds entertaining.
Will Sasso doing his lemon videos.
Right.
Very funny.
Yeah, there's a bunch of guys out there that know what they're doing with it. But
yeah.
I'm going to do something with a lemon where I spit it out.
No, that's what Will Sasso
Fuck
does.
him.
Fuck him.
But very exciting news. And Vine had such a lead on this whole thing, but they just they took so long to get it, get the app available for the Android phones, and
well, they're a little.
And it was
startup,
buggy,
you know?
and
they're a little startup, and Instagram was established already, and then they come in with this idea, and I kind of went away from Instagram for a little while because it was like, why do I give a shit about someone's pictures when, like, I could watch people's videos for 6 seconds on Vine?
Right.
So you watch that, and then Instagram comes along now and says we got video.
Right. Instagram.
Put a little Vine.
Instagram isn't playing, man.
No.
They want to take over.
They're owned by Facebook.
Yeah, I know.
So they're even beyond.
Yeah.
Well, they got all that funding now, so they go, all right, here, take our fucking money and develop shit.
We need some video.
Instagram's not playing around.
Yeah, develop or steal shit.
Well, whatever.
Yeah,
that's the world they all live in.
I've yet to make a Instagram video yet. I saw Sam Roberts made one where he's does pretty much a 6-second video and then stares bamboozled into the camera for another 7 or so seconds.
I enjoyed it.
It was funny.
I did enjoy it.
Yes, indeed. And what's the matter?
Oh, no,
Jimmy.
you don't have the
technical Jimmy.
Oh, you don't have the proper operating system. You gotta.
Oh no, syntax error.
Yep.
Line 3200416.
Oh boy.
I just don't know. I don't see where.
Did you update?
I'm the update kid.
No, you're not.
I think you did you hit the camera and everything, like ready to do it, and then it'll give you the option.
Look.
Oh, I don't know.
Hit the camera.
Where's the camera? I haven't done this.
It'll give you the option.
Look at that.
There it is.
There's a motion picture icon.
Fucking motion picture.
I don't know how to edit yet. I haven't really fooled around. And
what?
And Jimmy, hit this. Now you can look at yourself.
Well, I could do that on the other one.
I wasn't able to do it.
No,
I wasn't able to do it on my fucking Android.
You could backwards, forwards cam.
Yeah, I wasn't able to do that shit.
Sure.
Unless I fucked it up. Yeah, Vine's done.
Yeah.
The death knell for Vine now that Instagram has decided to do this.
That's but here's a couple of things I did hear from people saying, well, Vine as opposed to Instagram doesn't loop. Now, I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but they don't loop. Like, it won't keep playing over and over again. And sometimes that's kind of funny.
Right.
Some things do get funnier, especially if they're only 6 seconds in a loop. The more you hear it, the funnier it gets.
I bet you they'll add that as an option.
Maybe. Also,
maybe they don't want to get sued by Vine.
Also, nudity. No nudity allowed. No nudity allowed on Instagram.
Because they're a highbrow company.
Now, Vine could just turn into some smutty porno videos.
Exactly what it'll do.
They could, hey, you always win with porn. So that's one of the pluses for Vine. So.
I got a shitload of followers on Instagram overnight just because they added video. Why? Why are people all of a sudden following me?
There you're going. I want to see Greg Opie in fucking 15 seconds.
15-second sunsets.
Exactly.
Nice.
15-second sunset.
Nice. I'm very excited because I was excited about Vine, but it just didn't work on my fucking phone. And I had to stop making videos. Yeah. Because I'd make shit and then they wouldn't upload, or like I said, or wouldn't have sound. And and Instagram, I'm telling you, they're with Facebook and they're not playing. They want to fucking make a move here.
I like these little technology things we get. Something happens and everybody's all excited about it. It's wonderful times we're living in, bros.
I was talking to my buddy Buzzy. We went to the Yankees game last night. We're old friends. We've been friends.
What's he, a Muppet?
He is a Muppet.
How's that?
You know the Buzz man.
I know.
We've known each other since 18 years old, and he was talking about he's in digital media for Cox Broadcasting.
Cox.
Wait, for what company? How do I make this work? Cocksucker.
And he was saying this shit would fucking. It's like a 90-day shelf life for the most part with this social networking stuff.
Yeah.
You get a brand new thing that everyone's like, oh, fuck, I got to do this. And it lasts about 90 days, and then the next one comes along. Except for your established ones, obviously.
Instagram, yeah.
Twitter.
Twitter is amazing.
You know, but remember Foursquare? That was a big deal for a while.
That's still popular or no?
Not popular.
Oh, no.
It's anytime I see somebody posting something on Foursquare,
No.
I'm just kind of like, why are you doing that?
I mean, let's Tumblr, Pinterest, which is for the house.
Yeah.
House hen.
I was going to say, yeah.
LinkedIn.
The housewives. They love Pinterest.
Yeah, 'cause they can pin up the dresses that they like and the shoes.
Oh, fucking
and recipes.
bitches. All right, we get it.
They love it. My sister loves it.
Yeah?
Yeah, she's all about Pinterest.
I'm interested in that. Let me pin it. Pinterest.
I got to tell you, the ticket lady at Yankee Stadium, my God, man.
It's not her name.
Huh?
It's not her name.
She's the ticket lady.
I know. But
I saw her and I went, holy crap, ticket lady.
She's fantastic.
She is fantastic.
I love her.
And I promised I wouldn't beat her up on the air today.
No.
She's the ticket lady at Yankee Stadium.
Did she give you good seats?
Oh, my God.
First of all, you get the fucking whole experience.
Holy fuck. How much does that cost?
I don't know. It's fucking fantastic.
How much does it cost?
You sit down to dinner like a human being.
It's a massive all-you-can-eat restaurant that's just beautiful with Babe Ruth pictures on the wall. And I tweeted a couple pictures. The seafood area alone with the lobster tails, the
shrimp,
the crab legs, and the shrimp as big as your fucking fist.
Huge.
I've never seen so much seafood in my life in this one area.
Well, how'd you get there? You took your subway?
No, I drove because
You did?
Yeah. Ticket lady took care of some fine parking.
Yeah, I like taking the subway though.
fouls.
I take the subway. That's
Subway's
the only
easy.
place I really take the subway is the stadium. It's just so much. I hate sitting in fucking traffic when you're leaving a big event for anything. Oh yeah, look
Just
at that.
piles of fucking
And it's great
lobster
stuff.
claws.
It's like fucking
Piles.
delicious stuff. Crab meat.
Well, I want sushi.
Yeah, that's good.
And you
sushi
might
there,
think
too.
sushi at a stadium. What are you, crazy?
that is fine dining over there.
Sushi.
You get some of that fucking roast beef and shit
Yep.
on the carving board.
Look
Oh,
at that.
Maron.
Look at that. That's just the shellfish area.
It's a wall of fucking
Oh my God, look at the
shellfish.
piles.
Yeah.
I want sushi, and I'll tell you, their sushi was better than any restaurant I've been to in our area by far.
You know, to a
sushi
shrimp,
was amazing.
To a shrimp, that's like looking at fucking Nazi Germany footage
Yes.
on a mass grave.
Exactly. Oh, that's terrible.
I'd be scared to eat shrimp there, but I guess it's good.
No, I'm telling you.
All fresh, all good, really nice.
Yeah, I ate that and sushi, and
Any
I'm fine
celebs?
today.
You see any celebs in
No
there?
celebs.
Oh man, I've seen him every time I've
celebs.
gone in there. I've seen like
I was excited to see some celebs.
a lot
I
of
didn't see
media,
any.
a lot of media people I see in there.
Oh, I saw those knuckleheads.
News guys,
Gives a
yeah.
fuck.
And then I saw Giuliani
Yeah, I want to see
in there
people
one
like
day.
that.
He's just fucking standing right next to me.
Right.
Like, whoa, Giuliani. Whoa.
Ticket lady rules.
Yeah.
I love ticket
Who
lady.
they play?
I don't know.
I don't know.
The seats are so good. You're just sitting there so
You don't even
happy, and you're
care.
socializing.
You
and
don't even care.
I'm not a Yankees fan. I'm barely a Mets fan at this point.
Did Jeter play?
But are you
No.
a mixed 98.5 fan?
It was the Rays. I know who they played.
Yeah.
I left in the 8th inning, though. Who won? I don't even give a fuck.
Doesn't matter.
Then my
at that point.
GPS decided to take me through the heart of the Bronx in the middle of the fucking night.
Ugh.
Holy shit, I was a little scared.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not unreasonable, Anthony. My views might be slightly different than yours, but I'm also not a fucking idiot.
I hear you.
You know, because they wanted to get me on that Cross Bronx Expressway. I'm like, no.
Oh, boy.
So I started going south, figuring my GPS would fucking, set me up nice in a better way back to, Manhattan.
Sure.
I was on some side streets. It was fucking scary.
Yeah?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
You don't want to see Kennedy Fried Chicken ever.
Oh, boy. Yeah.
And they have a lot of Kennedy.
That's like KFC says, we ain't even going in there.
Right.
You're going to have to get the imposter.
They got Kennedy Fried Chicken like we got Starbucks on the Upper West Side. They are sprinkled about that Kennedy Fried Chicken.
I like the logo. It's a chicken with his head blown off.
Yeah. Yeah, that was the picture I took from my seats.
Ooh.
Not many people there last night.
No.
I don't know. 162 games, and I don't know.
Baseball's in a slump right now, by the way. They really are.
And isn't half the Yankees, aren't all the good players injured?
Yeah.
There's a lot of injuries, and also just baseball in general is in this big kind of slump. No one really cares. I guess Ron and Fez were talking about it yesterday. Ronnie had some really good points about how people don't really care about teams anymore. Like they're there just to be at the park and the game and stuff. But no one really cares anymore.
You go there for the social experience,
right?
Man. Yankees, Yankee Stadium is amazing. What they've done with that place.
Beautiful mall.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, restaurants.
Oh my God!
And then there's a ball game going on or something.
Right.
If you don't enjoy the game, we have activities planned.
Right. Exactly.
Well, we were talking last night. You know, I'm a pretty big hockey fan. And, you know, I was really mad when, you know, they went on strike or whatever, and then they come back and only do 50 games, which made for an amazing season because every game mattered.
More important, yeah.
And then you go to a baseball game and you're like, what? It's mid-June.
Yeah, who cares?
They're going to play till October before it starts mattering.
Yeah.
You know, how could you get up for a game like this?
Very difficult.
Especially in this day and age when we're all just like, you know, no one focuses on anything anymore.
Mm-hmm.
We're just talking about social, you know, networking and social media. It holds our attention for, what, a minute at a time, tops?
I know. We all have ADD now.
But it was great. I want to thank the ticket lady. She was amazing.
It's a fun day, and it was about nice weather and everything.
Beautiful.
So, yeah.
Beautiful.
That's why, even if you don't like, there's something just about being there and you know, seeing a game, especially when you got great seats like that.
Right.
You're able to go into the Legends little section there.
Oh, I was certainly fortunate.
And then, you know what's even good? You were there, which is good because you're right by the entrance to the Legends.
Right.
You could just walk right around.
Yeah.
So if you got to use a bathroom or you want to get a beer and the beer guy isn't around,
right.
I was just going there, go to the bar.
Right.
You get 2 fucking bottles of beer. You could piss like a human.
Right.
And you come back out to your seat.
Well, it all makes sense except for the price tag.
Well, yeah.
I have no idea, but I can't imagine it's
a lot.
It's a lot, right?
Yes.
Like a ridiculous amount of money.
Yes.
I guess I'll be billed or something. I don't know.
Oh, sure.
I don't know how it works with the ticket lady.
Sure.
I don't know how it works.
Wait, well, how much for the food, though? You pay for it there, right?
No.
All
you pay for are your alcoholic beverages, even your sodas and stuff like that, all free. So you go, it's not free, it's included in the price of the ticket.
Right.
And then you go in there, you do this buffet, you could stay in there all fucking day if you want and eat.
I could bring a gal there and say, let's go to the ball game, hun.
Oh, they would be so impressed.
We have a friend, Freddie, you know Freddie as well, who I've known since I was 18.
Uncle Freddie.
He is all about, like, teaching us how you eat at an all-you-could-eat place.
Oh, Jesus.
He's like, first of all, let's not touch the bread, fellas.
Don't fill up on that
Don't
shit.
fill up on the bread.
Right.
And then he's like, you know, in these all-you-can-eat places, you go right to the seafood, the most expensive stuff. Blow off everything else. And then during the game, he just disappears because he needs another plate of food.
So he goes downstairs.
He's one of these guys that
yeah.
loves to eat. Not a big guy, though. Not a chub.
Yeah.
But loves to eat, man. I don't know where it all goes. But he was more about, you know, hanging out there and getting another plate of food.
Yeah, loading up.
And then I tried to avoid the ice cream. And because then you go to your seats and there's coolers of ice cream.
The junk, yeah.
For free. It's self-serve.
It's amazing. It's an amazing day when you go there.
I love the ticket lady.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I got to get my ass to some games. It's just been so shitty out
I
lately.
forgot her name, but I just call her the ticket lady.
I don't want to say her name. I don't think she likes when her name is splashed out there.
Ooh,
Becky Sue.
Becky
Exactly.
Sue.
Becky Sue, the ticket
lovely
broad.
Becky Sue.
Good old Becky Sue. Oh, and then on this just matters, I guess, locally. Then I'm on the West Side Highway, and I see a little commotion up ahead. Something obviously just happened, and there's a cab like stopped in the right lane, and we get around and to watch a guy pulling a motorcycle off a dude who's just laying there, not moving.
Ow.
Would love to know what happened in that situation.
You got a little nailed.
It didn't look
huh?
good. I don't know. Yeah, obviously.
Eesh.
I don't know if he caused it or hit something else, whatever, but it looked horrible.
I know people love their motorcycles and stuff, but wow. Just not for me.
No.
It's to the people, I've said it before, people will make left turns right in front of my giant SUV because they didn't see it. It's like, never mind, a fucking motorcycle.
Crazy.
So, yeah, I like having a little steel around me.
Yeah, the guy was just laying there motionless on his back. I hope he's all right. I don't even know who it is, but Jesus.
I'll say a prayer, light a candle. God bless. God bless.
LeBron got another ring. Ugh. I don't know why that bothers me so much.
I turned that off
basketball?
27 seconds before the end.
Did you?
Yeah, I didn't care. I wasn't being a dick. No, I had other business to attend to.
Mm-hmm.
I got home and the Spurs were down 5 or 6, and it just stayed at that 5 or 6. They were down 7 points. I'm like, you know what? They're just not going to do it.
Yeah.
So I turned it off so I could get a little sleep in today.
Now, you say you're pissed that he got another ring and stuff, but truth of the matter is, you win 2 like that, doesn't it kind of justify the guy?
Yeah, of course.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, of course. you can't take it away from him.
Yeah.
It all comes back to how he left Cleveland, that's all. He had every right to go to Miami, which I've argued that point with people on Twitter, because that's their point. I'm like, yeah, I know he has every right to go to whatever fucking team he wants to for the sake of, you know, his talents and his family and all that. It was just the way he left Cleveland. When he set up that press conference, Cleveland just assumed, oh my God, he's just making a big deal to stay here.
Yeah.
And he spanked it. He spanked all those guys in Cleveland. It was a big fuck you to the city how he did it. Whatever. But of course it validates him. You know, he's got 2 championship rings now and 2 MVP awards. But he's got to get up to 5 or 6 before they start comparing him to the great one.
You need a
Jordan.
dynasty, huh? Need a little dynasty.
It's sort of a dynasty. Yeah. You know, 2 in 3 years, 2 in a row, you know. But, I mean, it was tough for him this time around. We'll see. Good for him. Whatever. Fuck.
I went to a dentist there yesterday.
I saw you
after
tweeting.
the show. Went there, had my wisdom tooth yanked. Not because it was, like, bad or anything. They'd grown in fine, and I have the other 3, and they grew in all nice and everything. But this one, for some reason, just fucking self-destructed while I was chewing on a burger and looking at Jimmy Norton. And so I went and, God damn, those fucking wisdom tooth roots. Like, I think I felt some tugging on my retina.
Oh, my God.
Holy shit. There is something that goes on when you are having a tooth pulled like that where you have to disembody yourself from what's happening to you.
Oh, my God.
You have to fucking not think about what is going on. The sounds, the fucking feelings, the movements of the dentist. You can't fucking think about it, or you'll lose your fucking mind.
You didn't have gas or anything? What did they give you?
What I did a little. I farted twice. And
Take us out, pig.
No.
Jesus.
Wow. So blatant.
Oh my.
Yeah, they shoot you up with the Novocaine. I like the local anesthesia. I'm not fucking, you know, one
what I
for
would take, yeah.
give me the gas or fucking, you know, if you ask, they'll even fucking put an IV in you and you'll be out, totally out. But I'm just like,
really?
Yeah.
A dentist?
Yes, for well,
That's
it's not.
scary.
It's an oral surgeon.
Oh yeah.
They have an anesthesiologist?
Yeah, they got the whole deal.
Oh.
If you're like, you know, I cannot do this under local, you could get a general and they'll fucking, you know, put an IV and you'll sit there and yeah, even the chair that you're in, it's got that the flat board armrest with the Velcro strap. So
wow.
You know, oh yeah.
Propofol?
Some people can't take
They'll
it.
propofol your
I don't
ass?
know what it is. Probably.
The Michael Jackson juice?
Yeah, because like I said, some people, if you can't put your mind in another place when that shit's going on, it's literally like you're painlessly being tortured. Sounds odd,
God.
you know, like torture needs the pain, but the mental aspect of the sounds and what's happening, you're hearing shit snapping in your fucking head. He's like, you might hear some crunching. And then there's these metal instruments. Your mouth is open so wide, and the corner of your mouth is being pulled back. Like, that hurt more than... He Novocaine's your tooth, but it doesn't Novocaine the corner, the little webbing in the corner of your mouth.
Right.
And there's metal pulling on it. Like, back. It's like, all right, that's fucking uncomfortable. And then he's making these clanging and screwing in noises and stuff. And then you hear this... and then it went... and snapped like a bone breaking. And then he's drilling. I guess he's got to drill a hole up into the roots. And then he takes this self-tapping screw thing, screws it into the root. And then you feel him like
Like, you know when you get a corkscrew and the cork is a little tight?
Right.
And you're pulling, but you can't just yank it.
Right.
You got to do that slow, steady pressure.
Or the cork will fall apart.
Right. He's doing that to the roots in my teeth. It was, so you got to sit there and kind of be like, all right, this is happening, but I'm not feeling it, so it doesn't matter. Holy fuck.
Your face isn't swollen.
No.
Does it hurt?
Yeah, I have some fucking I have some fucking drugs that's in my
some vitamin V,
some Vicodin.
Vitamin V.
A little Vicodin. I took one of those last night with a little glass of wine. It was nice.
Are you supposed to do that?
Nice. Yeah, it's on the bottle. It says take with glass of wine.
That's a good combination.
And then drive.
I've never had Vicodin.
I have.
Is it good?
I wouldn't say
it's not all that good. It's all right.
Why do people get addicted to it?
I might take one, as a matter of fact. It does hurt. Like, I feel it.
Are you going to be all loopy?
My throat hurts, too. It's like
I'm sure.
The right half of my throat when I swallow hurts, and then the side of my mouth, like where he was fucking tugging. And
so wait, is this the tooth that fell apart, so they're not fixing it? They got rid of it?
No, they yanked it.
Gotcha.
It was a wisdom tooth. It was split right up the middle.
Oh, my God.
Yeah. Yeah. And then he said, the root was so long, it went up into your sinuses. He goes, so now there's like a hole that's got to close up between your sinuses and the hole in your fucking gum now.
Did they show you the tooth?
No, it was in pieces.
But I would love to see the root of a tooth like that.
So he says so he goes, so now, and you know how much I love to blow my fucking nose. He goes, you can't blow your nose. So here's some Afrin. So shove some Afrin in your fucking nose
For how
every
long?
so often. A couple of days.
Is that because the blood is trying to clot?
No, the pressure of blowing will blow some fucking air and snot and shit down through my tooth.
Jesus.
I guess. Through the hole until the hole closes up.
I'm wondering, because you can't smoke either. That's how you dry sock it.
Well, they don't like that, any kind of suction.
Right,
so using a straw or smoking isn't good for the opening there. It kind of pulls things out.
Yeah, that's when you dry sock it, which I think on the bottom is worse because it's harder for the blood to I guess coagulate or whatever happens to happen on the bottom. I think that is your top or bottom one out?
It's top.
I think it's a little easier to heal.
Top passenger side.
Yeah.
Bam.
I think those are easier.
Yeah. It's
Jesus Christ.
It's not a fun thing. And then that whole, make sure you chew on the opposite side. I'm like, I'm not even going to bother eating.
Right.
This is a hassle. This is a hassle.
Can we make today Vicodin and Donut Day?
Vicodin and Donut Day. You know, Sam Roberts, I know you don't like me.
Oh, sweetie.
Criminy.
Don't check your Twitters.
Oh, look at that. Dry socket.
No.
That's what I call my wife. Very funny. Jersey Mike.
Yeah, that's sexist.
Bravo.
Online feed is down. Don't check your Twitter. People are really mad.
What happened?
Again, it's down?
People have been calling, we know.
How do...
Yumping Yehoshaphat.
The guys here I know bring the message and try to get... It's not this building.
Yeah.
Don't they farm that out to another company? Or however they do it?
I like to think that there's a lot of people using it and it's crashing it. That's how it makes me feel better. Because it seems like ours is one of the only ones that crashes.
But it shouldn't they have fixed that already?
Or is the whole app
I think the
crashing?
whole app is not working today.
My Vicodin. No, that's the penicillin. They gave me penicillin.
Right.
So, there it is. All right.
You're taking one now?
Yeah, let's take a little Vicodin.
Yeah, let's pop a Molly.
Let's pop a Molly.
All right,
Who's with me?
You gonna be a little loopy?
Nah. I'm fine. I know how to handle my drugs.
Yeah.
Jesus.
I'm on it.
Yeah.
And we got any weed?
Are you done with the dentist now?
Mm-mm.
Oh.
That was phase 1.
Jesus.
I'm in a lot of phases.
Right.
I got to go back to the regular dentist. That was the oral surgeon. He's just there to yank shit out or fucking root canal shit. And he's just right upstairs from the other dentist, so it's not like you got to go all over what they call hell's creation. So now I go and I have all the amalgam replaced in my mouth. Those are all those ancient fillings that they used fucking like heavy water and fucking uranium in your fucking teeth and fucking toxins and dioxin. Yeah, so all those, she just drills them out, shoves the nice white shit in there, and
that's kind of a pain in the ass. I had that done.
Yeah, it is.
That's not going to be fun either.
No, it's not fun. And then I probably need a few more new crowns. All the crowns and stuff that I have in my yap, they're all from like the early 90s. Wow. But they've hung in there. They're pretty good. But I'm going to have all those replaced. And then, Opie, not to frighten you. I know you're very frightened of this.
No, don't do it. I can't.
I know you're very frightened of this. I'm not getting caps. I'm not getting implants. Although fucking nice B cup or C would look great on me.
Fuck yeah.
I'm not gonna. You're supposed to go, what do you mean would look? But I'm thinking. I'm considering.
False teeth.
No.
Oh boy.
Veneers. These things are ultra thin. Things that they go over the front of your teeth. They adhere. They're permanent. They go over the fronts, so they match the line of your teeth and everything, and it just covers up, any irregularities, staining,
so
things
you're gonna come in
that.
here with really white teeth one day?
No, because they also make it the natural color, of healthy, nice teeth.
No, get picket fence white.
You want that?
Get 1950s movie star white.
Oh God, no.
Yes.
We see those celebrities when they come in. They look ridiculous.
The best.
It looks good if you're on TV or whatever, but when you're walking around, you look like an idiot.
I'll be like to my dentist, could I have the Nimoy, please? I want the Nimoy.
You're going to have hair plugs and dentures?
Oh, Jesus.
Wow.
Sam, they're not plugs, first of all.
Wow.
These are individual follicles placed artistically in the natural direction your hair grows. And I've had them for years now, okay? And they're not dentures. These are laminants. They're right over the front. Beautiful. People that have them, you wouldn't even know they have them. So
How long will this take, this whole process?
Oh, my God, probably 22 years.
Oh, see, that's a little shorter than I thought. I thought like a year per tooth.
No, I would think with everything that need be done, it's probably going to take a few months, to complete everything. Because I probably, with the caps and stuff and everything else in there, the mechanics of it before
I think a lot of people are surprised that you need this much work done in your mouth.
Well, it's not crazy.
You had the means to take care of your teeth all these years.
You know what?
You're all in.
Because I always need this incentive, something to happen. This tooth cracking gets me into the dentist office. Once I'm in there, then it's like, all right, let's roll with it. Let's go. But before that, I would just sit, be like, all right, this is okay.
We got a guy that has false teeth.
Oh, my God.
Let's say hi to Greg in New Hampshire. Greg, you got the false teeth, huh?
No, I got veneers.
Yeah, the false teeth.
Right, the dentures.
The dentures.
They're not dentures.
What can Anthony expect with dentures, Greg?
All right, hold on. This is either, no, they're very cool, or blah, 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 or this will be horror story guy. Yeah. But then no matter what it is, it'll be followed up by the call that says, that guy that called about veneers, he's full of shit. That doesn't happen. It isn't the case.
Don't you worry. One of the next two phone calls will be on your side.
Exactly.
And the other one will be completely against it. Right.
Exactly.
Greg, go ahead.
So, false teeth, you take them out at night, you put them on a nightstand. Like, my teeth don't come out of my head.
Exactly.
So my teeth were crooked, and I had, not thalidomide.
They robbed people.
The other one, I had tetracycline, so my teeth were kind of stained from that. No matter what you do to try to whiten them, it doesn't work. So I killed two birds with one stone, and I had
cruel.
And I'll tell you what, it's the best thing I've ever done. So they kind of take about a millimeter off the front of your teeth, and they put temporary veneers on there. They make a cast.
Uh-oh.
What do you mean they take a millimeter off?
They kind of...
They have to shave your teeth down?
Well, the fronts to get a nice adhering surface.
Oh, that's not going to hurt.
No, well, it doesn't hurt.
No. It has to hurt, them scraping a little bit of your...
No, as long as they don't get to the pulp.
Oh, fuck me. No way.
I like my teeth with pulp.
Yeah, just a millimeter.
Yeah. A silly millimeter longer.
I'm sure this is
a silly millimeter longer. Yes, that was Benson and Hedges, I think.
Oh, good for you.
So with the veneer...
good for
Stop bragging. How do you know that? It's not even fun anymore. It's frustrating.
I don't know.
How does your brain work? It's weird.
Terrible.
This is how Liberace started, by the way.
Is it?
Yeah, shaving down the teeth a little bit.
I got my veneers. Do you like them? Do you like them, everyone?
Couple hair plugs. Fast forward. He's got the false teeth and the,
I'm going to make Sam Roberts.
And the young lover.
I'm going to make Sam Roberts get fucking corrective surgery. And
to look like you.
Fucking hair and fucking laminates.
Oh, God. Wait, which intern would get plastic surgery to look like us? How cool
my
would
God,
that be?
That would be cool. All of our interns
Even
now
some of the
have
old
to.
interns. Cream Pie might do it.
Jones would do it.
Because he has to change his image anyway to get a job.
Right.
Because of the videos that are out there.
Do you put the veneers in a cup of water when you go to bed?
No, see, they're permanently adhered to your teeth. These aren't false teeth.
Hold on.
They don't come out.
Hold on. Here comes the call. Tom in Texas. Tom.
And when you're doing the veneers, my mom used to be a dental assistant, so when I was a kid, it was every last little experiment on her teeth and everything. But on the veneers on your front teeth, the problem with that is that since it's a biting surface, they have to actually wrap the veneer back around the back of your tooth. Otherwise, if it's just on the front,
right,
eventually it'll pop that thing off.
Right.
And yeah, so just make sure they do that, okay? But
all right,
I assume, yeah, they know what they're doing, and
they know how to fix veneers.
Veneer.
Without that, how would Vin hear anything?
Yo, what happened with the Ricky Gervais yesterday?
Fucking Instagram that.
Yeah,
you're wasting good stuff.
What happened to Ricky Gervais yesterday?
Oh, my God.
And why are people giving us shit because we left at 10 o'clock?
You guys fucking blew Gervais off again? You're fucking lazy.
Well,
you left early again? No.
We might have. This might be the third time we've left on Ricky Gervais. It's just worked out that way.
But, first of all, I blame Roland.
Well, he's not going to be happy with that.
I
Why
blame
would you do
Roland.
that on a Friday?
Because Roland never told Ricky that this show fucking ends at 10.
Why wouldn't he tell people that?
Because then they would be like, oh, I don't want to do another show. I want the Opie and Anthony show. And then they might not come on, or he doesn't want to seem like he's getting a second-rate show. No offense.
None taken.
All right. But he wasn't told. So the past couple of times when either me or you or both of us have not been here during his interview for him.
Mostly for him.
Yeah, because
it's mostly happened for him.
Because he only books after 10.
This is, I think, the third time we weren't here.
But yeah, I think what happens is he goes, yeah, I'll come at 10. And then Roland goes, okay, yeah, sounds good.
Okay, good. That's good.
Man.
That's good, Lee.
Roland's going to be
well, this is the fact.
Pissed.
What are we going to do? Why is he going to get mad at the fact of the matter? The fact that he's booking people at 10 and not telling them that it's not the Opie and Anthony show after 10. So Gervais comes in. He sits down.
Wait, by the way, it was a last-minute booking.
Yeah.
And I have to just defend myself. I went and got an MRI yesterday on this stupid shoulder that's killing me.
And I was absolutely, and I even said to Jimmy, I'm like, I'm fucking staying. I want to see the other day. And then the only opportunity I would get after this tooth thing cracked on me was to go into yesterday at 11. So
And Ricky also knew he could have come in today, too. Like, Roland said he almost switched to today.
Well, we should get the facts out there, because then we felt bad yesterday.
Of course.
And Roland goes, well, would you guys stay late tomorrow, meaning today, Friday? I'm like, yes, of course, but I can't blow off this MRI. Yeah. I've been dealing with a horrible shoulder for about 6 months, finally decided to do something about it. Yeah. I go, yeah, we'll stay late Friday then. It'll work out for everybody. But then Ricky decided, no, I got to do Thursday. Yeah.
So he comes in, and believe me, he is in the complete competent hands of Jim Norton and Sam Roberts. I listened to the interview. It was great. I got into the whole thing of freedom of speech and censorship and how comedians have these rules now that they have to adhere to that other people don't. It was a fascinating interview. It was very good. Very well done. But early on the interview, it was just, let's bash Opie and Anthony for not being here on their own show.
But he really, honestly, he wasn't angry.
I know.
Oh, okay,
I could tell.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Now,
you should read your Twitter feed, because people didn't.
Right.
A lot of people didn't pick up up on the vibe that he wasn't actually angry.
Unbelievably
That's what amazes me.
People.
Well, they're dopes.
Couldn't figure it out.
Thank you. Say
Did you
it.
hear the laugh
Please
he
say
gave
it.
when Anthony called in? That wasn't a fake laugh.
Yeah.
It was.
People were writing, "Whoa, Ricky's
Gervais
giving you
pissed.
two a beating," and they meant it too.
Morons.
Dopes.
Morons.
They're just
idiots.
dopes.
And the fact that most people on the internet are fucking morons was also a topic of conversation
Yes,
yesterday.
exactly. I heard that too. So Ricky's talking about how, why do we get paid what we get paid when we're not even here?
Well, we
don't even
question
show up
that.
for
I questioned that many times.
We don't stay for our own show. It was like Ricky was going off. It was hilarious. So I'm driving home.
And Jim and I defended you guys.
Oh, yeah.
You son of a bitch didn't stick up for us?
We did. They were agreeing with Ricky.
Oh, we couldn't have
completely.
agreed faster and harder.
Wow.
Selling us out horribly.
These two threw us under the bus.
Oh, yeah, believe me.
We didn't throw you under the bus, but I would say Sam grabbed your hands and I held your feet while the bus passed over you.
Over and over again.
Yes.
Can you back up a few more
the
times,
Ricky
please?
Gervais Express, the local. It was funny. So I'm driving home and I'm listening. And I'm just like, no, I can't. Look, it's funny and all, but I want to set this record straight.
Yeah.
So I call up, I get on the phone, and I tell Ricky, by the way, our show ended. You're on another show. We didn't leave early. We didn't fucking blow you off. You're booking your time here when our show is over. And then I kind of put an example to him. I'm like, you don't get an invitation to go on The Tonight Show with Jay Leno and tell Jay he's got to stay late to do the show because you're coming an hour after he fucking,
But you did it in a Ricky Gervais British accent.
Of course I did.
Where's this clip? I want to hear it.
I had to.
We have this clip?
Hang on, I'm looking for it.
What are you doing?
Hang on, I'm looking for it.
He rock. Well, he was there for an hour,
and
so that's
Ricky
a lot to go
had,
through.
Ricky he was laughing. I understood, and it was all in fun. The guy's fucking great.
Yeah.
He's and believe me, no offense to you two, but I'm certain he could sit here with a cinder block and a gardening tool and still be as fascinating.
No, why would we be upset about that?
No offense.
No offense.
But wow.
Two retards. Absolutely.
And did.
Yes, exactly. Ricky's just fucking
Wow,
great.
they did our jobs yesterday, and that's what you're...
I know.
Wow.
I know.
That's the thanks they get.
That's the thanks they
wow.
get.
Wow.
He gave a really good. I think he's my favorite guest. I mean,
absolutely.
He
He's
can talk
great.
about anything.
Yeah, he's honest.
And I knew you would enjoy talking about that because on Twitter he's really. Again, for a guy who's being talked about to host the Oscars,
right?
He's fairly.
He's pretty fearless.
He kind of says whatever he wants, and
has real opinions on things.
He has real opinions, whether they're whatever they are.
And his take on it is the fact that, like, hey, if I'm being honest, they can't really do anything to me.
Yeah.
Like, and sometimes that gets dangerous, because you could think your honesty is just being honest. Meanwhile, you're offending people.
He had sorry to interrupt you. He had the best line I've heard in our free speech. I wish I'd come up with the line.
Oh, yeah.
It was
collateral damage.
Offense, yes, is the collateral damage of free speech.
Yes.
I thought, what a fucking great way to phrase that.
And
Very
it is.
nice.
Sure, some people are going to get hit with some shrapnel.
I should have that tattooed. The
speech.
first letters of each one of those tattooed on me with a period at the end.
I hope it spells douche.
Wow. We got the phone call.
All right, good.
Oh, okay.
Let's go to the phone call that Anthony just described.
Yeah. Uh-oh. E-Rock comment? Oh.
We have a phone call.
Oh, really?
Anthony. Anthony's on the phone.
Is he really?
Yeah. Anthony, welcome to the show, the Opie and Anthony show.
Hi, very nice to speak to you. Ricky Gervais.
Hi, boss.
Have you on the program today? I'm driving and I'm listening to this. And Ricky doesn't seem to understand. First of all, we've been there for our show.
Oh.
You book yourself to our show after our show's over.
Oh, really?
I would love to see you do that. Like, hello, Jay Leno. Yeah, that's how I'm making until like midnight. So maybe.
No. So what are your hours then? So this.
I'll stay a little later. I'll come on your show then. Like you'll be a fucking undedicated wanker if you're not there when I show up.
So what's your actual hours then of your show?
6 to 10.
So I always come on at the end of your show. So I always just think you've left. Oh, that's amazing. Oh, I feel that I owe you an apology.
You keep booking yourself after our show's over. Oh, hello, Jimmy Kimmel. Yeah, what time's your show over? I'll drop on by.
Oh, that's amazing. Oh, so I should... What time should I... So I should get her at 9 next time then, should I?
That would be perfect. Tell Ricky 9 would be great.
And I didn't mean those things at all, boss. I mean, I'm hoping the tooth is fixed and you're healthy and right as Dodgers for this after.
Oh, Christ almighty, you got me laughing my balls up. All right, have fun, Ricky. I'll see you next time.
See you later.
Maybe I'll stay after school and I'll get to see you.
See you about 9:45 next time. We'll have a good time. Cheers,
right,
bye.
See you. All right.
That's great.
That's it?
Yeah,
That's funny.
He and then they
That's
went
really
into,
funny.
and then you guys got on Roland a little bit, which was nice. I like the fact they're like, well, the fact is, Roland doesn't tell these people that the show ends at 10.
You're putting Roland in a bad mood.
Hey, this is what it is. If Roland wants to get in a bad mood, I'm sorry. I love Roland. He knows that. But this is what it is. And I'm not getting on Roland. It's just what he's done. How could Ricky Gervais not know the hours of the Opie and Anthony show when he's booking himself at 10 or saying he could come in at 10 and doesn't know the show is over at 10? Who is supposed to relay that to Ricky Gervais? Hi, I want to come on at 10. Hello, I'd like to come on at 10. And you're told, okay. Instead of, well, the show ends at 10, but we do have Jim Norton could stay, and we have Sam Roberts for the Opie and Anthony after show.
And we've stayed.
Yeah,
we've stayed plenty of times past 10 for guests.
Or if you come in at 9 or 9:30, the guys will be there, but the show ends at 10. How does he not know that? Someone didn't tell him. Who's supposed to tell him? Roland. That's all I'm saying.
Oh, boy.
It's not a bad thing against Roland.
Logically, it makes sense, but Opie's right on this one.
Is he? Is Roland going to be mad at me?
Yeah, he's not going to be happy.
Because he digests that much differently.
Yeah, in his
mind,
mind,
he's going to take that very
How is he going to
personally.
take it in his mind?
It's just how Roland works, man.
After hearing this,
yeah,
he believes now that the president of this company is going to listen to that and going to think that Roland is terrible at his job. You've cost him every promotion he'll ever get.
Oh, no.
Has Roland seen the results we get by bitching? Nothing. No one
Yeah,
listens.
don't worry about it.
We're yelling into a vacuum. Only we hear it.
It really is amazing.
Yeah.
Nothing gets...
It's just amazing.
Nothing gets done.
Oh, boy. Well...
There was a little cool video, too. Ooh. There was Ricky and I chatting about the
First
free
Amendment?
speech, yes.
Oh, yeah.
And every time I go to talk, it's edited.
What?
I don't like the way Sam edits these videos.
Oh, he edited you right out,
Look,
huh?
if I was the one editing it, it probably would have said Ricky Gervais with Jim Norton and Sam Roberts, as opposed to Ricky Gervais with Jim Norton.
Who the fuck edited this?
I understand they were just featuring Ricky.
All
But it's
in the
like,
editing.
I see my mouth get ready to move, and then it just kind of fades into more Ricky. I'm like, what am I, what am I, just 2 ears?
Well, I mean, the video's doing very well, 2,500 views.
The listeners want to know how they could get that feature on the radio.
We should play this, actually. Go backwards. Backwards.
How long is it?
It's 5 minutes, 6 minutes.
Jesus.
Well, we could play it into break.
Could do that. He is very good.
And then Ricky Gervais is officially on the regular show.
The interview is...
He's made it.
He's made it to the regular show.
The interview is great, man. Talking about the rape jokes and context of comedy and stuff. He really is a smart guy when it comes to knowing the audience, and he's very savvy.
Did he play?
What?
Did he play?
Yeah, he did play.
Oh, I
what
missed
song
that
did he
part.
do?
I had gotten home.
Free Love on the Free Love Highway.
He started playing that. He didn't know the guitar was for him. We started talking. We were
Free
with him
Love
for an
on the
hour.
Free Love Highway.
It's amazing.
We fucking literally forgot to tell him the guitar was there, and I didn't get to any of my questions.
Did he make some faces?
No, I was just sitting here. Me and Sam didn't say a word because I'm like, I'm sitting next to David Brent while he fucking sings Free Love.
How great is that?
Did he do the whole song?
No, he did like the whole first verse, and I wanted to so badly in the middle go like, she's dead, like Gareth did. But I'm like, then I couldn't interrupt him, and then he just kind of stopped and started laughing. And,
wow. We got to get that clip up,
yeah, let's hear
Gareth
that too.
doing the background vocals.
That's what I kind of wanted. She's dead. She's not dead. Well,
Yeah.
That's fucking great.
Well, let's play that, too.
Yeah, I don't know why they didn't post that clip. I mean, we
Because
told them
they're
to post both.
Shit.
I have no patience anymore for this shit.
I understand. Believe
I mean, I love doing this. Don't get me wrong, but I have no patience for what the nonsense that goes on down the hall.
By the way, when we return, I would love to briefly discuss. I am now a conspiracy theorist.
Oh right, yes, indeed.
On one event.
On one.
Not all events, right? There's a difference.
Yeah.
You got to pick and choose, I think.
Yeah, I think you can.
Well, some of these guys, they can't. They have to to think conspiracy on everything that happens.
That's why they're idiots. Yeah.
That's why I was trying to help you out there.
Yeah, only on this one.
On this one thing, you're questioning things, right?
Yes.
Ricky booked for Opie and Anthony.
Yeah.
It says right on the video, a discussion with Jim Norton on After O&A.
There you go.
There you go.
So why don't we play this clip first, and then we'll play him doing a song.
You can get the song.
Eric,
yeah, I'm looking for it.
Well,
shut up.
Okay, here's the...
All right, we go to break with this from yesterday. Jimmy and Sam did a great job with Ricky Gervais. A little taste of the interview.
You're great on Twitter, man. I love the fact that as famous as you are and as big as your career is, like you don't worry about saying the wrong thing, and you don't. I love that you.
As long as you're honest, you can't be held accountable, really. In that Tosh, what's his name? The
Daniel Tosh.
Yeah, I didn't know about the joke or anything. It was raging, and people were asking me, "What do you think about Daniel?" I said, "What's happened?" Said, "Rape joke. It should be rape joke. You should never joke." I said, "Well, it depends what the joke is." Like, no, of course it doesn't. You should never rape. And then someone sent me a tweet, and she said, "I will laugh at a rape joke the day I know that no one in that audience has been raped." And I just tweeted back, "What a strange door policy."
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
Two, please. Certainly, that's. Can I just ask you a question? Have you been raped? I have, yeah. You can't come in. No.
It's a policy. It's
no,
not
because there's a woman at the front, and she's only going to laugh if she knows that no one in the audience has been raped.
That was a great one. Yeah, I remember that very specifically. But what an ass she is to say that, because that means you won't laugh at a drunk driving joke, or you won't laugh at a pedophile joke,
right,
or you won't laugh at any type of domestic violence reference.
What is a rape joke? You know, I wouldn't. You know, I don't find rape funny.
It's not. It's terrible.
It's terrible. It's one of the worst, heinous things. But there's so many levels to get.
I mean, technically, the door policy joke is a rape joke.
Well, if that's exactly.
I think.
Yeah, exactly.
Sure, right?
I think so.
Yeah.
I think they mean the subject of rape,
sure,
as opposed to. You know, again, if you're laughing at someone who's been raped, that's not a joke.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's just you're a horrible, nasty. But I don't find it funny. There are some people that would find it funny, but they're serial killers and rapists.
Right.
Okay. And the thing is, again, stupid people treat jokes about bad things with the same fear and loathing as intelligent people treat the actual bad thing, and they're not related. You know, a joke about that's what humour's for. To get us over bad things. That's exactly what, evolutionarily speaking, a humour is. So it gets us over bad shit. If you can't joke about bad shit, there's no point joking about good shit.
Yeah, because it's already happening.
We don't
already
need
feels
it.
good.
It's already good. Yeah.
Everyone likes a balloon. Who gives a shit?
It's like laughter is this drug that cures bad shit. Is a drug here. It cures good shit. I don't want that. I like good shit. Yeah. I want something that cures bad shit. Well, laughter's the best medicine. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
There's a real self-centeredness that comes with it, and a self-importance about what I feel is appropriate, and what you feel is appropriate is not. And I'm the arbiter of that.
Well, they don't like a comedian having this superpower of freedom of speech and exercising it so well.
Right.
They can't stand it. Yesterday, someone tweeted me, "There is a cure for cancer. It is called praying." And I sent back, "Your application for chief of oncology at this hospital has not been successful." Right?
Sure.
Okay. So that's a clear joke about how stupid it would be if we took praying as a cure for cancer seriously, as opposed to all that stuff that cures cancer that we've researched, right? Someone gets involved saying, "Oh, So you're laughing at the fact there's no cure for cancer? No. I'm laughing at you because you're a stupid fucking idiot.
Right.
So you don't get what I was saying. Basically, he's angry on false pretenses.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've had it happen to me. Someone in the paper has said, look at this terrible joke, and they've done the joke, and it's wrong. They've got the joke wrong. It's so important.
Yeah.
Every aspect of a joke is important. The syntax, the semantics, the rhyming, sometimes even some of the visual aid that comes with it. Taken out of context, it's the better the joke, the more fragile it is. Some people are genuinely angry and they don't know why everyone doesn't find the same things wrong as they do.
Yeah.
Then they just want a retweet. Then they just don't like you. Then they just want to say something because no one listens to them.
Yeah.
Ever. That's often
An excuse to be heard, absolutely.
An excuse to be heard. They are frustrated that they're not heard like we are, that they haven't got that platform. I did a show in Madison Square Garden, okay? So a lot of people, I did jokes about race, the Holocaust, and Frank jokes.
Oh, no.
Paedophile jokes, everything. I got a letter from a society saying, oh, we loved your show, we found it, we were very disappointed at the joke about Anne Frank, right? And I said, but you understood the satire behind the famine joke, the paedophile joke, the racist joke. You understood that because it wasn't your thing.
Right.
But you can't get over your thing. You think, well, why is... You know, I'm the same with some things. I don't like certain jokes about certain things because I can't get over them emotionally. You know, I don't... but I've got to keep that quiet. I've just got to... You know, you've got to take the rough with the smooth, you know?
And you can understand on that intellectual level that if their intent here, and here was not malicious, here it probably wasn't malicious either.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Just because you don't like that being brought up doesn't mean that this guy was trying to hurt your feelings.
No, exactly, and that's what it feels like. That's what offence feels like. Offence feels that, why is he having a go at me? And you've got to step back from that and go, well, he's not having a go at me.
He doesn't even know you.
Yeah. Pretty girl on the hood of a Cadillac, yeah. She's broken down on Freeway 9. I take a look and get her engine started. Leave her purring and I roll on by. Bye-bye. Free love on the free love freeway. The love is free. The freeway is long. I got some hot love on the hot love highway. Ain't going home 'cause my baby's gone. She's gone. So, again, not a comedy song, but it's a song about Brent going across America. He's never been...
In the context of what it's in, because he's singing this song like he's this touring musician.
Of course, yeah.
And he couldn't be further from
and
it.
It's just such a ridiculous fantasy of, like, breaking down, you know... yeah. So,
She's dead. She's not dead.
The Opie and Anthony Show.
Everybody knows where you go when the sun goes down.
Yay. Not this again.
I wasted my time when I would try. 'Cause when the lights have lost their glow, you cry.
Cry.
Soon your sugar daddies will all
Johnny Cash.
be gone.
Cry.
You wake up some
You turned me on to this one, I think.
find you're alone. You'll call for me, but I'm gonna tell you bye. When I turn around and walk away, you'll cry.
He rocks song when he's drunk.
Fucking crybaby.
Wow.
Stick your head in bubble gum.
Where you send it?
United States Navy.
United. Of course.
58 years ago today, Johnny Cash, Cry. First single.
Oh,
it all started with this for Johnny Cash, huh?
Oh, is that what the...
And not so much with the Johnny Cash, right?
I have a great deal of respect for the man. But as far as really liking a lot of his music, no. Few songs, very good. But no, not a big fan.
You got to spend some time with Johnny Cash.
No, I don't think
at
I
the
do.
Compound. Yeah, I think you might.
Really?
Yeah.
Exhume him?
Yay!
Good morning, Jackie. How are you today?
What?
Great. You look lovely.
What is going on?
What,
Huh?
Sam?
He said you're going yay when the food comes in. He's saying good morning, Good morning, Jackie.
With his little Kumia voice.
Oh, wait, you don't like fucking Shy Anthony? Hi. When Anthony kind of curls it on himself. Hi, Jackie.
What, Sam? I'm a little tired.
I love cute, cuddly Anthony.
Yeah. But I don't understand Sam's observation here. I'm a little tired. I only got like 4 hours sleep because I kind of did it up a little bit last night at the Yankees game, and now I'm happy that my oatmeal's here.
Yeah, but whenever any other intern would walk in, you'd be, oh, who are you?
Or you point and just point where they should put it. No acknowledgement.
Getting annoyed when they even come into the room.
Who are you?
That's the truth of the matter. Is I would just get annoyed when they walked in the room.
Right, and you'd ignore them because you didn't know their names.
Well, now here comes the wiggle. Wiggle, 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 wiggle.
We do have the cutest interns. I'll put them up against any interns.
Fucking, really? Even against Liam's interns? Oh.
Yeah, Liam gets really good interns.
Fucking Liam.
Yeah.
I think he
Really?
goes to Ford Modeling and just snatches them on the way out. Hey, you have great tits. You want to work with me?
Wow,
Remember
really?
the curly hair,
Yes.
blonde hair girl?
That was
that
Liam's.
one of his?
Yes.
All right, look.
Liam's got
And-
something going on.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they don't exactly hire brainiacs. Yesterday, Liam's intern was waiting with us somewhere, and she said that she didn't get starstruck, so don't worry, but she got a picture with that guy from The Office who she can't remember his name.
Oh, no.
Really?
Ricky, the guy who...
That's great.
But Hits One,
Yeah.
I don't know what they did. And I know it's a dude that hires their interns.
Oh,
oh, boy.
They have an office full of cute girl interns.
A gaggle?
They have like 5 of them. There's no way there's that much
5?
work. Yeah, there's tons of them.
I don't see them.
When
Where
do
are
they come in?
They come in like after you guys leave.
I might have to stay late.
Yeah. Yeah.
I thought the show ended at 10.
Well, you know what? Sometimes we should do a little more around here. That's
think
what
so?
I'm thinking. Perhaps I should stay a little later. Yeah, do a little show
I
prep.
like your attitude.
But I do like that we've joined
like
the
it.
ranks. It's like
Yeah.
Liam's interns, Hits One interns. Those are always the cute interns.
Yeah.
Now O&A has joined those ranks.
Yeah. The Onion did a funny little piece on interns and how it's like the story was based around the fact that all interns are, it's like, and it was the headline, like, all interns are cute 22-year-olds. Yeah, it was pretty fucking funny.
I want to do a cartoon for the interns. You know who would do a really funny cartoon for the interns? Doonesbury. Where it would be,
Doonesbury.
oh, hilarious!
Oh,
There'd
boy.
be 2 interns talking. Yeah, I'm here to intern, and I'm going to work, and I'm going to work on getting my my degree in radio, so I can come here and get a job. And then the next one will be the intern just talking to the old gruff guy. He'd be like, "Coffee, please," and then the intern would go, "Okay," and that's how the cartoon would end.
That would be
good.
a terrific cartoon.
Yeah.
That's good.
I miss when you used to
read the
cartoons.
funny papers.
Oh, God, I love that.
My throat.
Read the funny paper.
Funny papers.
I never used to get Doonesbury. I'd read it and it'd be like,
stinks.
I was never a Doonesbury guy.
Stinks.
like, did you hear what the
Fuck that.
president did today? What? Well, he raised taxes on the middle class. Oh, that's freaky. And that would be it. And I'm like,
Where's the joke?
I don't
It's
get
terrible.
it.
It's fucking
Where's
terrible.
the twist? Where
Yes,
anything,
nothing was
please.
stupid.
Cry, cry, cry.
All right, listen.
Yeah.
Anyway, Jimmy, you said you want to talk about something?
Yes.
A conspiracy thing?
Oh, right.
Yeah, I have a. I've watched this Flight 800 documentary, and I know all the people on Twitter are hitting me up going, the official explanation. I know. I used to do a bit on the official explanation. I believed it. With the fucking, they said the front of the plane, it was a center fuel tank explosion, sparked, and then the plane blew off, and then what people saw going up was the plane rising for 4 more thousand feet because the engines weren't affected because the front of the plane flew off. So people that thought they saw something rising was either a reflection off the water of something falling, or was the fucking fuselage rising for 4 more thousand feet.
And
I
of
know
course,
all
this
that.
is Flight 800 that,
Yes, of course,
blew
over
up
Long
over Long Island, right?
But I know eyewitness accounts can be
17
flawed.
years ago, by the way.
I know. It's
Wow.
fucking, I cannot believe it's that long, 96. But I know eyewitness accounts can be wrong.
Yeah.
But when I listen to these people describing...
Who are these people?
Just local witnesses in Long
Okay.
Island, regular folks. And I listened to them describing the treatment they got from the FBI.
Yeah.
And what they saw. And the official explanation. And I just believed what they said.
Yeah?
Sometimes when people are talking... And then they're like, well, the explanation said... And the guy's like, no, I saw it. It came up from behind the house, and it zigzagged, and it curved, and it hit it. And there's certain radar images that they finally had to sue for everything. Like, this is what drives you crazy.
Yeah.
Is they had to sue for every bit of information, like radar information and all this stuff under Freedom of Information Act.
Well, when the FBI is doing the investigating, obviously they're going to classify a lot of stuff. For what reason, I don't know, but it's not just the NTSB, it's the fucking FBI. And when you have something that they're not sure if it was terrorism or not, obviously the FBI is going to get involved.
Sure.
So, you know, it's not out of the realm of reason that they would handle an investigation that way.
But when you see what was classified, like the speed at which some of the debris shot off, there were certain things that I was like, ugh. And again, I know a lot of this has logical explanations, but the eyewitness accounts of a lot of different people that were out that night that saw something going up into the air, and none of them were called to testify. Like that, really, there's certain things that really bothered me about it, and I just didn't like the way. I don't know what the motive of that would be.
What the motive would be. Also, you cannot like the way the investigation's handled, not like the way they followed up with the witnesses and whatnot.
Sure.
And that doesn't necessarily mean that there's some kind of sinister
Absolutely not.
plot happening. Also, the lead up to it, the fact that it was on the runway for a while.
Yeah.
You know, all that lead up stuff, is it just coincidental that the chances for an accident like that, for a fuck up, whatever you want to call it, corresponded with a purposeful downing or an accidental downing of this plane with a missile?
It could have been something like, I don't think it was a big government conspiracy to do it. I think it was either somebody...
Thank you, Sydney.
Thank you. Just so she brought me coffee.
Sydney!
Sid!
How do you know their names?
How do you not?
It might have been somebody on a boat. It might have been a shoulder launched thing. That's, to me, is what it is. I don't understand.
Why would anyone take responsibility for that, though? Because that, especially back then, that was a big fucking deal.
Right.
Why wouldn't they come forward and go, yep, we did this, motherfucker?
And why would the government want to hide the fact that
that's all stuff I don't... I really... believe me, I don't understand that.
Yeah, if there was a clear-cut motive, then you could be like, oh, you know, like 9/11 conspiracy theorists. Well, Bush wanted to get us into a war, so there was his opportunity. And that's why he and the rest of the government conspired to blah, blah, blah. But this... What's the end game?
Even maybe not saying it's a cover-up. I simply don't agree with their conclusion.
Yeah.
Like, you know, the only reason I could see them... But then somebody raised a great point. Why would Boeing co-sign for that? Because they're liable...
Right, it makes them liable.
And why would TWA allow for that? I mean, we were shot down in terror. It ruined them.
It ruined them.
So there are people who would have stood up and been extremely vocal about it. So there are flaws in it and holes in it, and that's why I'm not an adamant... But watching this, the eyewitness accounts are very hard for me to write off because people are not that fucking dumb. I know people are dumb, but a couple of hundred people that say they saw something going up and then an explosion is hard for me to write off.
But when you look at eyewitness accounts, are usually the most unreliable things in any investigation.
Yes.
It's amazing.
They can be. And I account for that. But there was just so many of them. And I think we all have a common experience, and we know what a fucking... Everyone said the same thing. They thought it was fireworks going up.
Yeah.
And then they saw... And then they're like, well, did you see the explosion and then it go up? They're like, no, I saw the thing go up and it explode. And it's like they're sharing an experience that I think... And that's the hard part for me. The physical evidence, look... I'm sure somebody could spin it both ways. Like, as smart as you are on this side, you got that guy who's that smart on that side.
Yeah, sure.
I don't see a huge motive for the government to cover it up, so I have a problem with that. I'm simply having a hard time writing off and listening to these people. If it was 2 people that saw it,
yeah.
But when it's this many people, And they're all, again, people could have a mass thing where they think they remember things a certain way, and then they hear you say it, they go, oh, yeah, that is what it was. I know that happens, too.
The thing is also, you're talking about a major metropolitan airport and the surrounding areas where there's a huge population,
yes,
a lot of witnesses.
Yes.
So if you say there's hundreds of people that saw something a certain way, there's probably thousands that saw it just like the government says it happened.
But are there?
I don't know. That's just it. Is that covered in here? Are they clipping out the fact that a lot of people said that they saw exactly what goes with the official explanation, or are they saying, well, there's, this many people that said this happened? Well, offsets it by the amount of people that actually said it happened the other way. I don't know. And by the way, I've not seen this yet. Jimmy was kind enough to lend it to me. I'm going to see it tonight.
It's out next month on Epics, and they just sent me a copy. I just came home and I had a package from them, and it was this documentary. It's not out yet.
I checked it out. Well, you got the phone's ringing, man.
But
Matt's saying you're missing out on some info here.
I very well might be. And again, I'm not fucking. But hold on, there was one more thing I wanted to hit before we go to him, and I forget what it was.
Oh, shit.
Shit. All right, maybe I'll remember. Okay. No, I'll tell you.
You sure? Okay.
Yeah,
Matt in Tampa. What's up, Matt?
Tampon.
Hey, buddy.
Hi, Matt.
And to your question as to why the government would try to cover this up, there's a book written several years ago by an author by the name of Jack Cashill, who documented this entire thing before obviously the documentary just came out. This was something that Bill Clinton, who was in the middle of running for re-election, he could not have this. Now, there's some speculation as to whether or not it was shot down by the Navy, or if it was shot down by the Navy while they were trying to get another smaller plane that was attempting to fly into that flight. Remember, this was terrorism in its infancy, and they were just beginning to realize that there was a problem with Islamic terrorism coming over into this country. That's where I'm not sure the documentary, the book, really ever are able to establish what shot it down, if it was a terrorist, shoulder-fired missile, or something from the Navy done by accident, but this was not. It was not anything where there's a mid-tank fuel explosion. That has been refuted by many experts, and those eyewitnesses you're talking about, Jimmy, there are over 200 of them, and if you read Jack Cashill's book, they document how the FBI intimidated, completely ignored what they said, changed what they said.
Well, I'll just to jump in for a second. See, this documentary, one thing I did like about it is it doesn't even get into, well, Clinton or this and that. It doesn't get into any of that. It really does stick mostly with eyewitness accounts. And then you're watching these, again, and I know people are boobs, but when you're watching regular citizens and they're all saying the same thing, they're like, the FBI came and I told them what I'm telling you. And the guy said, no, you didn't see that. And I was like, And when enough people say that, it becomes problematic for me to ignore it.
That's exactly right. Just remember, Bill Clinton, it was 8 years of having Al Capone as president. So if you don't think that he would be willing to have something covered up like that, come on, you guys.
But again, I'm a big believer, too, in major conspiracies. It's hard to pull off because, there's just too many people involved. But when you hear the people that are talking on this, they're former, the guys from the NTSB. They're not just a bunch of crackpot teens who spliced together news videos and went, what does that mean? He winked.
Loose change.
It's not that shit.
It's not loose changey?
No, to me, these are much more legitimate, knowledgeable people who were investigators. There were people who were investigators on this that have a major problem with it, and I give them a tremendous amount of credit because they're not saying that this whole thing was orchestrated. They're just criticizing the way the investigation and the evidence was handled, and they were saying that they had it color-coded because of where the pieces fell. And they said there was a guy, they were noticing that certain colors, there was, I think, a yellow, a red, and a green, say, which shows you a part of the Long Island Sound, where the ocean that they fell into, which it gave you where the plane part came from.
Right.
And they said that they were noticing that certain tags, the colors were changing, and so they installed a hidden camera, and there was somebody from the FBI coming in, and they said he was changing. They don't know what he was doing, but they were they think he was changing the color codes because certain color codes, if something fell here, it was a lot better than if it fell here. So
it would jibe with the story more,
and I just
the official story.
But again, I know that that's a lot of people to get involved, and I have a problem with...
conspiracies that involve more than two people. I start having a...
But I didn't like the people that wouldn't come on camera and be interviewed, and I just didn't like the official explanation. you know, I understand. I believed it when it came out, but when they showed the CIA animation, they're like, why did the CIA get involved? Why? This was an NTSB issue. If it wasn't terrorism, why is the CIA involved? I mean, and then the guy who made the CIA video wouldn't be. Too many people. I understand why Clinton wouldn't come on the dumb documentary, but that I get.
Right.
But there were certain people who should have come on and talked about it that wouldn't.
Well, a lot of people agreeing with you that they think the plane was blown up. Matt, thank you for that call. Very good.
Thank you, buddy.
We got Mark in Armont. Mark.
Hey, guys. How you doing?
Hey, well, I hope Armand doesn't get mad that you're marking him. Go ahead, Marky.
I just wanted to make the one point that you were talking about the center fuel tank and the short circuit and why Boeing would sign off on it. Boeing has so many military contracts, and they make billions of dollars off the government. I hate conspiracy theorists in general. I think they're all assholes, but it just...
That's a conspiracy.
I can almost see, hey, go along with this scenario. Maybe it's not 100% there, but, you know, you're going to make $5 billion on the Raptor contract or the Joint Strike Fighter or the missile system. There are billions of dollars changing hands between these companies.
What dark room did that conversation happen in, and how many people were there, and did they tell their wives? And like, that's what gets me about conspiracies is people can't keep their fucking mouths shut.
And I don't know if I never saw this documentary because, again, I cringe every time I think of, like, the Loose Change documentary.
Yeah, you know, it's embarrassing.
They're so off base, it's insane. But, you know, you just think about it. It's like maybe it's nothing that sinister. They said at one time they had warships in that part of the ocean at the time. There's that whole theory that maybe they accidentally shot down the plane.
Or what if it was, let me jump in for one. What if it was, I thought of this. What if it was, and again, I don't know how weapons on ships work. I don't know how that happens. But can one guy or two guys get that done?
Rogue?
Yeah, but I mean, let's say it was one or two guys on a military ship who were just either fucking, for whatever motive they had to do it, they did it.
I don't think it's anything sinister. Don't get me wrong. I mean, let's say they did the investigation. They think that, you know, it was the center fuel tank. Hey, let's make a reasonable conclusion here. You guys sign off on it, and we'll guarantee $10 billion in contracts for the next 5 years. Or if it was an accidental firing of a missile off of one of these ships. I mean, they do battle simulations all the time where they're actually pushing buttons in these control rooms. Who's to say they didn't accidentally fire a missile?
Because they fired, I think more than one went up, and there was... I believe, and they were saying that it might have been a thing that exploded right by. It really, whatever it was, it makes you feel so terrible for those fucking poor people. And that was a horrible death that they experienced.
Of being in that plane when the entire fuselage broke off.
Dude, and fucking, cause they weren't. I mean, some of them were killed. They said there was something about the randomness of the of where people who should have been burned. By their seats weren't.
So they're thinking like that. Yeah, that the explosion would have happened outside the plane instead of inside, not above the fuel tanks where they should have been burned.
They said the randomness of it. Like if it was the center fuel tanks, people in seat 15D and E and F would have all been burned. Right. And they said a lot they weren't. Some were, some weren't. It was a really weird, random.
Phil in Georgia. Georgia. Excuse me,
Hello.
Phil.
Hey, last night, I think it was on O'Reilly, they had that guy, the medical examiner, what was his name, Bodner?
Michael Bodner.
Oh, God, that ghoul.
Yeah, Michael Bodner.
We've had him on a couple times.
Love that fucking
He
vampire.
loves death. Loves it.
He was part of the investigation team on that.
Of course he was.
That at the very last minute, there was a box of corneas, for your eyes that was put on the plane at the very last minute, and they just put it up in the cockpit, and they thought maybe that had something to do with it at the time, but he didn't elaborate on what.
Wait. What, a box of corneas?
Yeah, it was like medical supplies. I didn't know it was corneas.
Medical supplies. They were going over there, and he said some of the people actually drowned. They didn't die from the explosion. They actually drowned. So.
Yeah.
Can you imagine? You survived that. Now you're in the water drowning.
But do you think they were conscious though, or is that just the final cause of death?
Oh yeah.
How did the impact not kill them? Falling 13,000 feet?
Crazy.
They didn't address the medical supplies in that documentary, though, Jimmy. That was my.
Wait, why? What would medical supplies have to do with anything?
They threw it on the plane at the last minute, so they're wondering if that had something to do with this.
Oh, you mean like a bomb?
Yeah.
Oh.
And they threw it in the cockpit? Is that what they usually do?
Yeah, not now. They might have.
What? I don't think there'd be room in the cockpit to throw a box of medical supplies in there.
But you know what?
But they're saying that's exactly what happened.
Oh, maybe. So maybe it was a bigger box because it had to be cooled, or maybe it was a big metal box. Like, you can't just put corneas in a shoebox.
Right.
But some candy corneas.
Those you can fucking eat until you're shitting blood, Comia. God damn, do I miss Halloween. Chipper, stop eating candy corns. Your farts are frightening the dog. Lamar don't like it.
Shit. Jesus.
All right, guys.
All right, brother. Thank you for that.
On the heels of all this, I was watching Skyjacked last night on demand, an old 1972 Chuck Heston movie.
Oh.
Just watching those old movies, no CGI, so every scene of the plane was an actual 707.
Sure.
With just soot blowing out the engines. You realize how... Remember when you used to see a plane flying and you'd look up and just see 4 distinct black trails of smoke? They really got pretty good with getting the pollution level down on those. But funniest part, he's in the cockpit. They're ready to take off. And he's firing up the old throttles. But before he does, he's lighting a pipe. Right in the cockpit, he lights his pipe while he's on the runway, right before takeoff. He's got a pipe in his mouth. He puts the throttles forward. The stewardesses were all sexy. They're like, hey, honey. The guy had to open the door for the stewardesses, and he's like, hey, girls. Calling them like girls and sweetie. Just harken back to a better time. And then one of the passengers was pregnant. Of course, it's one of those movies. And she goes, could I have a drink? And the stewardess suggested, milk or something like that. She goes, I'll have a Bloody Mary.
No kidding.
No shit.
Wow.
Oh, the good old days. Miss it.
Let's say hi to Matt.
Fetal alcohol syndrome.
Yeah. Matt, what's up, buddy?
How you doing, guys?
Hey,
all right.
I had a similar story to Jimmy. I don't know if you guys remember Flight 587. It went down about 2 months after 9/11.
Yeah, over Queens. Yeah,
of course.
Off the Dominican Republic, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
it was going to the Dominican Republic, but yeah.
Right between me and my family. Like, it was 2 blocks from me, 2 blocks from my family.
Okay, yeah, American Airlines.
My mother watched the whole thing. FBI interviewed her. She saw a fireball in the sky. I've heard this from numerous people. FBI, with the guy I went to high school with, the FBI guy, came interview her. As soon as she said that, he closed his book and said, all right, thank you very much. And that was it. Never heard from him.
Well, and that one's been really fucking confirmed that was a fucking the horizontal stabilizer, the vertical stabilizer came off, just snapped off because the guy was working the fucking rudder too hard. I guess the policy back then was if you got caught in the jet wash of something and you couldn't really stabilize your plane, you just kicked the rudder over one side real hard, and the whole thing was made of carbon fiber, ripped it right off the plane. And once that's gone, you're fucking done. And
how high up were they?
They had just taken off, so they weren't very high up.
We were at a way from JFK. So.
Yeah. But they found the vertical stabilizer in the water with all the bolts just ripped out. It was very obvious what happened to that plane. And even then, though, you'll see people like, there was a fireball, there was an explosion, this happened. When you have these catastrophic failures in planes, sometimes you're going to get something that looks like an explosion or a
smoke
fire.
Or smoldering. Yeah.
It could, there's a lot of instruments, hydraulic fluid, friction. There's a lot of reasons that something can look like it's on fire or exploding when really it's nothing that sinister.
Well, the documentary's got legs, so people are talking about it.
I liked it very much, and again,
Thanks,
I wouldn't. I would want to hear somebody refute it point by point, and there may be somebody who could do that. I'm not married to it. It was compelling. Because I know how I feel about conspiracy theories, and I'm very doubtful of them normally. I'm like, shut up. But these were reputable people being interviewed, and they all knew what they were talking about. And that what's hard when you hear, I don't care how, ex-NTSB people, they understand how an investigation should be conducted.
Sure.
They understand what evidence means and what these things mean on a plane. And they were the ones talking in this documentary, and the other people, the ones who were testifying, before whatever, weren't coming on and talking. And they did get one guy on who I think believed the official explanation. They were asking why certain tests weren't conducted, or, and he had really no reason for it. So again, that could just be selective editing. Who knows?
No,
watch it.
you believed in like a second gunman theory
for many years.
For many years.
Sure.
And then now you absolutely just think it was Oswald. So,
yes.
I mean, your opinions on these things can change given more information when more information comes
That's why
out,
I hate conspiracy theorists who are married to it.
Right.
Because it's like, to me, you've become the cause.
You'll take facts and squeeze them into what you want it to be.
I have no vested
buy into loose change at first.
Yes.
Yeah.
I did. And then you know what? No, not like that. I bought into the Pentagon one was like made me question. Did I buy into it and think no? But the Pentagon one I thought was interesting. I'm the one who started talking about it on the air, and that's where we get all these conspiracy theories.
Right. And then once you talk to them, you were like, "This is nonsense.
These guys are assholes." And then when I heard other people refute it, I'm like, I just believe that guy. And with the Kennedy stuff, the more I read about it, and the more technology. Like when they could really zoom in. There's something called Black Dog Man in the JFK photos in the grassy knoll. But there's some computer stuff they did now. They said he would have been 2.5 feet tall. And I see how the conspiracy theorists reach for stuff.
Yeah.
And that's not the way I try to examine stuff. I try to be logical, and they're just simply not logical. And they have that little white spill. No, you just don't. All right, you lost me, shit dick.
That's the part where their stories really come apart. When you get an explanation from them, and it's so outrageous, and the actual answer is so simple. You gotta default to the simplest explanation sometimes.
And they never say, "Oh yeah, that's true."
Yeah.
Never did these guys say that because their agenda is the conspiracy, and that's what drives me. Because my agenda is not. If someone had a really great answer for all these eyewitness testimony, said, no, here's exactly what that was, I would at least listen to it open-minded.
You got questions.
I have questions. I'm just saying we don't really know what happened.
You know who else has questions?
No, I don't. I see. Let's go to John in AR. John in AR.
Hi, sure.
What's up, buddy?
Hey, good morning, guys.
Hey,
What's
John.
going on? Hey, I don't know the flight number right now. I just heard you guys talking about the one that went down after 9/11 over New York.
Yes.
I'm kind of a conspiracy guy a little bit, not too much, but I've heard the one, and it sounds kind of plausible, that the one that blew up was technically, they were saying it was the first shoe bomber. And
I thought of that too, yeah, maybe.
They've been the second bomber. So I don't know if you guys have heard that and what you thought about that. So
that was what I thought when they said a fireball. I'm like, I wonder, looking back on it after Richard Reed was arrested on that flight from Paris, I'm like, I wonder if that was a shoe bomber. Like, did that do it? And they just, who the fuck knows? Maybe 800 was a shoe bomber. But I guess
when
they
you
found no
look
evidence
at
of that.
like the flight data recorders and stuff, not even just the voice recorders,
Right.
It shows the position of all those instruments. And if there's a plane and he's flying into a jet wash, which he did, and he's trying to correct, and all that's going on, and coincidentally enough, it's at the same time some guy wants to blow the plane up. You got to take all the facts and put them together. You can't take the facts and try to mash them into what you want it to be. So, I mean, that's a prime example of how some conspiracy theories can just be ridiculous.
But I don't believe the whole fucking jet wash thing. Why don't they just do that on the ground?
By the way, Vicodin in full effect.
Wow, really?
Holy fuck, am I hammered. It didn't affect me last night this much.
What are you feeling?
I'm like, woo.
Oh, nice.
Like, it's good. Fucking nice buzz.
Anthony, though, you don't really know.
No, you're tough to figure
Try
out.
not.
You don't really know. You know how you know when we fucking flip on certain websites and he goes, that's racist, man.
Why can't we all just live together?
He's loaded.
Right.
Let's do the test after the break.
Right.
Let's go to a few websites and see how hammered you really are.
I feel a really good buzz right now. Yeah. It's like all of a sudden I turned my head and it went like, whoa.
How are you going to drive home? You can't drive home like that.
Yeah, I can.
No, you can't. No, you can't.
I'm fine.
Can we play the hot dog lady? That could be an Opie and Anthony nugget on the podcast down the road.
I was listening to that fucking porn. The porn, the nugget, the old porn bit, the fucking 8-track porn. God,
that's not a nugget.
Damn, wasn't that
that's a whole,
that was a whole
bit.
Get the fucking podcast. That is a funny fucking bit, man.
A lot of people saying the 8-track porn bit is hilarious. It's on the latest Opie and Anthony podcast. Go get it now, please. Patrice O'Neill in studio for that one.
Well, for one of them.
Right.
Just get ice cream sandwiches for breakfast. Getting all fucked up and eating ice cream sandwiches.
What?
No, I had 3 bites yesterday and threw it out. And you know what? Got to go see the trainer again today.
I start rehab on my shoulder today.
Oh, what did they say when you went yesterday?
I got an MRI, and now I just wait.
Oh,
but the doctor already thinks it's a torn bicep and a torn rotator cuff.
What do you got to do?
I've been in agony for fucking 6 months. What?
What does rehab entail?
You know what?
I wish you'd asked that question years ago.
That's a great question because the doctor also he's one of the best in the city. He's a sports guy. He works on
sports guys.
He works on athletes, like guys that you know, and that's what I'm confused by because I'm like, oh, that means surgery, which I was scared of. He goes, no, I don't think so at all. I think we could handle this with rehab and all sorts of shit. So. Hopefully.
You'd assume doing nothing with it would be the best thing.
Right.
Just leave it alone.
I really don't understand what, physical rehab's going to do to help a torn bicep muscle.
And
obviously it's a slight tear.
How did you do it?
I don't know. Wear and tear.
Yanking that big cock around, I bet. Hauling that giant cock out, showing it off.
Hauling it out.
Hauling it out.
Yeah, why don't you pull your big prick out and stick it in my shitter, honey.
Mine plops out like that snake did after it opened the door.
That'd be great if you could open a door like that.
Right. Yeah.
Thud.
Yeah, that's how Opie was. He throws his big cock on the fucking back of the door handle and it slowly opens.
They could talk to your cock. Good boy.
Yeah, boy.
I don't know. They get like deep massage and that gets the blood flow going and that helps heal it. And and then like shoulder exercises.
Now, if it was,
but I had a fucked up right shoulder 5 years ago, and this thing is fine, man.
Yeah.
But this left one is way worse.
If you had a choice between rehabbing it for a year or having a surgery where in 2 months it's done, what do you do?
Surgery scares me always.
Yeah. You never want to opt for
that. They put me out when they fucking put the pipe down my throat.
Oh,
that
sounds great. It doesn't sound good.
When I was dealing with some acid reflux, which just magically went away, by the way. I'm totally fine on that front. But I got everything checked out. And when they give you that propofol and you realize, oh my God, there is no afterlife. That's a real bummer.
Oh, shit.
Because why wouldn't your brain still be kind of somewhere in there?
Right?
They could kill you within seconds, technically, and then you wake up a half hour later and you have no concept of what happened. That makes you question what the fuck happens to you when you die, doesn't it?
Are you trying to freak my buzz out? Jesus, dude. You're a real bummer.
Well, explain that one.
Don't be a bummer.
Explain propofol.
I hear
well, that's what happens when Prop is clumsy.
Oh, shit. See, this guy had 6 rotator surgeries. No.
He's just spinning in circles. It's going to be a long day.
Yes. I'm tired from yesterday. Ant's on Vicodin and Jimmy's silly. This is going to be great.
Because before the show, the food came, and I know you guys were saying, well, when is it antisocial tickets go on sale? And I didn't want to talk about it.
Yes.
But I'm like, come on, dude. It's all right. Today, Friday, 10 o'clock, the final show goes on sale. Myself, Amy, Artie, and Dave Attell. Saturday, July 20th, in the Sands Casino in Bethlehem, PA, 10 a.m. today. Our tickets go on sale.
Wonderful.
For that second show.
Go see them. They're all very funny.
Amy's on fire.
Yeah, she's great.
Really is.
That show's great. One more call about the documentary you saw.
Sure.
Because Brian's a little frustrated that you're missing out on some details, I think.
Okay, Brian.
Brian in Illinois, what's up?
Hey, guys. Jimmy, I was also fortunate enough to get the screener of the rough cut of TWA 800 from Epics. It is phenomenal. You're absolutely right. I think one area of your argument that you're leaving out in talking to the guys is that it's the lead investigator from the NTSB and the lead investigator from TWA, who are the whistleblowers featured in this documentary.
Oh, I didn't know the TWA guy was. Okay.
And, Jimmy, I don't know if you remember the part where the bald gentleman who looks like he's right out of Poltergeist is talking.
Yes.
I could have had the volume on mute and know that he was lying just from his body language.
Yeah, I didn't. I had trouble believing him. Excuse me. And I did give credibility to the guys that were involved in this because they were directly involved. They were handling the evidence.
You could look at it another way, though, and think that, right, you got the head of the NTSB and the head of TWA. If they felt like their toes were being stepped on by the feds coming in on this investigation, of course they're going to be all sour grapes about it and perhaps, have a different opinion than they came up with, saying we could have done a better job if these guys weren't in there. So there could be some animosity there, right?
And to your point, the NTSB guys make a point of saying that it's the first time that they've ever rolled up on an investigation, rolled up on a crash scene, and it was locked down. They said it was like martial law, the way the FBI had the, and that's a quote from the movie, it's not like a Boston thing. It was martial law, the way that they had the scene tied down.
I guess because they assumed it was terrorism, too. I mean, that, you know, that's a lot of fucking people. It's a big plane, a major airline.
Yeah,
so.
I get why the FBI was involved. I understand why they did that.
But there could be some animosity between the agencies because they felt like they were being left out of the mix. So the fact that they're the head of the NTSB and the head of TWA almost helps to refute the conspiracy.
The head of the investigation for the NTSB and the head of the investigation for TWA, obviously not the CEO of
Right. Yeah, I hear you.
And that's a good point by Ant. That could be why they, like you said, have sour grapes. There was just too many.
Yeah.
There's enough legit people where you go like, these are all people who...
I'm psyched to see it.
They
I
all
really
understand this stuff in a way that we don't. And they're all people who've examined crash sites before. And like, they're not pulling crazy theories out. Like, they understand how many... I think there's a point when, again, this could be selective editing, where they have never conclusively proven that it was a center fuel tank explosion. Like, that's what they've come to. But there is no smoking gun with that. And they can't say what exactly.
Sometimes that happens too.
Sure,
I mean, you could go with your best assumption of what happened without having 100% confirmation. Jackie, how you doing?
Hi, Jackie. Oh, hon, thank
TGIF,
you.
right, Jackie?
How good do these look? These little blueberries. Oh, and just the yogurt I asked for.
Very good. Look at her, right back to work. She's a dream.
Hold on, sir. We're encouraging the intern.
You got to give positive encouragement to help them.
I've been here for 8 years.
Who are you?
Yeah, what's your name?
Jackie, you said drool come out? Maybe that's why.
I can't believe what I'm seeing.
You have rosacea and an afro. Well, who would want to talk to you?
All right. Thank you, Brian.
One thing that...
the bombs, I'm kidding, Brian. Go ahead.
Is that 48 hours after TWA 800 was the opening ceremonies of the 1996 Atlanta Olympics. That might tell you why you wouldn't want it to be terrorism.
That could be a possible.
Yeah.
You know, I didn't realize that. That could be a possible motive. But as the only problem I would have with that, and that's a great point. But it was a 4-year investigation. I mean, it really was a thorough investigation.
Amazing how much of that plane they got up from the bottom of the ocean.
Yeah.
Fucked up.
One of the guys said he was watching video, and this was hard. Again, an NTSB guy, or whatever he was, watching the video of the underwater footage. And he said he noticed that the time codes had jumped.
Oh, really?
And he said, I'm watching an edited video. And I told the guy from the FBI, I want to see the unedited video. And he said, no.
Wow.
Now, again, I know that sounds very ominous, but these are people who should have access to that, I would think. I get if that was a regular guy, like, you know, I went into the archives and I go, shut up. But that was a guy actively involved with the investigation.
Yeah, right.
So watch it and tell me. I'd be interested to hear what you think.
Yeah, I can't wait to see
if
this.
you agree with me. If you won't, I wouldn't really be interested to hear.
Oh, right.
I first dropped acid when I was 18. I was over at these people's house one night. This guy I went to school with was over there and asked me if I wanted to try some acid. I had read about it in the newspapers and heard a few friends talk about it, so I was curious. I was pretty jacked up on marijuana, so I decided to try it, and I dropped it. I don't know what I was waiting for, a flash or a rush or whatever, but I kept sitting there waiting, and nothing was happening. So I got up and then went to the dresser and put on a pair of pink capris and a green and brown blouse. I thought the colors were beautiful. So we tripped down to Market Street, and I decided to buy a hot dog. I was very hungry, and I had put mustard and ketchup and relish in the usual, and I put the hot dog up to my mouth, and somebody started screaming. I didn't know what was happening, so I looked up at my friend Terry and said, "Did you hear that? Didn't you hear someone scream?" He said no. I got the hot dog up to my mouth again, and I was ready to bite, and the scream got louder. And it hit me. No, it couldn't be. And I looked down at the hot dog, and there was a face on him. Eyes, nose, a mouth. I had put the ketchup to where it looked like his hair. And he started telling me that I couldn't eat him. That he had a wife and 7 kids at home to support. And I stood there with his hot dog and asked Terry, "Do you know this hot dog is talking to me?" And he says, "Nah, let's get out of here." He thought I was just faking. And I told him, "Look at the thing, he's got a face, and he's screaming." And the guy finally looked over, and he got on the same trip that I was on. And we sat there carrying on a conversation with that hot dog. Finally, I decided I was just hallucinating, so I put it in my mouth and bit down. It screamed so loud that you could hear it all over town, so I had to throw it on the ground and step on it. And I was jumping on this hot dog in the middle of Market Street. I realized that I had murdered it. And I took off screaming down the street, scared.
The Opie and Anthony Show.
All right, it's Friday.
Oh my God!
Is it really?
Sam,
Feel like that.
The gift.
Sam was just laughing like a little girl because he was listening in on me and Ant's conversation during the break.
Oh my God!
This is some inside radio shit.
Yes,
that you
it
just
is.
Don't
Sam.
get to be a part of.
It's not true. It's not going to make us look good.
Opie,
poor
but that's
listeners
okay.
don't get to hear it.
Yeah.
Opie comes in from the bathroom, and he goes, "Look, dude, just bend over. I'm riding you to the end of the show. I'm so fucking tired right now." And then Ant looks at Opie, and Ant goes, "Dude, I am so fucked up." he goes, "This shit fucked me up."
Right.
Yeah, we're both fucking
in a state.
A little fuzzy around the edges today.
A little bit.
And then Ant started talking about the headphone thing that you realized.
Oh my God! Yeah, it was like a half hour, not even like 20 minutes, I guess, after I took the Vicodin. We were in the middle of a break, and I just was like, "Oh man, these words sound funny in my head."
No way, really?
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
great.
like I was conscious of every
somebody thinks
word.
that.
I love it.
Yeah, I just thought like everything started sounding a little like I was conscious of every syllable coming into my head. This is weird.
Yeah. What we conscious of the fact that every one of them has a G and then another G and then letters before and after it. Get it?
Of course.
Hey, that's the guy from Imus's show.
What?
That's the guy from Imus's show.
It's Rob Bartlett.
Rob Bartlett, who's allowed to do our
Come on
show
in,
when
Rob.
Imus goes on vacation.
Imus is on vacation?
You're a funny guy.
Oh, Jesus.
Hi.
Hi, how are you?
What's up, Rob?
Hi.
Rob was doing this to, who was it, Bill?
I brought gift. Oh, Burr.
Bill Burr, when we walked outside last
Yeah.
time Bill was here. And Bartlett comes up to him and starts going, "Hi, you're funny, you're funny." and Bill didn't know, so Bill's like, "Oh, thank you." Treating him like, retard.
Like an idiot.
And then I was like, "Bartlett, what are you doing?" And then Bill's like, "I look like an idiot."
I brought gifts. I brought for the kids.
What's wrong with you?
Oh, Rob, what did
I can't reach over. I got
Hey, throw the little gifts.
Thank you. Little Jimmy, I got a.
Oh, it's Kiss the
it's
Demon.
Kiss. Yeah.
It's a wacky hobbler bobblehead.
And for Anthony, I got
an Obama doll.
An Obama bobblehead.
Bobblehead.
I'm a big fan of the show.
Oh, thank you.
And for E-Rock.
I got it's 2 big boxes of donuts.
Oh, boy.
Hi.
Are those snacks? Snacks.
Yeah, I understand you probably need some snacks at this point. Snacks.
Look at that.
He's fucking zoed it.
That's good.
You're regifting. These are re-gifts.
Huh?
I can't let this slide. This is a re-gift.
No.
You grab stuff from Imus's office.
No, it isn't really. I swear.
We must help the middle class. I like this. Oh.
A Yankees thing. This is a Yankees
sock
thing.
monkey.
A sock
The
monkey.
daughter.
Thank you.
Bobblehead.
What the hell's that thing called?
I'll be throwing this away.
A sock monkey.
Oh.
There's too many things you could choke on this thing. Thanks, Rob. You forgot how it is to have a
small
little
pieces.
kid.
Small pieces.
Small pieces.
Donuts. Who wants donuts?
Well, we all want donuts now, don't we? What kind did you get?
It's donut and Vicodin.
I got these
Donut and Vicodin.
Donuts and Vicodin. That's the cornerstone of every nutritious breakfast.
Me and Anthony are going to jump on your back, and you're going to ride us to 10 fucking o'clock there,
right,
Rob Bartlett.
I'm waiting to go. This is so weird looking at my...
I went to the...
Wait,
you're on TV and you're here. What the fuck?
It's existential.
You could do Gary
good,
Busey?
man.
Wow.
Yeah, it doesn't work, without the...
Needs the teeth
and
in
stuff, because, it's radio. You need to have costumes.
I
and
hear
props.
you. We laugh at your costumes. We look up. We see you every morning. One of our TVs is dedicated not to Imus, to our pal Rob Bartlett.
See, we love that.
Yeah.
That's what I love about
See?
you guys.
Dedicated.
That's
Very excited.
Chippa. I think he's making an Instagram,
video?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's great, Chip. Thanks.
Fucked up.
He's recording Rob on the TV and then here right next to him in real life, and it's fucking up Chippa. So
Yes.
he doesn't know how to deal with it.
I'm very excited. I just bought stock in Vine.
Good luck. Good luck with that.
Vine is
That's good.
I
fucked.
heard you this morning.
I hope, anyway, because I hate Vine.
You don't
I
like
tried.
Vine?
No, it didn't work well for my stupid phone. It was made for the iPhone, right?
Worked fine for the iPhone.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, though,
Still
Instagram,
holding.
I mean, why have more apps than you need? How many apps do you really use, percentage-wise? How many apps on your phone do you actually use compared to how many you have? For me, it's got to be probably 5%, if that.
Oh, easy.
All the rest are just there for me to flip through to try to find the ones I use.
I just uninstall now.
Do you?
Yeah, I just uninstalled to clean it up a little bit.
Can you do that from your phone, or you got to do it from the computer?
Oh, I could do it from my phone.
Oh,
You can do it from your phone.
You can do it from your
very
phone, but then if
easily.
you doesn't it
Puts it
like
back on.
it puts it back on if you do
How
something.
do you take it off your phone?
No,
I
I
don't
just
know.
got to uninstall. It's
You got to touch your icon and hold it down.
Right.
And then you'll get X's near it.
Right, and they all
next
kind
to
of
'em.
wobble.
And they wobble. They go.
Yeah, but how do you get rid of it?
You
Hit
click the X and it goes
then
away.
it says delete, and you say yes, and then you're done.
Where have you been, Jimmy?
Jimmy, how hard is
Not just the icon. You got to uninstall the whole fucking thing.
It's done.
No, but that's the whole thing. It's not like a computer program. Look, watch this.
Watch that.
You hold it down, and they all go like that. And then you hit the X, and it'll disappear.
I can't fit.
Is that?
Oh, Jimmy.
That gets rid of the whole app, not just the icon.
Yeah, the whole app.
See,
goes
that's
away.
not how it works on the fucking Samsung Galaxy S3.
What do you got to
Soon
do?
to be the S4.
I'm really thinking of getting one still.
Right.
I want
I
to
see
make
more-
the leap. I'm going to keep my iPhone,
You
but
know what?
I have 2 phones still.
You do.
My pal
Yeah.
Buzzy has the Note. It's not that big.
Stop. It's a little bigger.
It's not that
It's getting to
big.
the point now where it's like,
I even tried it. I tried putting it in all my pockets. I was like, you
Yeah.
know what? I can handle this.
What kind of pockets you sporting?
Big ones.
Giant cargo pants
Big
pockets.
fucking pockets.
Yeah,
Is that
you
a
get some big
Samsung in your
pockets.
pocket?
That's right.
Yeah, motherfucker.
Oh, the Legend seats?
Yeah.
$1,400.
Get out of town.
The cheapest one is $700.
That's one ticket.
I believe so.
Nice.
You getting charged, or it's
I don't know. We
celebrity
know
discount?
this. We know this ticket lady.
Yeah.
It makes Sam laugh. I don't know why, but she's like a fan of the show.
It
so-
kind of
so
puts
she
her in
takes-
this thing where all she is a ticket lady.
Well, she kind of is.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to be called
my
a
God.
ticket lady.
You're fucking it up again.
No, and I'll tell you why she kind of is.
She's a whore.
I'm putting it on.
Jesus.
I'm putting it on her this time, and I'll tell you why. Because I didn't want her just to be the ticket lady anymore. I said, look, there's three tickets. Obviously, you know, you do things in pairs. So why don't you be our fourth? Why don't you sit down all nice, and we'll socialize, and we'll have some nice food, and then you take in a little of the game, even though you get to go to whatever game you want, and we'll socialize a little bit.
Sure.
She's like, nah, I got work to do, and I got to get home.
Now he's
So now she's the ticket lady.
He's doing a voice.
Like that.
She
now
sounds,
he's doing a voice.
No, I'm pretty good at voices.
That's a
obscure
horrible...
ones. I mean, that was a good one. That's a very good impression.
Enjoy the bleachers, Opie.
Well,
that's what you're going to be.
But I wanted her to be more than the ticket lady.
She is more than the ticket lady.
She's not, because she blew off my invitation to join us.
She's a human being. She's got feelings.
You guys go enjoy.
She's got a life and a soul.
Hey, man, I can't wait to see the Grand Canyon guy. You think he's going to fall?
Oh, more than a woman to me, okay.
You know, it's funny. I wouldn't know what the heck to do with a parachute, because that's one thing. I've trained my whole life to stay up in the sky, not to come out of the sky. So I've never skydived, I've never base jumped, never even trained for that. The only thing that I can relate to that is I bungee jumped from about 230 feet once, and the entire time I was just visualizing what my great-grandfather was going through when he fell off the wire and lost his life. So I was like, never again.
That's why we should point out, I mean, you have lost family members. Carl Orlando, your great-grandfather. You also have an uncle who's paralyzed.
But he died doing
one of these stunts.
That's correct.
Is that in the back of your mind?
It is. You know, everything I do to pay tribute to my great-grandfather, and there's a lot of reasons why he did.
All right, that's boring.
I mean, how do you practice with something like that?
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess you practice 3 feet off the ground.
Yeah, but there's
and then
a big
you slowly
difference.
go higher and higher.
Other fucking things you can do with your life and walk across a hole?
But there's a difference, like 3 feet off the ground. We talk about that.
I know.
It's like if you took a sidewalk and it's just on the side of the road and someone bet you $1 million that you couldn't walk on that sidewalk and stay on it.
Yeah.
It's easy. You do it every day. But put that over the Grand Canyon, you'd be petrified. You'd be crawling
out of your mind
and feeling like, you know, at any moment. How do you practice 3 feet up and then you put it over the Grand Canyon?
How about a bicycle?
Oh, that would be really scary.
You could bicycle down a sidewalk like it's nothing. You don't even think about it.
You could even get right to the edge.
But
and
now
not
do
go
it
off
across
onto
the Grand
grass.
Canyon.
Yeah.
Fuck.
How about you do it?
No, I ain't doing it.
Right, Rob?
That guy who did the Niagara Falls. And he got pissed because they made him
you're
wear
racist.
wine.
Yeah.
Niagara. Sorry.
I was going to say, if I get an ant, maybe trouble.
You joined a tired show today, Rob. Well, we were pissed by that guy because ABC is making it sound like, oh my God, something crazy could happen. You're like, no, nothing could happen to the guy. He might hang there awkwardly as they find out, get the helicopter.
Whoa, he fell. He must be so embarrassed looking like that.
You don't want to see these guys succeed. You want to see them fall. I mean, it's the whole point.
Terrible.
By the way, the Grand Canyon walk,
yeah,
he picked a very short walk.
Well, it is, yeah.
I've been to the Grand Canyon. I was thinking he was going to go over the wide area.
Like the one that's miles wide?
Yes.
He's got to walk miles?
That looks like it might be 100 yards. Technically, it's over the Grand Canyon.
Technically.
Oh, it's just the angle. It's really much longer.
Is it?
He doing it now?
Oh, boy.
No, he's not doing it now.
When's he doing it?
Prime time. This weekend. I'm not
Sam
sure
Roberts?
if it's Saturday or Sunday.
That's right.
See? It's synonymous now.
Yeah.
That's right.
Oh, wow.
You branded yourself.
No safety harness, though. He's going.
Fucking made him wear it last time. What pussies.
Well, this is going to be on the Discovery Channel. They don't play. They're like, fuck this. No safety fucking harness.
So what's going on with this bus tour now?
Bus tour?
So all systems go? Because last time you guys were involved with a bus, there were issues, weren't there?
A few.
I seem to remember somebody spending a little time in Stir.
Oh, yeah.
Stir. It's Stir.
I love that old lingo.
Cigarettes.
Jimmy was a
$40.
trooper, man.
Yeah,
Hey,
took one for the team.
What's his name? Is Warner Wolf a nice guy?
Warner Wolf is one of the nicest
Okay,
guys.
because I see him every day. We see him in the gym, and he never says, like, I've seen him.
Yeah,
and I've met him before, and I've done Imus's show once, and I've never, maybe he just doesn't remember me, but I'm afraid to say hi to him because he doesn't seem happy.
No, he's like a weird dude in that he doesn't like to touch people. He's one of the germaphobe kind of guys.
Good. Warner! Arms
Right,
open.
yeah, there you are, sweaty Jimmy going. So
That explains his little Jewish sandwich and soda he brings to the gym every day.
Brings the half of tuna sandwich.
I said Jew sandwich.
What makes a Jewish sandwich?
Put Jewish people between bread. You're looking delicious.
You'll know it when you see it. The Jewish guy with his sandwich.
It's like the old man packing lunch.
Yeah, but he brings his own lunch to the gym.
He's not
my
Jewish,
point.
is he?
No, I don't know.
Yeah, he is. His wife's not. But he is.
Okay.
Yeah.
But he's one of those guys that got bar mitzvah late in life, like when he was an adult.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
No.
But he's a great guy.
Okay, I'm happy to hear that, because I'll say hi to him now.
Yeah.
We see him every day.
But you just scare him, Jimmy.
nasty.
It's nothing personal. You just scare him.
No, but I just want to bother him.
He's one of the reasons I got into this shit.
Really?
Yeah, man. Warner Wolf was great when we were growing up. Holy fuck. And now he's on Imus's show. That's
He's
cool.
a funny motherfucker, too,
But
man.
you guys.
He really...
Yeah?
Really? Does he tell racist jokes?
No, but he's, he's got a very skewed view of, of the world, the way he approaches
black.
things. No, Jesus.
Come on.
Unbelievable.
How's Tony Powell?
Great.
Good, I like
know,
Tony, man.
I know Tony for years.
Yeah, from stand-up.
Yeah, we did a gig upstate. It was in Cooperstown. It was an outdoor thing. It was like an outdoor Woodstock kind of a deal. It was Robert Klein, me and Tony. And, people were camping out, and it was this huge deal, thousands of people.
Wait, Woodstock 94?
No, it was kind of like set up like it was a Woodstock event. It was an outdoor comedy thing.
Sorry.
So it was Klein, Powell, and me. And so they, of course, they said, we're going to put you up. It's like a bed and breakfast that night, where the Booker was. So we do this to do the show, fine. It's really late. Tony's got his girlfriend, me. The three of us go to this bed and breakfast. Then we go to this house in the middle of the woods of fucking Cooperstown, and knock on the door and there's nothing, and knock on the door and nothing, and you hear, the door opens up. I told you they were here now.
Oh,
and he looks, the guy's standing there. It's like guy's like in his pajamas. He looks, this is Tony and me and
Say you? Oh.
Sorry, I gotta take this. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh.
I'm on Opie and Anthony. I asked you if it was okay.
Oh, no.
Okay. All right, I'll leave now.
Get off that damn show. What do you think you're doing?
Motherfucker.
You fucking asshole.
So the guy looks at Tony, and looks at his girlfriend, looks at me, and goes, "You comedians?" I said, yeah. He goes, "Tony, you're black." Tony goes, "Yeah, last time I looked." I told you!
No.
We're going to go back to the car and get our bags. Go back to the car. Gravel fly.
Just left. Yeah.
As fast as we fucking could.
I don't understand the bed and breakfast thing.
I don't either.
I can't fucking be bothered. I need room service. I need a maid.
Yeah.
I need to be able to leave the place in a disaster and not to have somebody like, it's their house.
Yeah.
Fuck that.
Yeah, I'll buy my own muffins. I don't want to see you in the morning.
No.
What? They cook breakfast for you, and you socialize
I don't want
with
that.
couples.
I want
yuck.
In the reading room.
Nameless, faceless robot making my breakfast.
We travel quite a bit. Do you travel?
And you share a bathroom.
Well, that's always
nice.
fun.
I fucking hate bed and breakfasts.
It's everything I despise.
It's like a hotel, but without the hotel amenities.
Yeah, without the niceness.
Yeah.
Colin Quinn.
Hey, guys, I wasn't calling to go on the air, by the way. I was calling to tell Roland about my big weekly visit that I'm going to be having for the next few weeks.
Oh, yes. Colin Quinn's going to be, we're going to see a lot of Colin.
Yes.
First of all, there's another atrocious band playing outside the fucking...
At Fox?
But I mean,
Are you out by Fox?
Yeah.
Yeah, they do that Friday.
Come on up.
Yeah, if you're that close.
If you're that close, come on up here.
What are you doing? Come on in. It's Friday.
Come by.
All right.
All right, good.
All right,
Get in here.
Begging for an invite.
Colin.
What a creep.
I know. That was absolutely...
there goes my plugs.
Did you see what he did there, though?
I know.
He
It just
calls
slides
up,
right in.
and like within a second, he's like, "Oh, there's a band here. I don't know who it is." We know where he is. It's right downstairs.
Yeah. I didn't call to be on the air, by the way. No.
It's the only place that has a live band right now in New York City. Right across the street.
Oh, this stupid McGraw-Hill elevator. Ding, ding, yeah. Oh, Colin.
Tell Bartlett I'm coming up.
Bartlett, you better get your plug in.
Oh, yeah, I better do it now, right?
Where are you going to be?
At New York Entertainment Club at the Belmore Movie Theater.
Yeah?
Saturday night.
Is that, have I done that in New York? It's Long Island, right?
Yeah, Belmore, Long Island.
Opie, that might have been where you told me you were having a baby.
I'm from fucking Belmore.
Yeah, that was the old porn theater you were in.
It looks like it might have been an old porn theater.
That might be the same place.
It's right by the train station. It's right by the train station.
Everything's right by a train station on Long Island.
But this is right. It's literally next to the train station.
We're
But
Long Island guys. What are you talking about?
Gary Smith used to own
to a train station.
Used to own the brokerage. and now
Wherever
he's
you
got
are,
this-
there's a train station within a mile.
Right.
On Long Island.
516-785-4234.
Funny guy, Rob Bartlett.
785-4234. Or go to robshow.com for the ticket.
I told you I took my dad to see you many years ago because he was a fan and I was a fan. Yeah, we were. I think I was in the comedy already, but yeah, we were big Imus fans growing up.
Yeah.
I mean, my dad was, so that's why I never listened to Howard because my dad listened to Imus, so I just listened to that when I was in the car, and we loved you, and yeah, we went to see him together.
I listened to Imus when I was in the work truck that had the AM radio. Because it was the FM radio. I was like, okay, I'll listen to Howard. But then the AM radio was Imus. And, oh, my God. Fucking great.
I remember listening to him when I was in high school, and you know, the joke would be like, how long would it be before they would have to go to organ music? You know, he would come out of a record. He's still playing records those days. It's Elton John, Don't Let the Sun Go Down on Me. It's just, you're not gonna let your son go down on me. How about your daughter? Boom, jingle, organ music.
How's your Donkey Kong?
Yeah.
Moby Worm making his way up, talking. Jerk.
It's like whenever I do impressions now, I do Anthony doing somebody.
That's that's the best way to do impressions is you just do somebody else's version of an impression, and then you realize it's like, why couldn't I just listen to the guy and grasp this?
Right.
But now I got to listen to that guy.
How long you been on Imus?
26 years.
Wow.
Really?
Holy
26 years.
fuck.
This month, yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah. It's
Holy
enough.
Fuck.
Wow.
It's enough.
They give you
done,
enough
I've
for
proven
that?
my point.
You're done, right?
I've proven my point. It can be done.
They ought to give you some kind of medal
26
for
years.
that.
It was going to be, you know, I had a 3-year plan that I just kept repeating.
Yeah, so 3 years at a time, huh?
And now we're just, every day we wake up and pray, you know, the EKG's still going. You know?
How's he doing over there?
He's doing great.
His voice sounds like shit.
No, it's much better now.
my
He got the thing lasered off his thing. He's fine.
Well, it creeped us
He's
out.
good.
That's why I'm bringing it up.
Well, it was a little scary.
It went from, hi, Don Imus in the morning. I was like this. Come on there, Bartlett. Wait a second. Oh, by Georgie. Magoo, you've done it again.
Moby Worm. Time for Crazy Bob, boys and girls. Aunt Blabby is here.
Jonathan Winters.
Good morning.
Oh, my God, he sounds like Aunt Blabby sometimes.
It's amazing to think about how long he's been in the business.
Oh, my God.
In the position that he's in. I mean, with that stature. I mean, that's
how many years?
That's longevity. Well, he's been doing it for 40 something.
How
40
long?
plus, right?
How long was Charles McCord with him?
Up until two years ago. So he was when he came to New York.
Why Charles leave? He just wanted to get out of there.
He retired.
Oh, okay.
He retired.
He wasn't ready to retire.
He was ready to retire
When
10
you worked
years
for
ago.
Imus, I guess.
It was just weird the way that he did. He just kind of left.
But he was that type of guy, right?
He was.
He was
very,
never into the
one
spotlight.
One of the strangest guys. You know,
Strange.
very quiet, very reserved. You definitely know there are like, you know, animal skeletons under the porch.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. There's a manifesto. There's, you know,
And he
want to
just-
see my collection of hair? I mean, he's one of those guys,
Yeah,
you know.
yeah.
And he disappeared.
He just, I mean, no one's heard from him.
Where is he?
He dropped it somewhere out in Arkansas, I think, because that's where he had a...
He never, he didn't keep in touch or anything?
Hasn't kept in touch with anybody.
Wow. He has money, though, right?
Oh, yeah. Oh, he should have. I mean, I think he contacted Imus when Fred died. But aside from that, no one's heard from him.
Fred really was just that funny on the phone.
Fred was...
God damn, was he good on the phone?
God, he was amazing.
Yeah.
One of the genuine... Well, you know what it is? It's all about perspective. His point of view was unlike anything. I mean, he'd phone in and start a conversation with... Did you ever lose
Rob,
food?
it's Jackie.
Hi, Jackie. Jackie
Yay!
and I
Stop it.
She brought you something.
Come on now. How fucking hard is this?
Hey.
Whoa.
You know,
matter?
if she made some kind of mistake, Rob, you
Jesus
lighten up.
Christ. What did I say?
Interns
I
will
said non-fat fucking blueberry yogurt. What the fuck is this?
will sometimes make an error. They're learning here.
No, Rob's
you don't
right.
jump on them like that.
You know what, Rob? They do the best they can for a low
What?
wage.
Bullshit.
Exactly. They're
How
not
hard
making
is
any
it?
money. They're here. Don't you
She's
worry,
not even
Jackie.
paying attention to his complaints. She's saying, "Oh
Yeah,
God." and-
roll your eyes at me, Missy.
It's okay.
She's over
Jack.
there.
Come here. Christian discipline. Huh? What?
Right there, non-fat.
He didn't want the Greek kind.
I didn't want...
He said he wanted Greek.
No.
Right, but not
Oh.
Chobani.
Yeah, that's dumb.
There was all the
Chobani, where's Chirich?
Jackie,
You know what?
it's okay.
Fine. You know, maybe this is the way they do things in Rochester, okay? But you're in the big fucking town now.
Yeah, you're in a Big Apple.
Bitch.
Oh, my God.
How hard is it? I mean, God damn it, it's my fucking breakfast.
He's right.
Oh.
I can't believe Rob Bartlett's got to sit here and eat
Shut
Chobani.
the fuck up, who asked you?
You're right.
That is
It's okay, Jackie. It's okay. Don't even.
Cool. You did great again. You did terrific.
Somebody's got to talk to her like that.
What?
No. She's doing a fine
She's doing
job.
a wonderful job, Sam.
She was so confused.
She's a joy. She's a joy.
She's a treasure.
She is a treasure.
She's a delight.
She was fucking shaking her head every which way.
Delightful.
You got to remind her where she is, but besides that, she's terrific. She's wonderful.
We were talking about how she's running this place. She is single-handedly running this place now.
She said you wanted to be on the air. I said, so, you know, obviously you're going to be seeing a speech therapist.
Wow.
She was crushed.
You're just throwing those speed bumps in front of people.
That's it. Hey, you know what? It's the big leagues, baby. You gotta.
Really is.
Are you not having any donuts?
Nope.
I'm not either. I
No,
want one
no
so
donuts.
bad.
You are an inspiration to me. That's why.
Nothing to cut
I
down
just
on this
decided after
buzz.
Gandolfini yesterday.
Yeah.
You know,
So sad.
Fuck, man. It's just.
They got
You
his
gotta get
last.
smart. You gotta start.
It's a very difficult situation.
They got his last meal in the paper today. Wow, he went out on top.
He went out on style,
He
man.
wasn't fucking around.
Giant sweet in fucking Italy.
Put down the fucking fried foods.
Oh, was that what it was?
He ate a lot of fried food.
His poor kid, man. Big
And
father
drank a
son
lot the night
weekend.
before he died.
They go away for like a boys' weekend away. That's just fucking terrible.
Who you got him in?
It's Colin Quinn.
Let's roll into. Oh, Colin. All right, Sam. Hit the bricks.
Yeah.
Sam,
Hit the bricks, Sam.
Yeah,
Rolling.
I'll hang for the...
After show? You're welcome.
What do you got?
Oh, no.
Tea.
Little tea.
Get out of the way, Sam.
He's a tender
It's
boy.
okay. It's okay.
Hey,
Rob
Colin.
Bartlett brought some treats.
How
Got
are you,
some
honey?
donuts.
Good, baby. And you?
Good.
Some donuts there if you want
Donuts,
some, you know.
Nice.
Yeah.
See that?
Yeah. Didn't you bring treats last time?
Yeah, I did.
They didn't go over
You
very
gotta
well.
bring gifts when you visit, right? Some
do.
cake, a little
Oh,
something.
it was the principal of the thing.
What was his treats last time? Thanks, Sam.
Probably
You did.
Peak Friends or some awful.
That's a fucking reference I haven't thought of
yeah.
since the 70s.
Horrible fucking molded sand.
You still doing the show? Is the show
Peak
still
Friend
running
cookies.
downtown?
What's that?
You show still running downtown?
Rob, don't ask the questions. Worry
Okay.
about, you know
All
what I
right,
mean?
all right. Just want to know if there's, you know, an open theater available. That's all I
Are you doing a show? Oh, that's right. You're the biggest theater guy around here. What am I talking about?
No, I'm not doing anything at the
He's
moment.
been in legitimate theater on
Yeah, it's,
Broadway.
you know.
So I've been on Broadway. It wasn't legitimate, but I was on Broadway.
You made it to Broadway. Colin
Yeah.
made it to Broadway there, Rob Bartlett.
Colin has a genius of a show out there. And when
Oh, God, yeah. It's amazing.
please, Carl, tell people where they might be able to see this.
Well, long story short, was amazing.
Listen,
was.
guys, that's not why I came up. But it's going to be at the Cherry Lane, July 4th. We're starting on July 4th.
July 4th.
All right, so
Very
Get it?
good.
not tomorrow.
Get it?
Yes.
Not tomorrow, so people can still go to the New York Entertainment Club in Belmore to see me tomorrow.
Sure.
Yes.
Sure.
What's the name of the theater?
The Cherry Lane.
Jubilee.
I've never been this close to Chipper
It's fun, right?
It's disturbing.
for
Isn't
about
it?
a minute and a half.
Yeah.
Saying it gets
Yeah.
old fast.
Yeah.
Actually, Jimmy, I actually complimented Jimmy about his characters. He has developed some unbelievably strong and
Don't say nuanced.
Yeah, because it could be old.
Annoying. Oh. What's the word you're looking for? Annoying.
specific. It's all about specificity.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Like Uncle Paul being
Yes.
50.
Very.
57
years young.
Be 58 in March.
But you never turn 50.
And only somebody like Jimmy could get away with
Yes.
a character like that.
Well.
You know, that's the genius.
Yeah.
Right.
He really is.
Yeah.
I like his Chip videos, though.
I don't know what I'm going to do now. There's 15 seconds.
Now you got 15 seconds.
Chip's running out of steam fast. Chip's good for 6 seconds. You give him 7 seconds, he's hit
That's it.
gold.
Fuck Vine.
For
It's
the one you did
over.
at Comic-Con, for the YouTubes?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Those
Yeah.
Comical cons.
Oh, it was Comical Cons, right.
Yeah.
Right.
On the YouTubes?
What shitty band's playing
I don't know.
outside? They get a horrible band every week over there. Fox and Friends. Yeah.
And they blast them.
I know.
People trying to work.
There's literally a smattering of people on the sidewalk, too. There's not even...
I know. It's not like a full crowd.
No, over the Today Show, it looks like Woodstock. Yeah. And then you come around the corner to Fox, and
they're really close to
it's
each other,
background music.
Yeah, Eddie Money a couple weeks ago.
He was all right. He was one of the better ones.
Right, but it was in the pouring fucking rain.
Yes.
And then they had the barbecue guy. What's his name? Giving out free barbecue.
Yeah.
Free barbecue.
In the rain.
In the rain. There were like 2 people. I think it was the roadies. I wanted him to stand in front of him. He was actually killing.
Eddie Money sang 2 tickets to Paradise. He had 1 left over. That's how small the crowd was.
I like the fact that he knew that was even too clever, even for Chip.
Yes.
He had to invent a new character.
It is
Chip wasn't allowed to have that one.
Jimmy says something, you're like, why didn't he put that in the Chip voice?
Right.
I think it was just a bomb.
Yeah. Oh, there's plenty of those.
Just the disturbing nature that Chip's capable of going Jubilee when you say cherry.
Yeah.
That he would even go there.
Right.
And with a lot of gusto, too. He's very confident in his jokes, Chippa.
Yeah.
Hey, what are you guys talking about this morning? Any controversy?
Well, Anton Vicodin. I went to a Yankees game.
Fucking Vicodin.
So it's a tired show right now.
I'm not even joking. I'm really high right now.
Because he has a problem.
Yeah. I had a tooth pulled.
You want some donuts?
I had a wisdom tooth pulled.
Oh, they say those are the most painful ones.
Well, and they gave me some Vicodin. For the pain.
For the day you got it pulled yesterday.
But I did.
Yeah, exactly.
No, first thing I do is pour them in my hand, and I go, 1, 2, 3. Fuck. Where can I get more? I took one yesterday at home. I had a couple of glasses of wine with it. It was nice.
Yeah, that's normal.
Well, it says right on the thing.
Yes, it says right on the
Take with wine.
Yeah. Right
if you don't have any wine, drive, get some. Drive heavy machinery, get some. And I didn't really feel it, so I figured for the pain, because this morning it was very uncomfortable. I got to talk. I got to fucking,
Smart.
So I figured I'd pop one.
Yeah, smart.
And then like 20 minutes after I took it, everyone's words started to sound a little weird in the headphones, and I was very conscious of my hands. Like they became very like wow, look at me, my hands.
Jesus Christ, Vicodin
there could be a universe under that fingernail.
What do they probably lace it with like THC or something.
I'm
that I'm 100
very
years old for saying
sensitive to drugs because people are like, oh, it's only to. And then I put a picture of which Vicodin I had on Twitter, and of course, that's the fucking weakest one they got. You're a faggot. You're all right. I understand. No matter what you do, no matter what you fucking do on Twitter, there's people that are just, you're a fucking faggot.
Oh, yeah.
That's right.
So, apparently they're not that strong, but I'm very sensitive to narcotics.
I think the social media has definitely made national discourse a little harsher.
It really has. Carl, you're right. You know, back in the 70s, the only social networking we had, it's called the CB radio, my friend. Think about it. No pictures either.
Dreamweaver.
No pictures. Yeah, that's how I had to go out with Dreamweaver. Do you think in this day and age of Twitter and shit, I'd have to deal with Dreamweaver and taking her out on horseback?
Check that shit out on Pal Talk first.
I'd have fucking looked at everything. Go to her Instagram, look, realize she weighed fucking 10 tons and
she was fat?
Give my horse a break.
Oh, boy, was she.
Yes.
What was your handle?
I was the Wrangler. You got the Wrangler, the KRI 7759. We 10-10-10-8 on the side. Breaker 19 for the Paisano Cowboy. You out there? You got your ears on? Paisano Cowboy. Got your ears on?
That's his pops.
That was my dad.
That was pops.
And then I'd watch my dad try to fucking talk about driving and texting dangerous. He'd be with the CB fucking mouthpiece in one hand with that curly Q phone cord, and then he's trying to he's got a beer in the other hand.
And trying to light a cigarette.
He's got he's smoking a cigarette. He's got a 3-speed on the column, and he's trying to swing a U-turn. It's like fucking the thing's wrapping around. It was a disaster. And there I was just weeping in the passenger seat, thinking we were going to go over the cliff on the Ortega Highway after visiting Jimmy Jackson, of course.
Colin loves Jimmy Jackson stories.
But the CB, oh my God, that was our only social network. If you wanted to get a date with somebody, if you didn't want to go face to face, you went CB and that fucking Dreamweaver girl. How do you call yourself Dreamweaver?
I went to the Zoo Sex Club when I was 19, 20.
The Zoo Sex Club?
Yep. I had sex with a girl right there. I've never met her before.
Stop it.
I swear to God.
These places weren't real.
Yeah, they were.
How'd you find out about that? Where was that?
I was a bartender.
Oh.
I don't know. It was around here somewhere.
It was
guess.
the city, though? Okay.
Yeah, they were all like on like 10th Avenue and 34th Street. I went to Plato. I actually didn't get laid at Plato's Retreat one time.
Wow. Why?
Because my friend and me went there. It was like at the end of the, you know.
The run?
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. And we went in there and it's like, at one point, me and my friend go in.
You got in at the tail end of the pyramid scheme
Yeah, it was
thing.
really over. It's like when I got into Studio 54, it's like 1983. There's this one girl there leading around these 5 guys naked or crawling. And she's like, you worms. We're smacking their ass, you know.
Wow.
It's like a riding crop. And so we're there like a half hour. I lose my friend. I'm going around to look for some action, which I got none of. And then next I turn around, now there's 6 guys.
Oh, no.
My friend got down, and he just looked up at me and shrugged like, hey, we're here.
Hey, what are you going to do?
When in Rome.
When in Rome.
Yeah. When in fake Rome.
Is there a lot of people? Was it crowded?
No, but at the zoo, the zoo was crowded, and I got laid by like a hot girl.
What?
When was the zoo? I never
It was like
heard
a
of the
sex
zoo.
club in like 1979,
Right.
80. In the back of the Village Voice said, ooh, meet me at the zoo, or something like that.
Wow. Boy,
Yeah.
you were fucking toying with the AIDS.
Yeah, well,
That's
it was
prime
before
AIDS. No, that was when it was happening.
That's when everybody was getting a dose.
No, it didn't. It didn't come out until a few years
182,
later.
right?
But people
Yeah.
were getting it.
That was the infection
in the late
Yeah.
'70s.
That was
Nobody
right
got it in
before
the 70s.
That was gay
No
cancer.
one
they called
got it in the
Right,
'70s.
right. Yeah.
No one got it.
I used to go to those places, but for the buffet.
No, you'd go in there. They did have a buffet. But first you go into the locker, you'd have to strip down, and they just give you a towel. You have to be naked, and they give you a towel. No showers, of course.
No,
but
right.
you know, put
Why
a
would you
towel
wanna be
on.
clean?
You start waltzing around in your towel, and you're watching all the action. It was kind of fun.
Wow.
It was like hundreds of people. It wasn't just like,
And they're just fucking all over the place.
yeah.
Wow.
Some of them were hot, though, in those days, too.
What happened? Why don't we have that?
It was right before AIDS.
Cell phone cameras and
Fuck
AIDS.
It's gone.
Yeah.
There's no more. Let's try to make the next thing.
Yeah.
Let's try to make the next horrid disease. Wow. God damn, I missed out on all that.
Me and Voss tried to go to a sex club. We went to the Vault, but it was already. It was past its prime.
Tail end.
So we ring this fucking bell, and we go up in an elevator, and it's a guy's apartment, and we woke him up.
What a horrible night.
It wasn't good.
Yeah.
And we went into another
My
sex.
humblest apologies.
Sorry.
You're a dryer door.
Could you jerk me off since I'm here?
And then we went into this other place, but I think it was like a gay bathhouse, so we walked out. We went in there for like a minute, and it was like all guys, and we left.
We left 2 hours later, we get the hell
Yeah,
out
we,
of
we just checked the place out for a couple hours.
Just to make sure.
Yeah,
A couple of
exactly.
phone numbers and split.
Yeah, you put your tongue through a hole in the wall. No, it was just creepy.
Wow.
Creepy.
I heard about
There used to
those
be a lot of
places.
places like that.
Yeah.
I know. There
huh?
was one I used to, when I rode down, I was lost, and I went down to the meat packing district one night looking for help from an officer, and I saw what was this? What was this sex club down there? It was on. It's right in the heart of where that fucking. It's right by where comics used to be. It's there was like a.
Oh, in the meatpacking district. Yeah.
Yes, there was a sex club, the Red Door or whatever it was.
That was the Vault was there.
No, but there was another place too. There was another. I used to see
Red
the
Door
ads for the
sounds
Vault
familiar, but-
in the back of the Village Voice. I mean the Screw. Where I would look at Screw.
Right.
And then
Screw was the only way to.
Yeah, because you
I
know
love
that
the
picture's
periodicals
fake.
you two are perusing.
Yeah, like that's not her cock.
I used to go to after hours. It wasn't a sex club, but it was a club.
Yeah, I forget what that place was called. I'll know it as soon as I hear it. The strap. It was some obvious unmistakable.
It's like the fucking manhole.
Yeah.
And the mine
the mine
shaft.
shaft.
The White Swallow.
The mine
That was
shaft.
Boston places, right?
Boston at the.
They
I
probably
went to
advertised
places
on
that
our
weren't
show.
necessarily sex clubs. There was a place called, I think it was called the Rain Tower or something. But it was like after hours club. And I was bartender. I go out every night after hours. And I went to this one place. And I tried to get into this, like, I thought somebody stole my money off the bar. Like, I'm sitting at like, everybody's there, like, doing coke. I'm sitting there like it's like an old man's bar, putting my money on the bar and drinking. Asshole.
Boilermaker.
And then I get into it with one of the bouncers, and he's like, I start getting into it with whoever stole my money. The bouncers go like that. I bitch slap one of the bouncers and run. The doors, these exit doors.
A slap and run?
Slap and run. I mean, a real slap like that can really hurt. and I run to the doors, and they're locked. And I swear to God, I had to go home with no money, no shirt, beat up, no shoes, walking, crying, just in my black bartender waiter pants, walking on 26th Street and like 9th Avenue for like 12 blocks, crying my eyes out at like 7 in the morning, on like a morning like today.
Did they beat you up, the bouncers?
They beat the shit out of me.
How old are you?
Probably 20.
Oh, Colin. How did you feel when you went to... There's nothing worse than trying...
like, all beat up.
How many of them beat you up?
What's that?
1 or 2?
3. I mean, they lit me up.
What happened when you hit that door and it didn't open?
I still had my shoes and shirt on at the time. I was just like so happy, like, you know, like I fought the guy away. I had my money, you know, I fucking hit the door, and then it was like chained in. It was like a different... Shit. It was a side door. It wasn't the main door.
Mm. And then you felt him grab you?
Oh. No, I felt like a blow to the back of my neck or something.
Oh, wow, man.
That's another blow to my kidney, and I was just like, oh.
Crying, walking home.
Beat the shit out. Yeah, I was bleeding.
You know, someone must have just been driving and seen you and been like, oh, look at that poor fuck.
Everybody. There were people going to work in the morning. It was like 1981, you know. Women started wearing those sneakers to work with their nice corporate outfits and their shoes in the bag. I'm just walking.
The second you realize the door is locked, it's like it's the audible asshole pucker. You know, it's kind of...
Yeah.
What a nightmare. Hey, look who's here.
You should have done MMA on him.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Jason Statham.
Jason Statham is coming in.
Guys, I'm going over to Fox anyway.
What? Are you? What?
Yeah.
What's going on over there?
This was a quick visit?
Look, he goes, I thought you're staying here. You're like in casino. What? You weren't here? Yeah, I'm over here now.
I'm over here now.
Sorry.
Where are you going?
Your story from the Moth was a fucking pisser. The Hell gig. De Niro's birthday
With
party.
De Niro?
Oh, God. You ever tell the story?
No.
Oh, yeah, when he did De Niro's party. Yeah.
Oh, God.
Great.
Yeah.
One of those moments,
my
man.
friend. Take it easy.
See you, Carl.
See you.
Carl, what's the plug again?
Stop up. A hit and run from Colin Quinn.
Is the Policeman's Night at the Mine Shaft. Thursday, Friday, Saturday. You get in free if you're wearing boots.
There's the plug.
July 4th, is Colin's show. It's called Unconstitutional. Starts at starts at the Cherry Theater.
Cherry
Jubilee.
Lane? Or just
Cherry Lane Theater, yes.
Cherry Lane Theater, right. Unconstitutional. We've all seen it. It's a brilliant fucking one-man show by Colin Quinn. And now we say hi to Jason Statham.
You want a donut? We got donuts.
Oh, my God.
Yeah? No, I'm all right.
You don't eat donuts, right? He's not a donut guy. You can tell.
No, you can tell.
Jason Statham's not a donut guy.
Gotta be in shape.
They're all right.
They're all right.
Gotta be in shape.
Yeah. Oh. And that's Rob Bartlett, a very funny man to your left.
All right, man.
Just so you know everyone in the room there, Jason.
Jason's all over my fucking, my on-demand.
Oh, yeah?
What was that, Parker?
Yeah, Parker, yeah.
Parker, yeah.
That was the last time we saw
good?
you.
No good?
Yeah, no, I like it, man. Your fucking movies are great. Come on. Action-packed. Fucking fun.
You know what you're getting with the Jason Statham movie, man.
I love that, man.
Fuck.
Great. What do you got, what do you got coming out now?
It's a film called Redemption.
Redemption.
Yeah, it was called Hummingbird in the UK, but they renamed it.
Yeah, good idea.
Yeah,
Good
they renamed
thing.
it because they thought Hummingbird was a little bit twee.
Yeah.
What was the motive for Hummingbird? Like, what does it mean? The significance of it?
Hummingbird is a generic term for a military drone. That basically the story's about an ex-soldier that is basically one of these drones pays witness to something bad that he does, and basically his conscience gets the better of him and he can't live with himself, and he takes to the streets and starts living as a homeless person. So the Hummingbird is is quite an appropriate sort of title for the film, but
the redemption part kind of makes more sense. Yeah.
Well,
it's a little easier. It's a little easier to put on people. They'll be like, all right, it's redemption. Hummingbird. They're like, what?
Yeah, it's hard to get a bunch of guys to go see Hummingbird if they don't know what it's about.
Yeah, I want to go. Let's go see Hummingbird.
This sounds good.
Money back.
So it's an action film.
Well, yeah. I mean, it's the good thing about it. It's not driven by the action. It's written by a very, very smart writer that's written a couple of great films. Eastern Promises. I don't know if you saw.
Oh yeah,
that was
great. That was good.
So he's
fucking brutal, that movie.
Yeah. So there was a movie before that called Dirty Pretty Things, and these are tales around the city of London, which are thrillers based in London. This is the third part of you know, an unrelated story, but
Right.
by Stephen Knight, who was the writer. This is his first attempt as a director, and he's brilliant. He really nailed it.
First attempt.
Yeah.
So do you look at that and be like, are you like, oh boy, hope he knows what he's doing?
Of course you do, yeah. Yeah. No, but you know pretty quickly if someone knows what they're doing by the way they sort of.
And if they have a good support staff around them too. That's,
I mean, he really did put the best group of people around him. He got, a good DP.
That helps. You know what? I am convinced you could know nothing about directing a movie. And if you put the right people around you, you can be a brilliant director. That is
But that's the key to anything.
absolutely
Surround yourself with people better than you.
Yes,
Well, you guys know about that.
Well, yeah. That's so. Some gunplay in this one.
Not a lot.
Not a lot of gunplay.
No, nothing really. He just he starts working for a group of people. He starts off, you know, washing dishes. He basically starts to rehabilitate himself. He's a homeless chap on the streets, and he starts to rehabilitate himself. He gets off the booze, gets off the drugs, and starts to you know, wash dishes in Chinatown. And then all of a sudden starts working for this Chinese boss and starts, you know, throwing a bit of muscle around and earning some money, basically to keep his daughter, to put away for his daughter, his estranged daughter that he doesn't see anymore.
Good-hearted guy.
Yeah,
okay.
good-hearted guy, and that's the start of a change for the good. But then he finds out that he, you know, when he's sober, that he's a bit of a nuisance, and he starts to, you know, he has to sort of throw himself to the wayside again because it becomes too dangerous.
How does the movie end?
I can tell you're really fucking interested.
You know, we're gonna get somebody like that one day. Somebody's gonna slip and
we try that. We try that every time. How does it end?
Right, I should have come up with a different movie, shouldn't I?
So it's a musical.
It should have been. It's not a musical, no.
Your films have grossed over $1 billion.
Huh?
Your films have grossed over $1 billion, man.
I didn't see much of that billion, I can tell you.
Damn them.
You were misinformed.
Someone got rich, not me.
Over $1 billion.
Yeah,
Wow. You know, we haven't paid for this and that yet. You know, we got to recoup this
stamps.
and that. Yeah.
Stamps.
What are you gonna do?
Yeah, there's a lot of expenses that go through.
Any word on Expendables?
Yeah, I'm
What
going to
are
go
you
and
doing
do Expendables Part 3. We're
Right,
going to
nice.
we're going to go and shoot in Bulgaria. And we start
Bulgaria, huh?
In the middle of August, we start. Yeah,
That's a
Sly
fun
and everybody.
franchise,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, you can't say no to that. It's,
Please, yeah.
it's
Is that going to complete the trilogy?
Yes.
Yes.
Are the same guys in it? Or is there anybody new in it that wasn't in the last one?
I don't. Listen, they're bandying around a lot of names, and I'm not sure who they're going to say yes to and who wants to come to do the job. But you know, there's talk of Wesley Snipes and Jackie Chan and Mila Jovovich, the people that you know.
I'm sure with the reaction the first two got, that people kind of want to get on board that one. It's fun. They're fun movies to watch.
They're great. You just turn up and go, give us the gun, and it's you can, you know, eject the mind for a small moment.
Yeah, I know. I love people that watch that and go, you can't do that.
Exactly.
Doesn't make sense. Oh, look at how he's driving that thing. You can't drive like
Where's the logic?
Yeah. Don't worry about it. Sit back and enjoy it. Dummy.
What was your favorite film you ever made?
That's a great question.
You know, I think the movies I did for Guy Ritchie would, you know, Snatch and Lock, Stock, you know, because they were a long time ago, and they sort of gave me a job. They gave me a career.
Yeah.
Snatch is still great. It's one of those movies you just could watch a million fucking times.
Do you really eat
Love
spinach and
Snatch.
rice?
No.
Oh, once again, someone screwed
Reports
up on
say
him.
he keeps in shape on set by eating a diet of spinach and rice.
Where does that come from?
What turd said that?
I don't know.
You probably ate it once because there was nothing else left or something, and then that becomes the thing.
There's so much stupid crap that gets written about this thing.
What's the stupidest thing you've
Probably that.
Oh wow! All right, we made Wikipedia. Nice. Love it.
Exactly. That's a dumb thing to have written about you.
I know, but I just ask it like it's a fucking really Barbara Walters moment. Spinach and rice. Hoping he cries. I really am an asshole. But yeah, you can't. You just pull the questions off Wikipedia, and you're like, okay, that's what the. We don't do pre-interviews, obviously. We would have gotten that one out. But again, why would I ask that? Because here's what he could have said: yes, I do.
And now where you going?
I really
you want to think out how these things are progressing.
Yeah. I walked us down a fucking alley.
Now what?
Brown or white rice?
Yeah.
It would have to be
Which rice
brown.
is that?
I would have used
White
it to
not so
segue
healthy.
into a.
Basmati rice it is.
Yeah.
I would have just turned around and said, because I've been eating some spinach, and everyone went, who gives a shit? And then somebody else would have picked up the. All right.
Happy birthday, Jimmy.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That was fucking terrible. So what do you eat on set, Jason?
What do I eat? Whatever the catering has, The film sets are good. They have they've got people that cook you whatever you want. So whatever you fancy.
Do you have to really concentrate on what you're eating? Like make sure you're eating well.
Well, I don't eat these every day.
Right.
It's you try and be smart if you want to. If you're trying to train and you're trying to look good, then there's a certain thing that you got to put in your in your mouth. So it's. Do
you have like a movie physique and like hanging around eating a little shittier physique?
Of course.
Do you get in shape for the movies? Yeah.
You know how to get in shape if you want to get in shape, and then you know how to abuse yourself when you want to abuse yourself. So it's easy. Yes, little simple
I only
rules.
know the abuse yourself.
I'm in transition.
Ron's in transition here.
Earmuffs, Rob.
Earmuffs.
Earmuffs. You don't have to listen to this.
Yeah, because some of the movies you're in, obviously, are pretty physically exerting. I mean, I know there are stuntmen and stuff, but just the running around you've done, especially a movie like Crank.
Right.
Well, you do your own stunts, though, don't you? I mean,
Yeah, I do.
A lot of them,
I
he
do
does.
that. Yeah. I do anything that's. I won't. I won't do stupid things like dive out of a burning building.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
there's just no point. And the pyrotechnic crap is just.
It's frightening.
You can't calculate, how far the explosion is going to go, and if it's a stupid way to die.
Right.
It's your next movie, actually. A stupid way to die. That's a good one.
Yes.
Come on.
Almost as good as Hummingbird.
Yes. Originally called Nursing Blueberries.
rated R. Now in a theater near you.
I'm sure earlier on they probably asked you to do more stunts than they do now. You're probably a little more of a commodity now. I would
No,
gather.
that's absolutely true.
Yeah.
You have to get you have to sign a waiver if you want to get out of a car.
Oh,
Are you sure you can do this? Do you want to put a harness on? Bring the crash mat in. He's getting out of the bus. Yeah, I mean it's a fucking joke. It is.
Yeah.
They get so protected because they want to finish the film and they spend a lot of money and.
Are there limitations on what they let you do contractually during a filming? Like you can't go skiing. Like a lot of times they put restrictions on guys.
Yeah, you sign a thing. You can't go skiing. You can't race a car. You can't.
Wow.
There's a big long list of things, and you sign at the bottom of the page, and you say, "I'm not going to do any of that stuff." So.
Yeah, no sex with Amanda Bynes, things like that. Very dangerous.
So when I did Crank years ago, and there was a stunt where I have to have a fight outside of the helicopter, and I'm standing on the skis, and we're having this punch up, and I'm actually outside the helicopter, and I've got the hip pick, and that they shot on the last day of filming.
Just in case.
Smart scheduling. Just in case.
We could get away without this scene if need be.
Hey, look, if he falls, we just roll credits.
Holy fuck!
It was literally that way because they couldn't get insurance for that, and they said,
No
"Listen,
way.
Oh, they can't.
You want to do it, you got to do it on the fucking last day."
And how scared were you outside that helicopter? Be honest. That's got to be.
Yeah,
fucking
it was. But the adrenaline is.
Sure.
That helps you get through it, right?
Well, yeah, it's scary, but it feels good when you've done it.
Because Tom
Once
Cruise.
it's over, I bet. Yeah, you're like, fuck, that kicked ass. But
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tom
Not,
Cruise
let's
did
do it again.
his own stunts for Mission Impossible 3 or 4, whatever. And I become obsessed with that Burge Tower.
The Burge Tower, yeah.
But I'm like, how did he get a movie company? I don't care how much waivers you sign. How did Tom Cruise get them to sign off on him jumping at 1,100 feet and running down the side of that
Because he probably said, I'm not going to do your fucking movie unless you let me do this.
What kind of insurance?
Because he loves that shit.
It's it's a surprise because he's biggest movie star in the world. How do you let him do something that may or may? He must have had about 18 safety wires.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Do you think they had the best crew working with him?
It's the guy that runs the bungee at a fucking Poughkeepsie carnival.
It's great. Missing a couple of bolts, but shouldn't be a problem.
Don't worry about it.
Would you have done
Got
that?
some duct tape.
Would you have done that?
I'd have done that. Yeah. They're safe.
Yeah,
Anything that you see us do, it's pretty fucking safe. You just need the nuts to go, okay, I'm not scared of heights.
Are you?
No, I'm not scared of heights.
Oh, yeah, okay.
No, if you've got a fear for heights, then you don't want to be doing that. But
no.
It's pretty safe. It's not like you're trying to jump from a moving vehicle to another, and if you miss, you're going to smash yourself to pieces.
Yeah.
I mean, you're just on a wire, so you're just running around. And it's just like being on a fairground ride. It's pretty safe. It's not like you've got to exact some skill to try and
you're kind
have
of
some
just
kind of
along for the ride.
You're just along for the ride.
Yeah.
But that's just fucking. My hands sweat when I think of that. Like when he's running down the side of the building. But like the fact that I know it's safe, but it's like what if you just hear the feeling you'd have of floundering all the way down, going, this could have been avoided.
But Jason's ruining movies for us. I want to know that there's a chance that something could go wrong.
Problem. Of course, there's a chance. Everybody's got a bad day at work, and it could be the guy whose job it is to tie the fucking knot.
But I don't want to hear he's just along for the ride. I like to think there's some weird timing that he's got to figure out.
Here's how you know it could be a problem. They shot that the last day of filming.
Exactly. Yeah, there you go.
That's the indicator that
that's funny.
Certain things can happen. People are killed. Stuntmen are killed. I mean, it's not a fucking...
Yeah, they have been.
Yeah,
Sure.
I think the most dangerous thing is when there's a guy on the trigger that has to go boom and press the explosion.
Time it right.
And if he gets it wrong, excuse me?
Yeah, make sure nobody's in the wrong place at the wrong time.
Yeah, they're the ones that hold a lot of responsibility.
The pyro guys, you're in a lot of movies where they have the weapon masters, the guys that have to handle the guns and make sure that they're not live.
Yeah,
I mean, for the most part, they're real guns that are just have blank ammunition in there.
That's correct.
Yeah. So, I mean, you could definitely still get hurt.
Is that how Brandon Lee died?
Brandon Lee died?
It is, right? Yeah. He got...
and John Eric Hexum.
Who's that?
That's right. I think something got wedged in the barrel. I think there was something got wedged into the barrel.
Oh, it wasn't an actual bullet. It was something else.
Yeah, something else.
Wadding or something, right?
Yeah, and it got stuck in there. And I mean, I might be wrong.
But it's usually they're fucking around and doing things they're not supposed to be doing with them at the time. It's rarely a, someone put something in there and they went through the scene and it happened. Like John Eric Hexum. He put the gun to his head.
Who is he?
And pulled the trigger. He was on a series. I can't remember the name of the series. Remember his dumb name, but not the name of the series. And he put it next to his head, and the concussion from the blank actually dislodged a piece of his skull, and it went right into his brain like a bullet.
Oh yeah, you can kill yourself with a blank.
Absolutely.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Very dangerous still.
They have limits. That, we're shooting blanks all the time, but you've got to be. There's the distance. The safe distance is a big thing. They're always eyes too close. You can't don't put it as edgy. So if I'm pointing the gun at you, it's got to be like that.
Yeah,
look
usually film it in a way where it looks like
Why do they have why not just use it like where the fucking inside of the gun is filled with something like lead? It's a solid one solid piece, not a real gun.
Because you got to get the muzzle flash. You got to get
right, okay.
exactly right. Looks
the
better.
action of the weapon too.
Yeah. The action has to go.
They have a plugged gun. They do have a plugged barrel. So if you want to do short, and then they put the flash in post, but it's more expensive.
CGI,
but did I just sound like I know nothing about guns or the movie business? Why not use a fake one, mister? Naive shit.
I made a couple of videos at the house where I used CGI and stuff, and it looks the effects you could do now with After Effects and stuff. It looked really amazing, but there's just something about that
The recoil.
muzzle flash, the recoil.
If it doesn't have the recoil, it has to have
a little bit of smoke.
It has to have a little bit of recoil. It has to have the kickback.
Yeah.
And, and the slide has to slide. And,
right.
And
You need the slide. Yeah.
You know, the brass needs to come out. And
what does that feel like when you're shooting at somebody, even though you know it's a blank? It's like you're still shooting at somebody.
Huh.
Yeah, but it's it's a blank.
But I would love to do that.
You would love to do that.
I really would, yeah. But not tell them it's a blank, and then like make a prank show where I'm walking down the street just fake shooting at people, and they're like,
that'd be great.
I'm like,
and then you can have the
There's a lot of people I'd like to do that too.
Yeah. I can't wait for the part of the show where the cops don't fake shoot you because that's what would happen.
Well, it's called season finale.
Yeah. Are you proficient with weapons? Do you shoot much real guns?
Yeah, they make sure that you get good at that stuff. You know, they take you to the gun range and they show you how to go on. And
you should learn how to shoot a real one before you do that, just so you have the respect. Of the for the gun.
You have to really understand about the safety. The onset safety is a big thing, you know.
And the
you can't be running around. As soon as you've done the shot, you have to give it to the gun handler. And you can't run around having a cup of tea with the old gun.
Yeah. So as a British subject, what do you think of the assault band's weapon?
The what?
Assault band's weapon. Assault band's weapon.
Assault band's weapon. Damn it, you know. Oh, Rob.
And I'm the one on Vicodin.
Where's the screw? Where's the screech?
That's all right. Assault band's weapon. It's good.
Assault band's weapon. Damn it.
This is what Eager Boy wants to ask. When you're doing a film like that, you guys are all major A-list guys. I mean, you know, there's Schwarzenegger, Stallone. Is there a difference in the size of the trailer, or is it like everyone gets the same? Because I hear Will Smith has a fucking tractor trailer that opens up and like
basically
has
a house. They wouldn't let him.
They
wouldn't let him
park
racquetball
with a roof deck.
Yeah, like a two-level thing.
But they won't let him park it on a lot of the streets in New York.
Right.
They made him move it. Right. It was so ridiculously big and over the top. Yeah.
And you know Arnold's on that level, and so is Stallone, and I'm sure you're on that level. But when you're doing one, do you guys all get that, or do they just fucking kind of size it down? Like, look.
It depends. You know, it depends who you are. I mean, there is a standard thing that most people get, and if someone wants to, you know, be flash, and they want to, you know, they've got their own thing going, then, you know, the big movie stars get that. But
who's got the best one you've ever been in?
You know, I haven't been in any of those big ones.
Really?
You know, it's funny when you go and make a movie back in England. You go, is that the Portaloo? They go, no, it's your fucking trailer.
There's a little honey wagon.
Yeah, it's nothing like Hollywood back over there.
No.
I did a movie called Furry Vengeance. Obviously, you've seen it. Yes, it's about talking animals. You know, it's a great moment. And me and Patrice were in these honey wagons, and it was so small. There's no bathroom, so I just pissed in the sink all day.
Oh God!
Yes,
I'm just got to take a lot of leaks.
What? Yeah, so what? I'm just a new series I'm starting called Hollywood Glory. That's the opening story.
But you'd piss in the sink if you had a bathroom anyway.
Oh, absolutely,
so,
it was actually in the common area, just showing everybody who was boss.
But you do hear stories about people measuring the trailer, and you know,
right? They have
I think
the
that one's 6 inches longer than that. You know, some stupid story like that.
That's got to cause resentment. Without any names, because I know you don't want to do that. But was there anybody with a little more ego on those sets, the set of Expendables, than other people?
Not any Expendables, no. I think everyone sort of keeps an even keel. You know, Sly's the sort of the head honcho, and everybody respects him. So I think everyone sort of behaves themselves.
Yeah.
I know it doesn't sound that way. But,
but I guess because guys who are that, like, Schwarzenegger doesn't need to prove who he is. Stallone doesn't need to prove who he is. I mean,
that's true.
Yeah, there's almost like a mutual respect because they're all the biggest stars in the world. So everyone sort of keeps their heads on, you know, because someone started to get out of line, they just stand out, you know.
Yeah, you've had to have been on some sets, though, where you're like, oh, that guy's a fucking asshole.
Quite a few, yeah.
Have you ever thought that people might think you were that guy?
Of course. More often than not.
You never want to think that. God damn.
Not Jason.
You look at Charlie Sheen now, and I don't know if he had that girl fired or whatever. There's something going on in anger management. And I'm just like, I don't know what happened. Because I like Charlie Sheen. I've never met him, but I like his work, and I want to believe he's a good dude, but he's just...
I'm starting to think he's the problem.
He might be, man.
I'm starting to think.
He might be.
He might have some issues there.
But I'm like, what a lousy work environment to have that conflict.
That's his co-star.
Yeah.
She's now out of the series.
Is she out or is she going to be out?
I thought
I think they
that
fired her,
yesterday,
right?
yeah.
He wanted her out or something.
Yeah, they had
That's
problems,
some
and that
pull,
was
though.
it.
That's having some pull if you could do that. It's a scumbaggy move, but, you know.
Well, it depends on what she did, too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. She got the yogurt wrong.
Wouldn't fuck him.
Well, goodbye.
Perhaps that's,
Goodbye.
Perhaps that's what's going on.
Jason's movie, by the way, is called Redemption. It's in
Yes.
theaters June 28th, which is today is it's a week from today.
Cool.
It'll be. Do you panic about opening weekends and stuff like that? Like, do you really? Do you watch that? Like, do you really care about what's happening, or do you just kind of?
Sure cares.
Well, I mean, you care, but I mean, how much do you follow it?
You get told what it is. I mean, obviously, you've got to have an idea of whether the movie's, any good or not, and whether people want to see that kind of film. And of course, it makes a big difference because if they consistently don't make any money, that's your career's over. So that's the end of that.
Yeah.
So it's it's an important fact.
Do you do independent movies at all, or do you not want to do them? Like something weird, low budget, just because you like the script?
Yeah, I've done a couple of those. I mean, even Lock, Stock, that was
Yeah.
independent. That was a small thing. I think that was made for like 900 grand.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, we shot it in 5 weeks.
Just a cult favorite
Yeah.
now. Yeah.
So
it's one of
great
those
films
movies.
get made for no money at all. And you know what? People want to be involved with quality work. So it's not always the big budget things that people want to be a part of. A lot of the actors really want to attach themselves to great material. So and a lot of the good material don't always come through the way of a studio.
It's good to have that balance of, I artistically, I have my integrity, and holy shit, I got to pay the mortgage.
Yeah.
Those type of things. I think, who put it best? Goddamn, Michael Madsen.
Yeah, Madsen was
Madsen put out a list. He
That's
actually had a
hilarious.
list of movies, and he
explained
put
why he did
a
them.
reason why he did it. It's like child support, renters due, payment, and then he's like, "Oh, I really liked doing this one," But most of them were just like, "Oh yeah, that one, the water heater blew up." It's fucking great. He's very honest.
We miss him.
Guy.
I think Michael Caine he said that one was the house in Tuscany. That one
Yeah.
It's amazing how many British actors. Somebody pointed out to me how many British actors are playing like American superhero. Like you look at fucking like The Dark Knight. It was like they were all British. British actors are killing us. I mean, it was in Batman, the Joker, obviously Michael Caine, and I think somebody else on that was
Spider-Man's a Brit.
Is he really?
Superman's a Brit. Yeah.
Yeah,
Fucking
yeah.
those Brits get everywhere.
I know, right? Yeah, that is true.
It's because British actors are trained. They actually are trained to act. America is 90% of the time it's just you.
That's right. The lead of The Walking Dead is British. Andrew Lincoln and fucking the guys from The Wire. British actors.
A lot of guys in The Wire.
Are there any American
British.
actors going over there, and then British people going, "We didn't know he was American"? That's the way it is here.
No, because there's not a lot of great stuff. We don't make any. All we have is James Bond, and that's it.
That's
And
pretty much it.
The others are period dramas with everyone's wearing tights and and wigs. So the appeal's not quite the same. Be a superhero or put these tights on for 10 weeks.
Have you ever played? Have you ever done like stage acting?
No, I've never done any sort of acting.
Yeah, we were, last time you were in, we went through the whole thing of how you got into movies, and it was kind of a very, by chance thing.
Yeah, I was just, asked to do a film that didn't require any acting.
Right.
Yeah, it was just sort of play yourself in a movie.
You're a working guy and then working on the streets.
Yeah,
and stuff,
working on the streets.
Yeah, it's a great story.
Do that, but say these words. It's, it was. That's how I got into it. And then Guy Ritchie said, "Look, don't bother trying to don't go to any acting classes. It's
no heavy lifting.
That's exactly the opposite advice they give me."
Wow. You would have been a great James Bond.
Yeah. The bold Bond.
I think so.
The way Fleming wrote the character was a guy who was really, brutal. He wasn't like Roger Moore, wasn't some milquetoasty guy. He was a real...
Yeah, more like the Casino Royale kind of...
I like Daniel Craig. I think I don't really pay much attention to Bond, but I like him. I think
Daniel
he's
Craig
really
is,
good.
Yeah, I think he does.
Craig's the best since Connery, for sure.
Does a good Bond.
Yeah, since Connery is the best since Connery.
Yeah, they took the tongue-in-cheek out of it because it got, especially with Roger Moore, it wound up just getting ridiculous at that point.
God almighty.
It got so far away from You know, everything was a joke. You never felt like the character was ever really in any danger.
I think he got the point.
Terrible, right?
Oh, God, it's make your skin crawl. Just shoot the fuck and be done with it. God almighty.
Wow. Yeah, it seems like they became... Did you see that documentary on Bond? There was about the lawsuits that had been involved in the fight over that name. Man, that is an ugly, ugly underbelly.
A lot of money. A lot of money involved.
What was that? Most popular franchise in history, right?
Yeah, the James Bond, with all the problems with Sean Connery, and then the people who took over, I think, you know, the two creators, or whatever, not Fleming, but the guy who made the producer.
Broccoli, Albert Broccoli.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
Broccoli. Van Rice and broccoli.
Yeah.
I can't believe that fucking home run question I had. I should have saved that for the end.
Got to wrap with that one.
You know, not to hit you with a curveball here, but chamomile tea, comment? If you would have spit on me, nobody would have questioned it.
You could still do it if you want.
But then, yeah, there was a whole big, a bunch of lawsuits. And what was the movie that got made twice? There was one Bond that got made.
Thunderball.
Oh, right, okay.
Well, it was Never Say Never Again because it was originally written as a screenplay. Fleming wrote Thunderball as a screenplay. So
you know your Bond shit.
I'm big on the Bond.
Nice.
Have you seen them all?
I've seen them all. Some of them twice.
Which is your favorite?
Goldfinger. Goldfinger, Dr. No.
Good one.
Yeah.
You know, all the Connerys really are great.
Do you hate the Roger
Craig,
Moores, or you don't?
I hate them.
Okay.
I hate them with a passion.
Do you really?
I really do.
We had him in here.
Did you?
Did you guys get him over there on Imus?
No.
Rob wouldn't have it.
No. I put my foot down.
He was cool.
Connery or nothing.
Yeah.
He won't be a part of it. He just won't. Didn't they do something at the Oscars recently with those guys? And he just will not.
Well, he kind of went on to have a pretty good career after the Bond.
He did all
thing.
right, right?
I don't think he really got typecast. He did good. Roger Moore, on the other hand, after Bond, what do you do? The Cannonball Run?
He'll be a Walmart greeter before too long.
What's the best story? George
Lazenby.
Oh,
what's that story about?
George Lazenby was the guy who replaced Connery.
Right.
For On Her Majesty's Secret Service, which is one of the better books. It's the one where James Bond gets married. And Lazenby was this nobody who they picked to take Connery's place when Connery first left. Only made one.
Wow.
One and done.
And didn't it do well? He was good at it.
And he actually wasn't bad.
Yeah.
He actually wasn't bad. But then they went to, and then it was a couple of years before they actually made.
But he fucked it up. He took like really weird advice.
Yep.
People say like some guy told him, like this guru told him like you
play it like a mime.
Yeah,
Bond is stuck in a glass box.
Yes.
Like, well, that's horrid advice. That's right.
Yeah, sing your lines. People will love that. Really? Come on.
Make a bold choice. Make him Chinese.
Yeah. Get out there.
So what did he do wrong?
I don't remember.
You don't remember?
Yeah, I'm sure listeners are out there want to kill me. But he blew it by changing something that was working for him, and he just screwed it up.
And they moved on from him.
And they were like, "You're just fuck
done.
you." Yeah, and they moved on.
Huh.
And,
bastard.
You know, if you get a franchise like that, play it smart.
Pete Best of James Bond movies. Wow. You just don't want to be the Pete Best of anything.
No.
No, unless it's the Beatles.
Or the identical triplets.
We got to wrap up with Jason, I guess. That sucks.
Yeah, Jason.
Thank you for we like
pleasure,
you do
man.
radio. You're one of the few
I
big
know,
guests
right?
that likes to do radio and is good at it. Because a lot of them want to do a 7-minute fucking quick TV interview, and that's it.
We've always had fun when you come in, too.
No, it's a great laugh.
You're good to hang
I love
out
coming
with.
on.
Yeah, it's great.
I'll see you next time around.
Yeah, absolutely. Best of luck with the movie, Jim.
It's out
give him the big plug.
June 28th. It's called Redemption, and you know, of course, Jason Statham is great. And if you happen to be now, the Hummingbird is the UK title. Is it still being called that there or no?
It is, yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
But here it's Redemption. Yep.
Okay, so don't be confused. Like if you're with a friend from across the pond and he says, "Let's say Hummingbird," say, "I'd love to," and you'll be seeing Redemption.
Two very different names for the same movie.
Really, but that's great. I mean, but I guess I kind of respect the fact that Britain would call it that. Like that's it. You know, I like that name.
I just think England has a little more artistic integrity. They could stick with Hummingbird. America's like, fuck that name. That sounds like a faggot movie. We're going to get a Redemption.
No explosions in that one.
Yeah, exactly.
But then again, isn't it like calling it, if Hummingbird's a common name for those things over there, maybe it's not a common name for them here. So maybe that's like calling it Predator drone here.
Right.
Why would I ruin the interview by speculating? It was nice. We had a nice out, then I just decided to go into the writer's room and take a guess.
Douche. It's always great when you meet somebody who, an actor whose work you admire, whatever, because you always make up your mind in your head what kind of a person they are off screen, and 9 times out of 10 you're always disappointed because they tend to be a fucking asshole. So it's great to actually, you're exactly who we hoped you would be.
Jason, Rob.
Thank you.
Hug it out. Hug it out. Hug it out.
They're hugging it out.
Oh, I love it.
Look, he's crying.
Thanks, man.
I'm absolutely crying.
See you later, Chad.
Should we take a break?
Yeah, we will. Jason Statham, always a pleasure. Thank you. Redemption, a week from today. We'll be back with Rob Bartlett.
The Opie and Anthony Show.
Yes, I remember I had lasagna.
We're all very excited about Instagram adding video.
Oh, boy.
And we're all getting a lot of followers today. I think Sam figured out a whole bunch of people are signing up for Instagram today because they finally have video.
I think so.
Yeah. I'm Opie Radio on Instagram. What are you at?
I'm Anthony Cumia. I just put my name. Not very creative.
No, that's good, though.
Not very creative.
I don't know what I am on Instagram. I know on Twitter I'm at the Robio, R-O-B-I-O.
I follow you.
Rabio.
I follow you. I like
Do
you.
you follow me? Really?
Well, maybe not.
No, you don't follow me.
What, on Instagram?
Or no, on Twitter. You don't
On
follow
Twitter?
me.
I think do I follow
It was
you?
an oversight. You don't have to point it out to the world. Watch what I do.
How about you fucking follow me?
I'm pretty sure I follow
How
you.
about that?
I thought I followed you. What is it,
I'm pretty sure I follow
Robio?
you.
R-O-B-I-O, the Robio.
Then how am I reading your tweets?
I guess because I follow you.
R-O-B-I-O,
shit.
what else?
The Robio. That's it.
Oh, the. Hold on a minute. See, I'm going
Rabio.
to show you this was an oversight, sir.
All
Look,
right.
Rob Bartlett.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck, I'm not
It's not,
following you.
not showing
That's
you that it's an
awkward.
oversight. It's you backpedaling.
That's right. All right. There we
Following.
go. Thank you.
Now you're following.
About fucking time.
Yeah, it's so easy to unfollow, so who cares?
I'm following you right now. The minute. You dick.
I'm Baby Imus.
That's true.
Baby Imus with the dick shit.
Baby Imus.
But, all right, so Opie Radio on Instagram, Anthony Cumia on Instagram, Jim Norton on Instagram, I believe. Right, Jim? You got Jim Norton?
Yeah, I'm uploading a fucking home run, Opie.
And not Sam
Double
on
guns,
the Instagram?
bitch.
Not Sam.
I'll give you the plug
Holy
today because you
shit.
fucking did the Ricky Gervais interview yesterday.
Thank you.
So that's what I do in return. I see the girls got pictures with Jason Statham.
Oh my God.
Oh, yeah.
They were all waiting for their pictures, all just.
Yeah.
And I go in. It's amazing. I go in to tell one of them, "Can you please get Mr. Bartlett a Band-Aid?" And before I can ask them to do anything, Jackie has to go, "Jason smelled delicious." What is happening here?
I don't know, man. Whatever
they're
they.
excited.
What do you mean? What's happening?
Whatever they want, I guess.
Yes, that's the answer.
They're excited about a guest that comes in.
You're
What, are you gonna
bumming
hold that
everyone out,
against
Sam.
them?
You're a
Come
bummer.
on, Sam.
Yes,
Don't be a
Sam.
fuddy-duddy.
Buzzkill.
Morale around here is
Yeah.
great, and you're the one that's got to stomp
Morale's
it
been
out.
fantastic.
It's beautiful.
And it goes up. I think the girls want pictures, Jason.
Well, I didn't want anybody leaving
out.
disappointed.
Like the thing that nobody.
Disappointed.
Whenever people get pictures,
Yeah.
Idiot.
one of you,
Did I say
love biking in
disappointed?
Of
course you did.
I am like fucking.
Did he say disappointed?
Yeah.
I'm feeling better now, though.
Ban guns assault or whatever the fuck I did.
Yeah.
Why? That was a great question.
Great question if I phrased it right.
Assault bans guns.
Yeah, or a pepper.
It
What
is
did you
a
say?
gun
I'm
ban
trying to remember.
assault.
Yeah. Or assaulted.
I was trying to get a little
bans.
Second Amendment thing going because
It was, see? By the way, I got a letter from New York State Pistol Licensing in New York City. And apparently, they got this thing where you got to have a magazine with 10 rounds or less. But you can only put 7 rounds in the magazine.
So you leave 3 out?
Yeah. Just like the bad guys will do.
No, they won't.
Exactly. Literal, Jim. But so I get this thing, and it says now, and this is something that no one knew about. You need, when you re-up your permit, you need to be able to present to them what happened to your magazines that were over 10 rounds. So if they know that you have this pistol, let's say, that holds 16 rounds, and it's on your license, they'll be like, well, what did you do with the 16-round mag? And we also want proof that you bought a compliant magazine.
What?
I know! What? So I'm sitting there. Candy Crush.
Well, what? What happened?
What level you?
But they're going to use this to screw over the people because when it comes time to re-up your license, a lot of people don't pay attention to every little rule and regulation and law that comes out. They should, but a lot of people don't. And they're going to use that against people. They're going to be like, now you've got to produce documentation that shows us what you did with your illegal magazine. And then when you can't, they'll be like, well, then you can't have a license. And this is everyone that says, they're not coming for your guns. No one ever thought they were going to start kicking doors in and taking your guns, although, that's not out of the realm of possibility. But they do it in this way. They do it they change the laws, make you have to do something, hope that a bunch of people either don't do it or aren't informed enough to know about the laws to do it, and then they don't give you your fucking license.
Yeah, but if you go to Chicago, you can get plenty of guns without any of that stuff. You don't need any papers, nothing.
Chicago is the safest city because you're not allowed to carry a gun in Chicago. That's why there's never any shootings on the street and everybody's fine.
See,
I know.
It works out.
See?
I saw a documentary that said otherwise.
Oh, and by the way, the mayor's fucking safe gun, mayors for safety gun control shit in Boston, they were having a little get-together, and they were reading off the names of the people that have been victims of gun violence and deaths, and they actually read off the name of the fucking terrorist guy that was fucking shot. And that's not a joke.
That had to be an oversight.
They fucking read it off as a guy who was a victim of... Who wrote? Was that you that wrote he ought to be put in there as a victim of distracted driving?
No.
Oh, that's kind of funny.
Oh, no, I
His
did
brother
say that.
ran
No,
him
I
over.
did. I did.
Didn't.
Oh, Chippa. But,
how could it be an oversight, though? You'd think right down to the point where you see the paper and you read the name. Even if you have to stop halfway through.
Right.
Don't finish the name. You know what the name is.
Who put the name on the list,
Boston.
though?
You know
they
what?
probably just did a whole. They probably just took names.
Give
of people
us the
killed by
names
guns.
of everyone killed by guns in the city of Boston. And it's like, okay, here it is.
Wow.
And they read it off as a victim. He was a victim. Shit it.
Wow.
But this is what's going on in this country. And now, like I said, we get this fucking paperwork. Stuntbrain just sent a copy to me. He was like, did you get this? And I'm like, yeah, I got that too. But it's things like this. They change the laws hoping that legal gun owners will screw up, and that's how they come for your guns.
They want to trip you up.
They want to trip you up, and it shouldn't be. You shouldn't have a right given to you by the Constitution that they're able to trip you up on and take that right away.
But what does this have to do with spinach and rice?
Well, apparently Jason Statham only eats that.
Right.
From breakfast, lunch, and then dinner, and even his snacks.
Oh. She's just coming in with a thing.
Thank you, Jackie.
Thank you, Jackie.
She didn't give you anything.
Wonderful.
Someone's a little helper.
You know what? She came in here and gave Jim Norton something, but she didn't distract the show
That's
doing
right.
it. And
She
that's why I'm
absolutely did.
thanking
No,
her.
she didn't.
She was a major.
No.
She's a walking distraction. All she does is distract. So is that little Sydney.
You're a bummer.
So is that little Sydney. That little fucking Sydney distracting everybody.
I got a note during the break. Sal wants to come in here and defend the spinach and rice thing with Jason Statham.
So excited.
Because he put the one sheet together.
Yeah, I put it together. I just want
I don't know why that mic's not working.
Maybe it.
7.
Maybe it has a sensor on it for fucking shit that's interesting and not, and it shuts off.
I'm just saying that
It
like
just
This would be off
I
then.
wasn't pulling this shit off Wikipedia.
Jimmy's just looking at me like, yeah.
You guys have like a policy, like your a hiring policy.
Not really. Basically, if you intern,
This is short bus over here.
Yeah.
basically if you intern for us, we hire you.
Yeah,
Pretty
that's
much.
how it goes.
That's pretty much it.
Yeah.
Shit.
Yes, Sal.
All right, come on.
Oh yeah, so no, I found numerous articles online saying about that spinach and rice thing. So it's not like I just fabricated it.
Oh, good. It was online. The guy said no.
Yes.
So Barry Abraham the other day said that was like a private video that was uploaded to Vivid.
Well,
We kind of blew that one.
are you saying
we blew that
Jason
interview
Statham
badly?
took a dick in his ass? Why don't you tell
I'm
him
saying
that?
that he lied.
What?
What? Oh, really?
Jason Statham live?
Jason Statham live.
You think Jason Statham really does eat spinach and rice?
Yeah.
For every meal.
Well, not every meal. It's saying that there are spies.
But he held back because
you would look like a wimp saying that.
In front of us.
You look like a guy who has a diet plan or some nutritional
When he trains.
thing that he does.
It's like a badass. Imagine if you were strong enough to only eat spinach and rice.
So then if it was so badass, why wouldn't you just admit to it then?
Because he doesn't do it.
That's what he said.
Articles online are saying that he even has an assistant to go out to the cooking area on set to order his rice and spinach so he doesn't have to look at any of the other food that's there.
My internet sources are telling me.
Look, I'm just trying to defend my one sheet.
Where he was getting the info from.
And in the past,
Fair
I
enough.
fucked it up, I'll admit. So
No, it's fair enough. Fuck it. Who cares?
Thank you, guys.
Right. It's true. News.com.au.
Oh, that .au is never good.
Look, the Mail Online. That's a UK
Mail Online?
Yeah.
Is that your site? M-A-L-E?
Yeah, you fucking suck dicks.
Oh, Jesus.
Where is this anger coming from?
Chip is
I thought
very
Chip was
angry.
such a nice, quiet.
And what does this have to do with
think?
Rob Bartlett's plug?
Thank you very much.
Holy shit.
Have it done.
Rob's awesome.
That's right. The New York Entertainment Club tomorrow night at the Belmore Theater on Long Island. 785-4234.
Ooh,
Yeah.
ooh, I got a question.
What?
Will there be some song and dance?
You know what? No, there's not going to be song and dance. I'm actually doing
A little soft shoe?
some new material for a change. So
Yeah.
Oh, Rob
you know
Bartlett.
what it is?
Nice.
I got lazy and was doing the same shit for years and years and years and years, and we shot a special.
How can you say
couple
you're
months
lazy?
ago.
You do a morning show and then you do Broadway. You didn't have time to work on stand up
You
for a
know,
while
it's-
there.
something's got to suffer, but now I'm bringing the pain.
And you keep your energy up
Bring
with
the pain,
Hubba
nice.
Bubba and sauerkraut, I hear, is your
Hubba Bubba
diet.
and sauerkraut.
Or that's what Sal said.
And I have a nice jerk before I go on stage.
Nice
You get in the
jerk.
dressing room and you give yourself a nice little tug. It makes the mind clear, and you can be funny.
That tires
It's
me
good.
out.
Clear
man.
the mind.
Yeah, it
need a
removes
nap.
my killer instinct.
Yeah, I need a
Clear
nap
the
after that
mind.
shit.
It dulls my senses.
Does it?
Yeah,
Would you
once
just
I-
jerk off?
Fucking Anthony on Viking is evil.
I
He's
know,
evil.
right? It really
I
does bring
know.
out the anger.
I'm
in
not
me.
even making eye contact with him for the last hour. He's evil.
But
Fuck
he's
this.
surprisingly thoughtful. on top of
Right.
it.
I try.
Rob's last special was very funny. I saw it.
Rob
Oh, so
Bartlett
you were
is
there.
a very funny
there.
guy. It's the only reason he's here. We don't have dullards
I
on
didn't,
this show.
but I didn't
Are
prove it
these
this
the,
morning. But
Are these the
True, but
Are these the Nagel in-laws? Are these the Nagel in-laws?
oh, what do we got here?
Eric, comment?
No.
Who are these people?
I don't know.
I see the lovely
is that
Mrs. Nagel. That's Eric's wife.
No, not her. The other one.
Yeah, who's the one to the left of her?
it looks like Mrs. Nagel's.
I don't
mom.
know. Who is that, E-Rock?
I'll go find out if you want.
Yeah, please do.
Yeah.
Yeah, you should do that.
Who are you, miss?
We got to find this out.
Open the door.
No, it's
I'm just
somebody I used to
hoping.
work with at WFAN. It's Alice McNamara.
What?
Really?
Wait, you
It
actually
is?
know her?
Yeah. Yeah, we used to
Oh.
work together at WFAN.
Oh.
What did she
A
do for
fan-
you?
Did she do the 2020 jingle?
She was Simon's sidekick when Charles McCall was
Oh,
sick.
right, okay.
Oh, really?
Does she know Joe Beningo?
Yeah, we all know Joe Beningo.
I love Joe.
Joe Beningo,
I hate the way he spells his name with a G then N. Benigno.
but that's the way it's supposed to be spelled.
How do you say
Oh,
it?
Benigno.
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 Is he Spanish?
I don't think he's Italian. I think
Joe
That
Benigno.
sounds-
Oh,
Benigno.
Benigno. Oh, Benigno.
Sounds Italian.
Me here, you there, schmoozing.
Steve Summers.
Steve
Insufferable
Summers.
show. Oh, you got the Metropolitans. Really? Did they?
Addie Scazzeri on the other side of the glass.
At the mausoleum.
The mausoleum here at Chase. It fucking bores me. I like Joe Beningo. Joe's great.
We like Joe. I like Steve
Fourth
Summers.
quarter's a disaster. Just yells.
Wait a second. I'm not at liberty to talk about what's happening.
Not at
I
liberty.
know.
Yeah.
They caught him the other day, right? Didn't they?
Who?
Francesa? Didn't they catch him in something?
Like Francesa?
What
did they catch him in?
I don't know. What did he do this time?
It's not just he went on record for something, or just no, when he broke some story. That was you guys were talking about on
he's such
Boomer.
When he was that the thing we
It was who
played?
He goes, who was that?
Oh, now I don't know.
Someone
I
got
don't
fired,
remember.
right? Or I don't know.
Whatever it was.
When he broke in and said,
Yeah.
I want to
My
announce
sources.
my sources.
Is he a nice guy, Francesa?
Yeah, I mean, everybody's nice when they want to be.
Well, that's true.
You know what I mean?
That is a horrible compliment.
It really is.
Yeah,
Was that good?
Shitty non-statement.
That was the worst way to cover your ass.
Is that? Oh,
ever.
please, are you kidding me? I'm the biggest pussy on the fucking planet. I don't want anybody to hate me.
Someone called me a pussy. I said, yeah, I am what I eat, and I did this. Fucking flicked my tongue right towards that cunt.
Double guns.
Yeah. Fuck yeah.
guns.
Double guns, Bartlett. Give a fuck.
I'm going to get out of here. I got rehab today.
Oh,
shoulder rehab starts today.
No. Thank you for getting that, Sam.
Taking too many punches to my shoulder. I got to take care of the
That's
situation.
because you do too good of a job. People, yeah, good job.
That's right. You got attaboyitis.
Who's on the hotline?
Holla!
Who's this?
It's Joe. It's Anthony's brother. What's going on?
Hi, Joe.
Oh, Joe, what's up, buddy?
Oh, Joe. Yeah, Joe, you got a plug for something.
Yeah, I do.
Where are you going to be?
Pocket Kings. Hold on. No, I'm kidding. We got we're playing at Gillette Stadium this.
Jesus.
What?
Holy fuck.
Yeah. It's a benefit for the victims of the bombing, the families.
Yes.
The marathon bombing up in Boston. It's Foxborough, Massachusetts, Gillette Stadium. We're going on at 7:00, and we have a very special guest sitting in with us. None other than Larry Mullen of U2.
Whoa!
Oh, wow.
Mullen Jr. Yeah, he's going to be playing drums for a couple of songs.
You're kidding.
No, he said.
Holy fuck.
That's cool.
That's pretty goddamn cool.
Are you freaking out?
No, not at all.
Joe doesn't care anymore.
We're good. He'll like us.
Holy shit, that's awesome.
That's hilarious. He's going to be like, what the fuck? I could just play. I could just come on in and start playing. I know all this shit.
Pretty much.
I can do that, son.
He's probably wearing a camera so he can sue you. Cease and desist. He's there to serve you with a C&D.
There's going to be video and pro photographers all over the place. What is a bunch of SWAT guys, the guys that actually caught up with the scumbag that dropped the bomb at the marathon? These guys are friends with Larry. He's been friends with them since childhood. They're Irish guys.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, Irish cops.
Of course they are. Yeah. Go figure that one out.
Wow. But yeah, basically it's a
That's
really
awesome.
It's a nice charity kind of thing.
Oh, very cool, man. That'll be fun.
Yeah. So we'll be there this weekend.
Cool. We're going to the range tomorrow, right?
Yeah.
Pew pew. Yeah, we're going out to Calverton tomorrow.
Going to be down in where am I going to be? Tonight I'm in Maryland. I'm in Maryland tonight.
Maryland.
But I'm driving back home midnight till about 5 a.m. and then we go out at 9 o'clock out to Calverton.
Yeah, let's have some fun, blast some shit.
Are you bringing the? You're going to bring the Barrett?
Bring the Barrett, 50 cal. Nice. We're going to be blasting some fucking rounds, sending some lead down range, slinging lead there. Waddly-doodly.
I haven't shot that thing yet. Yes,
sir.
I got the pump, the 12 gauge that I haven't fired yet.
Yeah, bring some slugs. I'll also bring the Eagle.
Got some double arc buckshot. Nitro.
Nitro Express. Bring that. I got the the Benelli semi-automatic 12 gauge. Boom, boom, boom. We're going to be fucking blasting shit. It's going to be great.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, all right. RJ's coming. I think Uncle Tony's going to come too.
Oh, cool.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah, have fun up there,
So we're going to have
man.
a whole bunch of video and audio up on notyou2.com.
Fuck yeah.
Of us playing with Larry fucking Mullen Jr.
Jesus, that's
very
amazing.
cool.
Good for you, Joe.
All right. Playing too.
Have fun,
all right,
man.
All right, gentlemen. Thanks a lot for the plug. I'll talk to you soon.
See you tomorrow.
Yeah, buddy. Have a great show, man.
That's awesome.
Should ask who else is going to be
I guess
on it.
U2 definitely knows the band now.
I guess so.
I bet their drummer's happy.
Yeah, right. Drummer's like, fuck, man.
Whoa.
Yeah, you told this asshole to... fuck.
Oh, yeah. Fuck.
How's that?
Somebody's got to be on the sideline going, oh, man.
Fucking guy.
How's that Bo Donaldson and the Haywood tribute band project going?
Well, we're working on it. Yeah. Yeah, some artists just never get tribute bands.
Never get tribute bands. It's a shame.
Yeah. Starland Vocal Band. Tribute. Just play Afternoon Delight over and over and over.
Yeah. The Bo Donaldson and him was just a Billy Don't Be a Hero for 45 minutes.
Rob, bye.
There you go.
Oh,
take care.
Rob.
Love to the fam.
Opie.
Gotta
Have
go.
a great weekend.
You too, Anthony.
Stay tuned for the Sam Roberts debacle.
It's not going to be a debacle.
What? Who's on today?
Well, Rob Bartlett, would you like to stay?
I would love to.
Oh,
How
wow,
do
you
you
got
like
the big
that?
invite.
There's my ride home.
I don't know where to go.
Nice. 10-10 wins.
Now,
And of course, the after show.
Really fast, a lot of people talking about the phone call Tony Soprano from the grave we did yesterday with Max Cook. It's on our Facebook page, right, E-Rock?
Yeah, it's
I
on the Facebook
uploaded a
page.
little video of it because everyone was talking about it. So it's on the Facebook page. It's on my YouTube channel, Opie Radio. And maybe Sam, if he has time, will play it during the after show.
play it a break
or maybe
now if you
not.
want.
That'll be up to Sam.
we got something to do first, Eric.
Oh. Yeah.
Well, Jim Norton's
Jimmy.
Anti-Social Comedy Tour.
Yes.
Saturday, July 20th. First show sold out.
Second show goes on sale in 2 minutes.
2.
It's at the Sands Casino Resort in Bethlehem, Pennsylvania. Myself, Amy Schumer, Dave Attell, and Artie Lang. Yeah, the first show sold out fairly quickly.
Do tell. David Tell.
I say that to him every time I see him. Or Amy. I'm like, how come your name's not Amy Sandalshire? Or Amy Bootsma? We laugh.
Bet you do.
Where's Rob Bartlett going?
Had to go make a whiz.
Oh, okay.
That's
How come
the
his name isn't Rob Bart Prevent?
What?
Yeah, you got to think when you're with me. So it's going to be a great show, and the tickets will be on sale in exactly 2 minutes. So I encourage you to buy them, and I hope you enjoy the show. I'm doing newer material, and Dave Attell always has new material. I'm sure Artie does, and Amy. And I'm just kind of yapping while Anthony fucking wraps up his computer, and I have to go tape with Troy. And, well, I guess I will see you guys.
That's gonna.
You should leave that in here.
Bobblehead is gonna make it to the firing range.
No, that's terrible. They even suggest.
You would never do that.
Never.
All right. 1 minute, by
Stupid.
the way.
Yes. Is that it?
Yeah, I will be going. I'm just babbling, trying to get to 10, but fuck it. Just buy the tickets if you want. If you don't, then don't. What am I going to tell you? But you're the one missing out.
They're all very funny people.
Have a good weekend.
Go see them.
Yeah, or don't.
Oh,
Up to you. What do I care?
Yeah.
I'm getting paid. See you guys.
And now, the Opie and Anthony Show continues. This is After O&A Live. Here's your host, Sam Roberts.
All right, here we go. After Opie and Anthony Live with my very special guest, Rob Bartlett.
Hi.
You got 2 mics in front of you.
Yeah, so I'm in stereo.
It seems wholly unnecessary.
You go back and forth between them.
Whatever you want, yeah. If you turn off your right channel, Rob will still be there.
That's right. Coming at you.
Just chewing
It's really good for the radio. I mean, chewing the gum like that.
into both microphones.
In lieu of me eating these donuts.
He did. He brought in... We got to do something about the donuts. There's 24 donuts. Roland, are you going to have a donut?
I had one.
You did?
He's already partaken.
I don't know. Partake. Because we have a guy. You've heard Dennis Falcone on the show before, haven't you? He's the...
I believe so.
He's the old DJ who wants to be on the 50s channel.
Oh, yes.
We make him talk up songs
Yes, I
and
didn't know
everything.
what his name was.
Yeah, he... nobody should. He constantly... is just harassing us for free things. And I mean, I guess that's the tradition of radio.
Of course.
Is to just try to get as much free stuff as humanly
Swag.
possible. It's all about swag. But he's already, I guess he listens to the show in his cubicle or whatever. And he's already, I went to the bathroom and he goes, "Hey, Sam, everybody eat up all those donuts yet? Or we have to finish those donuts before he gets his grubby hands." But you know what Eric's done in the past?
What?
Eric doesn't like Dennis Falcone
Why
at
is
all.
that?
I don't know. Eric, you don't like him, correct?
I don't hate him, no.
Well, you have walked around. Last time we had some kind of food in here, we had extra treats, and I believe it was you who went from desk to desk offering every employee whatever we had, whether it was cookies or whatever, and you skipped Dennis Falcone's desk on purpose and just made sure that all the cookies were given away.
And I threw the box out in his garbage can.
That's mean.
That's not fair.
Nicole wants to come in. Why are you being hesitant?
I don't know. I saw a head I didn't know.
That's Rob Bartlett.
Well, hello, Rob Bartlett.
Nicole, how
Have
are
you met Nicole before?
No, I've never.
This is Nicole from the Morning
so
Mashup.
nice to meet you. I just saw the back of your head and I got nervous because it was a.
It made you hot, didn't it? I have a very hot back of my
It
head.
was
Yeah.
very sexy.
The front is not so hot.
No.
The back is
The back-
wonderful.
The back gets me so much.
What are all those yummy treats over
There's
there?
24 donuts that we're trying to eat before Dennis Falcone gets his hands on
I
them.
am not touching them.
Come on.
No, I have to wear something today that I can't, is exposing the old belly.
Are you're purposely putting the two mics in front? It's unnecessary.
You just want to make sure you're heard.
No, you know what it is? It's rock and roll, man.
Is that, yeah?
These go to 11.
Us kids wouldn't understand.
No.
Rob.
Yes, baby.
I can't believe you don't know who Rob Bartlett is.
No, I'm not surprised.
I am. Rob Bartlett.
Embarrass me.
I'm wounded.
Yeah, it hurts. You've been in this business for a certain amount of time. You'd like some kind of respect.
35 years. Just know who I am.
Why don't you let me know what's going on, dude?
He's on the Imus show. Don Imus. Have you heard of Don Imus?
Oh yeah, I've heard of him once or twice. I'm joking. Of course I know him.
He's on the He's been on the Imus show forever.
Sorry, I never really listened.
He's been all over Broadway. That's fine.
Oh.
He's a stand-up comedian.
He's mad. He's angry.
No, I'm not mad at all.
And he's number 2 on the list of worst WWE color commentators.
Is it 2? I moved up?
You're number 2.
Awesome.
You haven't beaten Mike Adamle yet.
No.
But I saw a Bleacher Report. I was looking up while you were here. Bleacher Report put out the top 10 worst WWE broadcasters of all time.
Oh.
And Rob Bartlett is number 2.
I was really horrible.
Why do you love that so much? He doesn't even upset you.
No, because it's a badge of honor.
Yeah.
In the wrestling world, it's a huge deal.
Okay.
People remember him. He was only on for a few weeks in '93.
Yeah. I was one of the first hosts.
93. How old
of
were
Raw.
we? I was 11 in 93.
Yeah, 10, 11 years old.
One of the first hosts of Raw for the first 13 weeks, I think it was.
And then that was it for you.
That was it. I was done.
It was funny in the article. It said that you were brought on because Vince McMahon wanted a quote unquote edgy comedian. So they brought Rob Bartlett.
You're so edgy, Rob.
Yeah. Well, no, it was edgy for about 20 seconds, then they realized, no, you can't do that.
Well, Rob didn't know anything about wrestling.
Oh.
It's kind of like Nicole. Nicole gets cast on this United States of Hip Hop show that's on Fuse.
Okay.
On Tuesday nights at 8:30.
And it's her and 2 black guys talking about hip hop.
Guess what?
Nicole has no point of reference for it.
I'm not black, and I don't listen to hip-hop, and I don't know anything about hip-hop, but they put me on this damn show.
So you're on...
She's the Rob Bartlett of Fuse. One day, they will rank the worst Fuse broadcasters of all time, and Nicole will be number 2.
Thanks, Sam.
I noticed on the last week's episode you were wearing something that at least displayed your cleavage slightly more. Not a lot more, but slightly more. Was that because of Opie and Anthony's suggestions?
That was because of Opie and Anthony's suggestions. Sherrod went down when I was doing wardrobe and said that O&A demanded some tittage, I believe was the actual.
Tittage.
Yeah, they wanted a little more tittage. So
that's industry terminology.
Yeah.
That's TV terms.
We don't want to get technical.
Yeah, I don't want to go inside.
The stylist told him to F off, and he was like, no. For real.
No, we need breasticles.
He wanted some breasticles. Yeah, and so Sherrod actually was giving the okay on the outfits.
Good.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
Well, he's a fashion icon himself, Sherrod Small.
Right.
Are you doing more cleavage this week?
This week, no. I have a band across the breasticles, and then like mesh. The rest of the shirt is mesh. So I'm showing a lot of skin, but the breasticles aren't exactly out.
How does the husband feel about this?
He doesn't give a crap.
No.
That's a great question. Here's what I was wondering. Because her husband is like Instagramming pictures from the set, so I know he's there with her.
Right.
And last week on the show, I watch the show every week.
Yeah.
And on the show last week, there's some dude who was obviously just on for like the favor thing because he's on a Fuse show. I didn't know who he was, but I guess he's some actor. But he was all over this chick, Nicole.
Right.
He had his arms around her. He was scooping her up. I was like, what is this? How did the husband feel about that?
He didn't like it, and one of the other hosts said, over there, that right there, that's her husband. And he goes, yo, it's just acting, man. And my husband screamed, yeah, stop acting. He wasn't thrilled about that.
No, not happy.
Yeah, you can look, but not touch.
Right.
No touching.
Yeah.
How does your family deal with the fact that you put in, like, I don't understand. You have Opie and Anthony and me. We're sitting here complaining about doing a morning show. It's pretty much all we do, though.
Right.
Like you do long runs with Broadway shows at the same time as doing Imus, and you've been doing Imus for 25 years or however long.
Yeah.
Do they like the fact that you're gone so much, or do they wish that they could see their dad a little more often?
I think that factors into it. Obviously, it's like it's a fat fuck here. Oh, good. Oh, that's right. He's doing a show.
Yeah. He's out singing and dancing again.
When's he gonna be home? I need money. It's one of those things where in this business, as you will learn as you move along in your career, young Sam, now at the nascent stages of what is going to be I know, an enormously successful broadcast career.
It's good to hear that from you.
Yeah.
And, oh, no, absolutely. And you'll learn that in this business, you take the opportunities when they're offered to you because, you know, nothing ever happens, you know, when it's supposed to happen. You know, there's either nothing for months, sometimes years at a time, and then everything happens at once.
Yeah.
And you have to do it all.
Yeah.
And you have to do it all. I mean, you can't not, you know, somebody offers you a part to, you know, play Amos Hart on Broadway. You're going to say no? You
Right, you
take
say
it,
yes.
Make your Broadway debut, and then what happens is that leads to Little Shop of Horrors. You say no. But you also don't stop doing the thing that's your bread and butter and the thing that got you into the position where they're actually even considering you for something.
See, that's what I would probably do. Like, somebody would probably offer me, like, a horrible, like, I don't know, TV pilot that was obviously not going anywhere. And I'd be like, fuck you, O&A, I'm going to TV.
You would.
Well, and I just crawl back to the bosses down the hall, like, I don't know if you need anything. Or,
right.
you know, even if you just need a board op or something.
Can I go get some coffee?
Yeah.
I have to run, but it was really a pleasure
Where are you
to meet
going?
you.
Nice to meet
I
you,
have to go
Nicole.
interview the winner of The Voice.
Nobody even knows who won
Is she
that
here?
show.
She's here.
Oh, I want to take my picture with her.
Do you like the show? Or are you
All right.
joking?
I love that.
Nicole, bring her in here. Rob wants to meet her, obviously.
Yeah, she'd be a great guest for the after show.
You come in and do the interview in here.
Okay, let me see what I can go
That's a
work
good
out.
idea.
Okay.
That's a great idea.
All right.
She should. I don't think she's going to do it. She doesn't
Danielle
have-
Bradbury.
Yes.
See,
I
he
know.
knows.
Wow.
I'm a
That'd be-
huge fan. I voted for her.
Let me try.
All right.
She's not going to do it. She's got no balls. She's on the
She's
morning.
16.
She's the winner.
16 years old.
Is she actually good?
She's unbelievable.
What are you doing watching The Voice?
My wife controls the television remote.
Right.
So basically what she watches, I watch.
That sucks. You come home and you're like, finally, there's some period of time where I'm not doing something, I'm not hustling, I could just... And your wife is still in control of the television.
You know what? That's married life, my friend, and you will understand that as things move along.
I try to set the precedent early. Like, Jess understands.
Sure. And it's working now. Wait after 30 years, my friend, then come back and talk to me, okay?
So the whole Monday, like, Jess going, are you watching wrestling? And I'm like, it's Monday, what can I do? And she's like, okay, that doesn't last.
No. No, sir.
How long? We've got a year under our belt of marriage.
Right.
How long do you think before...
Before it turns?
Yeah.
What's today?
My time's limited, huh?
You're fucked.
That year was nice.
Yeah. Next thing is going to be, you're going to be DVRing.
Right.
And then that's going to get controlled.
Because I need space on the DVR. I can't have your...
Exactly.
Oh, and I'm just trying to find something on YouTube. Like, I just want to see a clip. I just want to see something.
That's right. It's over. It's over now. It's all about compromise.
That's why you work so much.
Well, that's one of the
maybe
things.
you get out of the house, you get your laptop with you, you can finally do what you want.
Got a TV in the dressing room. I watch something I want to watch.
And your wife's sitting there like, you don't even have a show today. Practice, honey.
Yeah, rehearsal.
It's all about rehearsing.
And there's that episode of, Game of Thrones I missed.
Yeah, I got to see it. There he is.
Who's that?
That's Dennis Falcone.
There he is, Dennis Falcone.
He's looking
Talking up a record.
Come on. Yeah, you can come in, Dennis. Now, I'm not offering you donuts. Because did you hear what I was talking to Rob Bartlett about?
I wanted to see where the Bartletts are, where the dancers.
Why are you?
No Bartletts. No,
why are you taking Rob Bartlett's two mics? There's more. He wants both of them.
He just shook my hand.
Now, you could use one of those or something, but
I'll let him take one.
he wants to use the two, Denny.
No, that's okay. That's all right. I'll let him take one.
Are you're
stereo?
Save one for Danielle Bradbury.
Yeah, Danielle Bradbury's on her way in. Did you know that?
16-year-old winner of The Voice.
That's right. I almost said winner of The View. That's how familiar I am with The Voice. Are you familiar with Rob Bartlett? You said the Bartletts.
Of course, he's a broadcasting legend,
He's
comedy
a legend.
Broadway legend.
That's what I don't like about,
He's a triple threat.
Keep going.
Yeah, explain the threats
Go ahead.
in detail. That's what I don't like about people like Nicole. They come in here, they're young. This chick starts as a receptionist at SiriusXM. They throw her on a morning show. No respect for the industry. No respect for the people who came before. Yeah. They just handed it to her.
Comes too easily. It's not like you, who scratched and clawed his way from the bottom.
That's exactly right.
To get to this position.
I used to, well, I was never where these female interns are, but I used to be one of the boy interns on Opie and Anthony, which is much more difficult. Denny knows about scrapping to get to the top.
That's right. Got to do what you got to do.
That's
now,
right.
Were you LAR or BAB?
What's that? I worked at B103 on Long Island.
Oh, B103.
Right.
In Farmingdale.
Yep.
Eric, are you jizzing in your pants right now that we got all this radio talk going on the after show?
Oh, that's right. I got to do Eric's show, too, his podcast. I promised him.
Oh, you did. Tell me. Don't tell. Eric is being very vague about his podcast. What exactly has he told you about his podcasts? You know it doesn't exist yet, right?
It's an appreciation of broadcasting, and it's interviews with legends of broadcasting is what I was led to believe, and that's why I've been asked.
And you said I fit in perfectly. That would be
because when you think of me, you think automatically legend.
Legend.
Yeah.
Is that right, Dennis?
Yes. He's a
I would
broadcasting
think
legend.
35 years in the business in New York
Yeah.
City and syndicated around the country counts.
I think
Well,
so too.
I'm not in broadcasting for 35 years. I'm only in broadcasting for 26 years.
Show business.
Show business for 35 years.
Somebody's on the hotline. Hello?
Enough with Denny.
No, it's Sal in the office. Sometimes Sal likes to call
Sal
in.
desperately wants to be you. There's a lot of resentment there.
Do you think so?
Oh yeah, Sal wants to be you so bad he can
Now
taste it.
Sal's going to hate Rob.
Yeah, but Sal won't do the work that it requires.
See, that was going to be my point. I bring this up as a lesson and a little allegory here, a little fable, and the moral to the story is you gotta put in the time. You gotta, you know, it's 99% perspiration.
Yes.
1% inspiration.
That's right. I didn't just walk into this place, Sam Roberts. You know, you know that, Denny. Don't
I know
you?
you didn't. I know.
I know you respect me.
Yeah,
So
I played polka records when I first got into radio.
you did?
Yeah, I did. I worked at a radio station. I had to play polka records from 5:30 to 6 in the morning.
Did anybody? Why would that be a programming
Because
choice?
it was a Polish community, Riverhead, Long Island.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
Riverhead. Oh my God.
Polka. They have a Polish town out there, and we used to play them off records.
Was this radio station specialized for just that one town?
Well,
or
it was
one?
part of the market. It was 1390 WRIV.
And they figure nobody is taking over this polka
There's a lot of
music.
farmers that get up at that time of the morning who are Polish, and I had the turntable in 45, and
And
to me,
45.
it didn't sound any different. You know?
Right. The live reads are very interesting for that half hour. there are a lot of sausage places that advertise.
You know what polka music is now?
What?
It's what stations used to stunt before they flip a format.
Yeah.
I still play polka. I play polka music when I do a party.
Gio Roland taking the piss out of Eric in there.
Yeah, but he's mad because Fez walked in and woke him up because he was sleeping in the chair.
Well, Roland needs to take his naps. So, Eric, how many Broadcasting Legend podcasts have you done?
I think I have 5.
Wow! When does this show debut? Are you just going to keep putting interviews in the can?
It's coming soon.
Or is this just for you? Are you one of those weirdos?
He wants to do the big release simultaneously. He wants to do the time travel movie. He wants to do the Legends podcast. He wants everything to drop on the same day.
Right. I have 17 podcasts. Please listen to them all one after another.
Exactly.
Why schedule them? They come out week after week. It doesn't make any sense.
It's kind of like when you're watching, a show and you do the cocooning thing and you watch the whole season over the weekend. That's exactly what he wants to do with
He's doing the Netflix model.
Exactly.
Eric's sitting there going, this is 2013.
He's got a business model. The business model is Netflix.
Right.
It's the Game of Thrones Netflix model.
Right. And he's sitting there and go, well, he's not charging anybody for it.
Well, that's the thing.
He's just putting it out there.
Therein lies the rub.
He's got half the business plan.
Yes.
Now, Dennis, true or false, you're just in here to try to weasel some donuts.
No, I do that to Sal all the time.
What do
I
you
walk
do?
by the office. Hey, you guys got any extra? I heard you guys got some donuts this morning. You got any extra donuts?
Even when he's being conversational, this Dennis Falcone sounds completely different on the air than he does in the hallway.
Absolutely.
Like, even right now.
Because when you have headphones on, you have to speak like a professional broadcaster.
No, I've never thought that to be true, and that's obvious.
Okay.
Well, that's the charm of you.
Is it?
That's the charm of that you are who you are on and off. Dennis is very old school radio.
Yeah.
Where there's an on-air broadcast persona.
So, how does Imus, have you witnessed, has Imus had to adapt all these years?
In terms of what?
Like figuring out, okay, because old school radio was at one point radio.
Right.
So you did the persona thing, and that kind of went out of style.
No,
and
not that it went out of style, but it's evolved. I mean, the show is still very tightly formatted. I mean, the show is formatted like old school. I mean, there are hard breaks, and it's not like the thing that you guys do, which is just stream of consciousness hang, which is great.
Like they probably wouldn't let somebody from the Imus show just say, all right, well then there's another hour here where nothing's happening, so you just go talk for an hour.
No. They want spots. They spots have to be run. I mean,
maybe you'll talk to Dennis if you see him in the hallway.
the business report and the news and the weather, all that stuff's got to be it's formatted. So, but as far as his persona is it's never really, he's never really affected. I mean, the early days when he was like Captain Don, you know, out in Palmdale, and when he first started, there was an actual radio persona. But by the time he got to New York, I mean, it was just him. I mean, and I think he was one of the first to be just him, because, you know, he's larger than life to begin with anyway.
Right.
You know, so that's where that started. And so, I mean, it's not like he's putting anything on. You know, it's not like he is attempting to.
How weird is it, like, to now, at this stage in the game, have to watch what you say? You know what I mean? Like, all the controversial stuff you would have thought happened so many years ago, and now is the time when the kind of thought police are monitoring every word that is said.
I feel like everything goes in cycles.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, it's historically, that's the way it seems. And then you go for years and years and years where one thing is fine, and then all of a sudden it's not. You know, I think you have a certain responsibility, in broadcasting at least, to maintain a certain level of smarts. You know what I mean? You gotta.
How do we survive then here?
Well, I mean, it's
that's a stumper.
No, you know, I think part of it is, I think it's like, how do the guys in South Park get away with what they get away with?
Right.
You know, where anyone else doing the same thing would be vilified. You know, and part of it, I think, is the fact that there are no holds barred, and so it is what it is, and they just go flat out.
And you know that going in.
And you know it going in.
Yeah.
And they're unapologetic about it.
But they're also smart about it.
Oh, well, yeah.
Like, they're saying something in all this sort of.
If it were just mindless, gratuitous, then it would be one thing. But the fact that they actually, I mean, they're some of the best written shows on television.
I mean, they bury them all in dick and shit jokes, but under all that,
it's great,
right?
Cultural, you know,
satire.
I mean, it's. You know, the things that they take on, and because they have the benefit of being able to almost literally 20 minutes before airtime still make changes and bring it that much up to date.
That's crazy
great.
that you could do that with a cartoon now, right?
Well, I mean,
TV show,
but you could do it with cartoon easier, obviously, because you're doing voiceover.
Yeah.
You know, but the fact that you can do that, I mean, I don't know if you saw that documentary about them putting together the episode. I forget what it was called.
I mean, there used to be, like, you'd have to change animation cells so that, like, they can change literally full plots of the.
Well, just even think about it in radio itself. You used to have to, when I first started with Imus, I was just doing bits, pre-recorded bits to play the next day. I wasn't on the air live. I would come in 2-3 days a week. I would have 3-4 pieces of material.
That's
different
a sweet
characters,
gig.
And I would do, well, it was part-time at them. It was before I was actually given a contract.
Right.
And I would record these bits, and they would play the next day. And it was tape. It was reel-to-reel tape. So you would do, you know, the bits, and obviously we would try to, just in terms of comedically, for rhythm and whatnot, you wouldn't tone down the language because you knew you could beep stuff out.
Right.
Well, the engineer, you know, Harry took her over at NBC, and then Joey DeFazio, when we moved it to FAN, it was reel-to-reel tape, and they actually had to cut up and put the beeps in. You know, so you'd say fucking shit and whatever, and then he'd have to go through.
And they'd have this reel of beep tape or whatever and cut it in.
And then he would take together, like, all the fucks and shits and whatever, and he would make a reel of that. It would just be 2 minutes of
Well, that was just for you.
But now it's like you highlight it and hit delete, you're done.
Right, and you save 4 different versions of it. You're like, yeah, we got the uncensored here, we got this one here, we'll throw this one on the internet.
So, I mean, just in terms of technology, it's changed.
Right.
You know.
Yeah, and it also seems like back then, and that's the old thing, like Jack White, he still records on tape because he says that it's the same thing with kind of taking photos, where if you have a limited amount of tape, there's a quality control. Whereas now you could just throw shit out and just see what sticks, because we'll delete it if it doesn't work. We'll just keep going. Like, was the writing process different, or do you still kind of, you know, are you still in the headspace of, no, we have to make this one count?
Well, the fact that we're also doing it live now makes a difference. It's got to, I mean, ideally, it's got to be short, concise, and it's got to hit. You know, I mean, and unfortunately, more times than not, it doesn't, because it's just the nature of the beast. I mean, you try to make the batting average as high as possible.
Does Imus have a look when he's not liking something that you're petrified of?
Yo, of course.
Yeah,
of course. I mean, that's the thing about him, is that he will never bullshit you.
Right.
You know, it's not that he's going to blow smoke up your ass. I mean, I'm the biggest phony on the fucking planet. I don't want anybody not to like me, so I will.
A minute ago, you said I had a future broadcasting. It became clear to everybody.
No, I was sincere about that, because because my point is the fact that you work at it, and that's the difference. You actually have to work for it.
Right.
You know, I mean, unfortunately, this is a business where people get opportunities that they don't deserve because they don't have the talent. They fit the suit.
Right. But you hope that the people who haven't worked for it will they'll get the opportunity and then fall flat and eventually go away. They'll get this thing for a second, then they'll be gone.
To me, the definition of a successful show business career is one that has longevity.
Right.
So if you can maintain a career for over a number of years, then that's the key. And the way that you do that is you make yourself available to every opportunity available to you, and you work hard. You never rest in your laurels. There's going to be flash in the pans. There's going to be one-hit wonders in every form of show business, the way there is in music.
You hear that, Bieber?
And it's kind of
talking to you.
Well, unfortunately, that's kind of like the 9-hit wonder. I think
I
still
don't know.
got a couple of more, you know.
So when you're in character and you're looking at Imus's face and he's got that look, are you panicking? Because you can't abort.
It's panic pretty much from the moment I get there to the moment I leave. I mean,
really?
Yeah. I mean, it's the sphincter never unclenches. It's just,
after all these years, there's no sort of you're just like, I know what I'm doing at this point. It's all
because obviously it's you want to succeed. You know, the idea is to make the boss happy. I mean, that's why you're there. You know, I mean, it's what anybody does. You know, so that's always the case with that. But.
You were shaking your head a minute ago when I was talking
You're saying
about
the people who are going to fail?
Yeah.
They get promoted.
Well, Denny's experienced it all. Denny has sat there.
It's like, that guy, he couldn't even do this.
You've seen it all.
Yeah, he couldn't drive the van.
How many?
What's programming?
What's the ratio, do you think, Dennis Falcone, of people? Because you've worked at all these radio stations. You've worked with all these talented people. You've worked with all these people who have no talent. What's the ratio of the people who succeed who are talented versus who are not talented?
Well, you know what it is? There's not as many people coming into the business because the opportunities aren't there.
Right.
There's not these AM radio stations that were playing music back in the 70s and 80s, and there's less people. You know what? I guess the people who are coming in today are good because there's
they actually want it.
Yeah, they actually want it and work at it.
That's the thing, is you actually have to want it.
Right.
So I mean, O&A is a perfect example. You know, they want to put on a good show.
Yes.
You know, they're interested. I mean, Opie is a serious broadcaster. Opie is I watch him, and you can see he's thinking about where's the next moment going to be.
Absolutely.
You know, where am I going to mine the radio gold out of this?
Yeah.
Everything is how the next moment is going to play.
Well, you have to think not only of where's the next moment going, but how can I highlight this one?
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
It's on the fly.
Right.
You know, and you let Ant just kind of freeform and do what he does. You know, I was thinking the other day about him doing one of the old school bits, the Tyson bit with the spelling. When he'd do the spelling.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
So you've been listening to O&A forever.
Mm-hmm.
Do you get jealous? Because I sit there sometimes listening to other radio shows and just get mad. Like especially if they're doing well. Like, especially if it's something that I might enjoy.
There's, especially with stand-up comics, there's that level of bitterness.
Yeah, sure.
That exists. It's like you can't do well yourself. The people who are your peers need to fail miserably.
Yeah, because the only thing worse than seeing someone untalented succeed is seeing someone who's talented succeed.
Absolutely, absolutely. Because then it's twofold. It's
right.
And you you're also talented.
You're better than me.
Right.
God damn it.
I could understand it if it was just a shitty, luck thing.
Yeah,
you know.
Because not only are you there, but I shouldn't be.
Right, exactly.
It's like when you'd hear that somebody got fired. Hey, did you hear that so-and-so, the morning show, got fired across town? Yeah, great!
Yeah, but you didn't. Do you try to tune that out, or do you not have it? Or?
You know, it's an emotion that's there. I mean, you got to acknowledge it. It ultimately gets in your way. You know, I mean, I went through a whole bitter period when Eddie Murphy first hit because, I started with he and Bob Nelson. We were the identical triplets. And when Eddie hit, there was a lot of jealousy and envy. And
that's crazy. Yeah, because he really hit.
He hit hard. I mean, we all knew he was going to hit. I mean, 17 years old, you just knew this kid was destined for stardom.
Is that how old he was when you were working with him?
17, yeah.
Wow.
I used to have driving to gigs. He didn't have his driver's license.
Wow.
But you knew that there was something there. Mm-hmm. So when he first hit, there was an incredible amount of resentment and bitterness on my part.
And what was the first?
My way.
What was the first hit? SNL?
SNL.
Yeah. So he gets SNL.
And then it just kind of spiraled from there. It was SNL, and then it was 48 Hours, and then it was Beverly Hills Cop, and he was off at the races.
And then does he forget you guys?
No, I did a couple of pilots for his TV production company.
That's great.
But you know what? In this business, you travel in different circles.
Right.
You know, it's like I brought Jeff Foxworthy to New York because I used to work with him on the road down south. And I was his best man at his wedding in Central Park.
Mm-hmm.
And he doesn't write. He doesn't call. I mean, I used to feel hurt by it, but then you realize you know what? A lot of it is you just don't travel in the same circles anymore. You don't have anything in common anymore.
Right.
It's not that you forget your friends. You just don't.
And if you see him somewhere, you'll probably be able to sit down with him.
Like,
and,
you know, it's.
So then, after the Eddie Murphy thing, though, once you got over that bitterness, are you able to then like learn from that and say, okay, I'm not going to be that guy again the next time?
It's, unfortunately, you're always going to repeat mistakes unless, you know, I mean, there's always going to be a certain level of jealousy, professional jealousy, no matter what it is. But if you allow yourself to be overwhelmed by it, it's going to stand in your way.
That's why I try to surround myself with people like Sal, because I just know they will never succeed. And it makes it so that for me, I'll never be...
See, that's the other key to success, too, is an O&A. I mean, in addition to them being very, very talented, they surround themselves with talented people as well.
Right.
People who are the best at what that they do. That's how you...
I mean, yeah, because you hear a lot of radio shows will not bring in... They'll bring in decent comedians, but not good comedians. Like, they don't want to bring in somebody who's funnier than the host.
Exactly. They don't want to be upset. No,
right.
Of course.
But O&A have, you know, I mean, for God's sakes, they'll have Rob Bartlett in here. They will have...
I really demonstrated my worth today on the show.
The creme de la creme.
Imus does the same thing. I mean, Imus had Carlin and...
Yeah.
You know, I mean, he'd bring in, you know, Colin, and he'd bring in really, really funny people.
That's probably the difference between, though, that next level of show. I mean, all for the most part, shows that reach that next level, like superstar shows, are not afraid of having funny people in because they know it goes to benefit the overall product.
Imus has always said it only makes him look better.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, he's very, very smart in that respect where he knows that, and he is the best fan. I mean, if he really likes you, I mean, there's no one more loyal, more supportive. I mean, he's a great person to make laugh. You know, if you're funny,
because he's honest.
Absolutely. And then when he's in the room and you can make him laugh, there's nothing better than that.
And you know, if he hated it, you'd know he wouldn't be laughing.
No.
So that probably because, like my wife hates it when she comes home with a problem, and you give her the solution. And she doesn't want to hear the solution. She wants empathetic and blah blah blah.
She wants someone to listen.
Right. I'm not doing that.
You have to listen, Sammy.
There's nothing to listen to. I already solved the problem.
No, but she's not interested in the problem being solved. She's interested in you listening to her.
Yeah, I don't understand that. But that's
the difference between men and women.
The men,
we want the solution.
Yeah, problem solvers move on to the next thing. That sounds much more productive.
Women just want you to listen.
But that's the Imus thing. Like, I would assume that a lot of people, maybe who are more thin-skinned people, do not want a person around them who's sitting there and, I'm going to tell you when you're horrible. Like, no, please, just tell me that I'm good all the time.
It would be better if, you know, you faked it every once in a while.
Yes, sometimes, because I'm learning.
No, really, man, you killed. It was really great, man. You killed.
You can't see him doing that.
No, it's not going to happen.
Let me go to Jay in Pittsburgh. What's up, Jay?
Hey, how you doing, Sam?
I'm good. Rob Bartlett is here. Dennis Falcone is still sitting here, and you're welcome to still sit here.
No, I'm going to go get some coffee.
Why don't you know? Hang out, Dennis. Hang out.
Some radio legends.
Yeah, man.
And then, of course, you, Sam Roberts.
Oh, I thought it was all three of us.
My question is, I'm getting out of the military next year. I'm in my mid-30s, and I've wanted to work in radio since I was a little kid. I mean, I love everything about radio, you know, broadcasting. I love it. My first job in radio, I was working at a community station playing Vietnamese music.
You sound like a young Eric Nagel.
Yeah. But my question is, I'm getting off active duty next year. I'm going to go to school for communications. I mean, other than going to school for it, what would be the best step other than gravel at, you know, an internship anywhere? I mean,
well, that's where you start.
How did you guys get in?
That's what I mean. You got to start somewhere, and that's the way to start. Start in school, get an internship, go to radio stations that are near where you live, and hang out.
Yeah, I'll be in upstate New York, the Buffalo area when I move back.
Well, that's the best place to go. It's like someplace like upstate where they don't have a lot of people, so they will let you hang out at the station for free, you know, and just go and do grunt work. But the other thing is, like, you got to know it's 2013, and nobody really knows what's happening with broadcasting. So not only should you be doing stuff, I would think, at radio stations around you and interning and getting coffee or whatever and just trying to do something, but also get your own content out there. Like start podcasting.
I was going to say, absolutely.
Start doing YouTube videos.
I do some online radio work. I've been doing it for about 3 years now, and I've kind of found a little successful niche in how to interview and things of that nature. And I have other likes, film work and stuff like that. I'm like the guy in the 50s that's in love with blimps when airplanes are flying around now.
Oh,
but it's just I have a passion, and it's just like I don't care if I make 20, 30,000 the rest of my life. That's what I want to do.
Well, that's it. That's all you need.
Yeah,
Believe me,
great.
there are plenty of places that'll be happy to pay you 20, 30.
Yeah, you can make 20 grand.
That's not going to be a problem, Jay.
Yeah. All right, but does
he should show up to the interview wearing the fatigues too?
Yeah,
That would help.
Always wear the army.
That would be very persuasive to somebody who's going to hire you.
Right, because you got to support the troops.
There you go.
Now, does the whole shifting of the media, is that a scary thing to you, Rob? I mean, you've been, like you said, show business for 35 years. All of a sudden, show business is becoming this new thing.
You got to learn to adapt. I mean, like anything else, you just got to learn to move into wherever it is.
Right.
Traditional venues are no longer what they used to be, so you have to learn how to familiarize yourself with what is, and then try to be that and do that, while at the same time still being who you are. I mean, you can't change yourself, but you have to change the way that you present yourself, or the way that you...
Yeah, it just seems like finding an audience. They're just new methods of finding an audience.
Right. I mean, I was talking to somebody about filmmakers now. It's just I'm doing this internet project where I'm working with a video editor, and he has a movie that he's been shooting over the past 2 years with just like a camera that's available, which years ago, like 20 years ago, would have cost $35,000, is now like a $150 camera that you can shoot a studio quality film with.
Yeah.
And the technology and the way the business is now allows for that to happen. You have an idea, as long as you have a good idea for a story and a decent screenplay, you can create something that can be not only shot, but it can be edited and it can be released with all kinds of different channels that were not available.
You don't need $1 million.
You don't need $1 million. You don't even need a studio anymore to get it out. I mean, the stupid YouTube video that I did, a Bob Ross parody from
Yeah, you sent it to me on Twitter, and I said I had no idea that you were also a viral sensation.
It was the weirdest thing in the world. I don't know what it was about this that just caught hold. I think it got promoted one day when they were doing an actual Bob Ross video.
Well, where was it from? Because it's this parody video. What's it called? So
I think it's Bob Ross loses it. I don't remember what it is, but
it's Rob Bartlett, and he's doing a great Bob Ross. The afroed painter who used to be on
PBS. I did a
television
special in the 90s, Rob Bartlett's not-for-profit TV special. It was a satire of PBS programming and fundraising drives. And so it was an hour based around that, and the Bob Ross thing was one of the sketches in the show. And so I was on vacation, I think, in Arizona, whatever, my laptop, and I had the show online. I just cut it up into little pieces and put it up on YouTube. And I think there had been like a real Bob Ross video that got highlighted one day, and mine, I guess, came up with the search, and it just started to get seen, and then it just kind of spiraled, so that now there's like 2 million some odd hits on this stupid Bob Ross parody video.
And is it just some dude that uploaded it, or is it you?
I uploaded.
Because that'd be the worst if somebody else uploaded it.
It has been reposted and
No, you got to get those off.
It's like my Night Before Christmas in Brooklyn thing. It's every once in a while I will actually get my own Night Before Christmas in Brooklyn thing sent to me from somebody who's unaware that it's me. So
that's good though.
It is kind of cool.
I mean, it'd be nice if people weren't ripping you off. But
things have a life beyond itself.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But that's what I'm saying. Had this been 20 years ago, that would not have been available to me.
Absolutely not. But you gotta go on YouTube and start getting rid of all those people that are ripping off your videos. When I put out that iPhone video, as it went, like just everybody was just reposting it. You got to kill them.
I have people who are taking care of them right now.
Good.
Making a couple of phone calls and persuading certain people to.
Good. Good. Where are you playing?
Tomorrow night I'm at the New York Entertainment Club, which is located at the Belmore Theater on Long Island. It's right by the train station there. It's the movie theater. And they do live shows every other weekend or something like that there. Gary Smith, the gentleman who used to own the brokerage, now does the New York Entertainment Club, and there tomorrow night.
Is it all? Is new material or half new material?
It's 67%.
67%. Wow, you have it down.
Because
you see, Denny's a professional.
You have to do the greatest hits for the people who you got to do the Wheel of Jordan. You got to do, Although I'm probably not going to do the Beatle bit, but I'm doing a new Pope bit. I'm doing a new thing about ASMR.
Do you play small clubs at all?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, I do Uncle Vinny's.
Okay. Yeah, because I was wondering, because I saw you played out in Westchester, but I was thinking, you always play these theaters. But how do you work on new material?
Well, fortunately for me, there was no new material, so I was just doing the same shit I've been doing for the past 5 years.
It worked, though.
It worked that night. You know? I have never been the type to sit down and actually write material on paper and then try it out. I'll get an idea in my head, and either on the way to the gig with my manager, I'll spitball it, or I'll just start going with it on stage. I mean,
in a theater.
In a theater. I mean,
that's crazy.
Well, you know what? But I kind of like painting myself into corners because what happens is you it's almost like training a muscle. You put yourself into a position where you really got to deliver.
Yeah.
And then it's incredible how focused you can become at that point because then it's do or die.
Failing isn't an option. But I understand. To me, even when I hear comedians that are on stage in these in small clubs where they just go every night to work out and they're saying, "Yeah, I develop material on stage." I go, Jesus, that's got to be terrifying. But the idea of doing it in a theater is it's crazy.
It's just larger. I mean, it's just
that's the problem. There's a lot of people there.
But it's the same thing. I mean, whether it's 4 people or 1,000 people doesn't make a difference. It's still the same thing. Failing in front of 3 people is the same thing as failing in front of 1,000 people. If that's the way you look at it.
I don't. I look at 1,000 people saying, that guy sucks.
You have to to one person. You have to serve.
Who is it?
That's Sam Roberts.
And I was there for the show, so you were just sitting there looking at me like, all right.
I pointed to you.
As long as he's laughing.
On my Facebook page is me pointing in the audience. I'm pointing at you.
Right,
Sam
and
Roberts.
I had better seats than Dick Cavett showed up.
That's right. You did have better seats than Dick Cavett.
You know who Dick Cavett is, Dennis Falcone?
Of course.
I would hope so.
Right.
He showed up to Bartlett's comedy show. And I had to point him out to my dad, who I was with, and say, look, it was a couple rows behind us. How do you like that? And I got the big point.
That's right, you got the big point.
Joe and Big A was there too.
Big A was there.
I also had better seats than Big A.
I think Big A is going to be there tomorrow night too.
Does Big A just follow you around now?
Yeah, he just basically just texts me. Can I get tickets?
You're like, yeah, I mean,
of course. I love Big A.
Same show,
Andrew.
Big A. I
love Andrew. I love that man.
He's such a nice man, isn't he?
Sweetheart.
He really is.
Just a big lovable teddy bear.
Joe in Tampa.
Hey, how are you guys doing today?
Good, buddy.
You don't care, Joe.
Well, I'm actually
finally some honesty.
A young lawyer, and I agree with the perspiration, inspiration thing. But I also have a question for both of you.
I sweat a lot.
I don't really work hard. I just am a sweater.
Double-breasted suits.
It's what, 90 out today? I have to wear a suit, and I'm dying.
I guess.
Stop whining.
Yeah,
Joe.
yeah. So can
You're
you
a fucking lawyer.
Get
Stop
to
whining.
Yeah, you got
a point
this
here.
beautiful life. You get to be a lawyer.
You chose to live in fucking Florida, okay?
Yeah.
No. The only thing I got to complain about is, dry cleaning. So I'm not going to complain too much. But I did have a question about one of the things that I've noticed professionally, too, is that there's so many different avenues for people to get a voice out. But there are so many different avenues now for people to scream at you for getting a voice out.
Of course.
And you have to be so careful about what you say all the time. How has that evolved for you in terms of checking everything and making sure that...
Well, I really didn't start too long... Oh.
I think he's asking you as well.
He was, right?
Yeah. Everybody in, just the whole group.
Mainly Rob Bartlett, though. For the most part, Rob Bartlett.
Yeah.
You definitely just have to be more aware of the fact that everything can be taken out of context. That no one is able to know what's the contents of your heart or what your intention was. So when you are doing something that is going to be seen or heard potentially by millions of people, you have to be aware of the fact that a large amount of them might not know what your intention was or what the point was. Anything can be taken out of context and painted as whatever. You just have to be aware. And the best way to avoid it would be to try to find other ways of saying what you want to say.
But Ricky Gervais was in here yesterday, and he was making good points. What I took away from that was you also have to just be okay with offending people. Like, know what your intention is.
Exactly.
Get that across to people, and if they don't pick up on it, okay.
Well, Sam, and not to go into like the stupid, ridiculous, pretentious discussion about art, but supposedly that's art's purpose is to shake things up, is to shake people up. You know, not that, believe me, what I'm fucking doing is art.
I don't know.
I stick my dick in a chicken, basically, so it's not art.
The chicken loves it, though. The chicken, with the songs the chicken sings afterwards, that's real art. But yeah, I mean, you can't sit there. You have to make sure that your intentions are kind of known, and people.
Right. But you got to remember that somebody out there is going to hate Santa Claus.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's just the way that it is.
Yeah. Like, I do what I do, you do what you do, and you just do it. And if you're trying to impress others, then you could be Ryan Seacrest, or you could actually do something. You know, you could not offend anybody, or you could do something.
He gets a few paychecks, so I don't.
Well, yeah, he gets a few paychecks, and he
How
has.
about leaving a job for somebody else, Ryan? Okay.
Right.
Do you need 37 jobs?
Well, he's got no soul, so he just takes paychecks and money to fill in that empty space that's inside his body. I mean, he puts nothing out there. He doesn't offend anybody. He doesn't. You could be bothered at the fact that he doesn't bother anybody, but there's nothing to be bothered
There's
by.
something
there.
to be said for it, though. It's successful.
He does it well.
Yeah.
He does it better than any. He does what he does better than anybody else. It's not something I would want to do, and it seems like an empty shell of an existence. But he does it well, doesn't he, Dennis?
Yeah, he is. I'm sure he has a couple of beautiful houses, beautiful cars.
Sure.
He's not making $20,000 or $30,000 working at the radio station.
No, but you know what? That guy has his integrity.
God bless him.
That's right, and so do you, Dennis.
Yes, I do.
Have a donut. I feel good. Have a donut, Dennis. Go ahead. Help yourself.
It's okay.
All right, so you could take a whole box.
Actually, you could take a dozen. Yeah, I had one, and Roland had one. Other than that,
Roland had one? What about E-Rock?
E-Rock, you're not going to have a donut?
I'm all right.
Have some goldfish.
I might do that.
You know, one of the ingredients in goldfish is smiles.
That's right, Eric. And you could use a few of those.
I could.
Poor guy.
Well,
Well, listen, Rob, one more time. Where will you be tomorrow?
I'm at the New York Entertainment Club, which is the Belmore Movie Theater in Belmore, Long Island. 785-4234, I believe, is the number. Or just go to robshow.com and get your ticket information there. It's a great room. It's a little movie theater, and it's really comfortable, and it's going to be a fun night.
Rob is a very funny guy, and he's a show business professional. He's a seasoned veteran at this, okay? He knows how to entertain the people. Okay,
professional.
He is.
He's a delight.
He's a delight, and he lives to perform for you. So check him out. Also, The Robbio with 1B.
That's right.
On Twitter. Dennis Falcone, are you on Twitter?
Yeah.
What's your Twitter? Everybody should tweet Dennis Falcone, too.
Radio boy. Dennis Falcone. That's
Dennis Falcone.
I figured that was the easiest.
2 N's or 1 N?
2 N's.
In the Dennis.
In the Dennis.
And then there's one in the Falcone, so there's actually 3 N's.
3 N's altogether.
3 N's, no
It's a little dangerous.
For those of you keeping scores.
And I'm not Sam on Twitter. Ron and Fez are coming up next. Thank you, Rob Bartlett, for sticking around. We'll see you on Monday. Goodbye, everybody.